This is it. I'm buzzing for this, and I'm delighted that you've joined us on the club because I am surrounded by negativity and everybody's winding me up. We're here to watch England batter Slovenia. We're here to watch England start our climb to success. And I'm surrounded by 4 bozos who are telling me that it's not going to happen. And I'm about sick of it.
That's not
You know what this reminds me of? This
that.
is going to be like, remember that clip where Rory slowly deteriorated on Pochettino? Where he goes, I'm behind Pochettino, this is it. Except you're going to see it within 90 minutes today.
It's about
not
3
over
weeks.
the course of 6 months. You're going to see it. Rory
Everything is falling into place. Everything is falling into place. If you look at England's trajectory now, if you look at England's route to the final, I don't see a problem. I don't see how it doesn't happen.
Is this because of the introduction of Conor Gallagher?
It's because of the introduction of Conor Gallagher. It's because everybody is looking ropey. It's because we're unbeaten in the tournament. We've got 4 points. Yes, I have reservations about Gareth Southgate. I've made those reservations totally clear from day dot. But we're a brilliant team, and the route, we're not going to play France until the final. That's a fact. We're not going to play Germany until the final, and that's a fact.
If England finish top of the group.
Yeah.
Yes, and we will finish top of the group. Adam McKola.
England's route to the final, if England finish top of the group, would be round of 16 Netherlands, possibly.
One of 3 teams, but Netherlands looking most likely.
Quarter final would be Switzerland or Italy.
It's a walk in the park.
I don't mind that.
It's a walk in the
We
park.
thought that in the Euros final. Semi-final would be Austria, Hungary, Romania or Turkey.
Oh my God, is it?
Is this the easiest
Southgate's
part?
best luck.
England out
Is
of
that, what he's
Austria.
got, is that what he's actually got? The Midas
it.
touch of the
He's got unbelievable draw.
the
Good
opponent's
management.
withdrawn.
Very good management. Could you-
What?
Good management.
What is that?
Listen, if someone offered you now 25 minutes till kickoff, Southgate can still be sacked, like you asked for the other day. Would you take it, yes or no?
Depends who's coming in.
Who would you have come in for 25 minutes just to do a job, change the tactics? He's got to work with the 11 because
I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this. I
Ralph
refuse.
Rangnick
I
for
refuse to
25.
do this.
Harry
I'm not
Redknapp.
doing this. You're bad for my equilibrium, man. I need a
You
woosah.
have to be held accountable, Rory. When you call for these mid-tournament sackings, you have to be held accountable.
But not 25 minutes before the game.
Game's
Not
the
25
game.
minutes before the game. And also...
25
look
minutes
at
into the
what's-
game.
Look at what... Maybe.
What are those 4 sides? You said Hungary, Switzerland,
Yeah.
Turkey.
Turkey.
Yes, that's what I'm
Hungry
saying.
are
I love this.
This
I
is
love this.
genius.
Clip all of this up.
Southgate's a genius.
You know, before the game, when I was
Way
being
too
really
confident.
optimistic and I was saying that this is going to happen, I was saying that there is a real genuine possibility here. I was basing that on the route. It just looks gorgeous.
And what's the other
Even
team? I
if we
missed
play
the other
Netherlands,
team.
you still don't mind Netherlands.
I don't mind
Next round.
Netherlands. I've just watched them lose to a Ralph Rangnick side.
They drew with France.
Are you not
Dutch are like
impressed
us,
by
you
that
know.
side, though?
The
Are you not
Dutch are-
impressed by Austria?
Yeah, I'm quite impressed by Austria.
You're not worried about how they look like they're ready to just give their lives for everything?
No, we've seen these moments in the past. I remember watching Switzerland beat France, and then Switzerland capitulated in the following game. They have these moments. Countries with good players can have
Austria
special
have
moments.
played well throughout the tournament, though.
And the narrative is strong with Ralph Rangnick. Having an impact against
Can we
the English side
reflect
would
on
be
what we
just-
said before the stream went live? You
What
said
did
you'd take Southgate over Rangnick.
I would take Southgate over Rangnick.
That's mental.
It's not. Ralph Rangnick presided over the worst Manchester United team I've ever
Forget
seen.
that.
So many decisions that he made. So many.
So did David Moyes, really, and Van
You've got,
Gaal. And
but you've got to remember,
No, the worst I've
he
ever
went
seen
into a
was-
shit show at Man United. He went in and said, this place needs open heart surgery.
Yeah, but
we need
you
about 15 players. And he was bang on about everything.
But that's a ridiculous thing to say as the manager, isn't it?
He wasn't supposed to be the manager, though. He was supposed to be like this overseer of change, which never really came to fruition. What you're seeing now is a return to his days. Where was it? At Leipzig?
Leipzig.
Hang on,
And all those kind of things.
I think we need to put this into perspective as well. Ralph Rangnick's managerial career, distinctly average.
Better than Southgate.
One into Toto Cup in 2001.
That is better than
Get a grip.
Southgate.
Better than Southgate's whole career.
Mate,
It's a low bar. There's an argument they're both
mate,
rubbish.
it's one into Toto Cup in the year 2001. Like,
The one thing you get with Rangnick definitely is a completely different type of tactician and someone that presses that Southgate definitely doesn't do at the moment. Hopefully that changes tonight. I'm not saying I would do a mid-tournament swap. I wouldn't, but I don't think there's a lot in it. I think it's very different.
I don't think there's a lot in it. I don't think there's a lot in it. Everybody knows I'm not particularly passionate about Gareth Southgate, but I do think that Ralph Rangnick's a wally.
It's interesting that throughout his tournament experience with England, he's always made loads of changes in the third game, especially in the last World Cup. He always kind of stretched the side and got sort of minutes into loads of players. We're now seeing 3 games in a row where it's the same 11 except for Conor Gallagher,
But
which is interesting
in the
for
World Cup,
fatigue
we were already through, weren't we?
Yeah, obviously, but we
And-
were technically through in this group as well. Obviously, winning is
we're through.
imperative for us, but it's interesting that he's actually changed his philosophy in terms of how he gets minutes into multiple players.
But if you remember the 2018 World Cup, when we played Belgium in the third game. there was like everyone knew we wanted to lose.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It was one of them where if you win, your B team's won against Belgium. That's great news. If you lose, you get an easier draw, and that was the reason we had that draw.
Yeah.
Southgate's always been very good at that. I would say I give him credit for that. It's just designing his route,
navigation,
playing that way, and I think that's part of the reason we saw the tactics against Denmark was just to get the draw, make sure you don't lose. Did the same thing against Scotland last time out in the second game. Get the points on the board.
America as well.
With a group that a lot of third place teams go through, 4 points after 2 games is and has turned out
you're
to be
guaranteed to
guaranteed progression.
Yeah. No,
So
I think you are correct. We wanted to see so much more from England against Denmark, and we are right in that. We are right in that demand. You know, we're not asking for too much. But I do also think it's important. The reason why we were all fairly uninspired by watching England play in the game against Denmark wasn't because of the points accumulation. England's points accumulation, 4 points after 2 games, particularly when the other two teams in the first round of fixtures drew.
yeah,
4 points was perfect. Win your first game, draw your second game. If we had done that, but had been more inspiring, more aggressive, more gung-ho, more full of passion.
Yeah.
If we had done that, but got exactly the same results, I think we would have been a lot happier.
Someone just called you a passion merchant in the chat, and then you.
But I don't understand how people. I don't understand
can
how
I just
people
say
use
though,
the
someone
term
just
passion.
said-
People use the term passion and they try and put it as a negative.
Someone just said, Vito's just said he's banging out John Barnes' rap right now. Can you do the whole rap raw?
Can I? Yes. Will I? No. I do.
For a super chat?
Who's
For a
this-
super chat?
who's this
For a super
geezer? You
chat.
don't
That's
just
gotta
put,
be
you
worth
don't
it,
put
come
50
on.
pence in my back and expect me to perform.
Well, you said
Pound?
we could do that yesterday.
Pound on pound. I mean, I am for sale. It's just not 50
Someone do a
pence.
super chat asking for Rory to do the John Barnes rap,
Oh,
please. Hugh, what are you making of the changes to England? Well, the change to England's team, and what are you expecting against Slovenia?
I feel sorry for Trent. The dream's over. The experiment has
Failed.
massively, and he's been exposed as someone who clearly isn't a midfielder. Hopefully, we see more aggression today, and that is, the tenacity that Gallagher brings, or yellow cards or fouls that he brings, should hopefully get us the ball back quicker, so we can do more with it higher up the pitch. But look, I just want to say about the Southgate drama. We're not alone, France, for example, blessed with a wealth of talent. Their second team could probably start in every position, I reckon.
They haven't scored a goal from open play.
Exactly.
3 games.
3 games. You talk about 1 penalty.
Scored 1 goal,
there's
actually.
a serious conversation, isn't there, going on about Didier Deschamps.
Well, exactly. Even though he is,
He's got a proven track
well,
record.
he's in line. He's basically the antithesis of Southgate in terms of what he's achieved.
Yeah.
Like, as a player and
a manager. Yeah, he is the definition of victory, isn't he?
I think he'll be the first to do Euros World Cup as a player and a manager.
And yet couldn't get Dennis Wise out of the
If they
team in the
go
Chelsea midfield.
Stop it.
One of the things that I saw this week, which was quite worrying, not only that England have scored as many goals as Scotland, but also the goal. I don't know here, this Rory. The expected goals of the team were massively low and one of the lowest in the tournament. And it kind of reminds me of where United were just conceding 20 shots a game, and you're like, this isn't going to end well. Like something's wrong massively. Do you think that's the case for England, or is it just 2 games and you can't really read much into it?
I don't think the XG tells us much that we didn't know already. I think we've watched the England games, haven't we? We've watched every kick, every second of every England game. So we know that there is a problem with chance creation. We don't need a formula to tell us that. We know that there's a big issue. And I think the reason why it's quite concerning is because on the pitch we have some of the most dazzling creative footballers at the tournament, and yet that's not manifesting itself into chance creation. So it is a worry. But I believe, of all of the things that I'm worried about with regards to this England team, scoring goals isn't one of them. Whether it should be, I could be proved wrong here. But when you've got Phil Foden, Jude Bellingham, Harry Kane and Bukayo Saka in the team, I could make a list of 10 problems with England, and scoring goals isn't one of them.
Well, that's what everyone expected. Everyone expected defence to be our Achilles heel this tournament, especially with a few people missing in there. But actually, we've been pretty solid in that department, even under quite severe pressure in a couple of games. So, I mean, for me, would I like to see more changes? Yes. I wanted Foden not on the left. I wanted him either in the 10 or out for a game. I would have welcomed a few more changes as well. Maybe Cole Palmer coming in, definitely Anthony Gordon. Maybe there's an issue there. If you remember last time I was on it, I talked about this theory that maybe there's a bit of an illness going through the camp based on performances.
Based on nothing.
Well, based on the fact that we've
I've
been
never
rubbish,
seen that anywhere on
but
Twitter.
also based on John Stones having an illness.
For the last 10 years, United have been ill.
If that goes on Twitter, Spencer's going to get one of those, those little paragraphs. those little paragraphs where it just...
You got one of them
Yeah,
before,
what
didn't you? You got one of them before, didn't you?
I didn't.
You did. You
No,
got
it says
Something like Chelsea
you
are a
got
bigger club than
community
Arsenal or
notice.
something. And then it was like Arsenal won more trophies than Chelsea or something.
You got community
Didn't happen.
noted. You did.
No,
What was it?
I remember
Didn't
that.
I
did.
I can't remember. I wouldn't have said that because I don't
He said
think
something
Chelsea are a
like,
bigger club than
Chelsea
I
have
wouldn't
done
have said
this
that.
in Europe, and it was like actually they haven't or something.
Yeah.
Don't think. Didn't happen.
Either way, get behind the boys now. I'd
Cry
actually
later.
prefer. I'd actually rather have. It sounds ridiculous. As long as we end up winning the group, because I think we need to. But I'd rather us have a really good end-to-end draw where we're pressing and we're scoring goals, even if we have a few mistakes and concede some, than a 1-0, we just take one chance and then sit back. Because I don't think we can win the tournament like that.
I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
I will 100% take victory in any form because finishing top of this group is actually the only thing that matters tonight. As much as I want to see a performance, and I think over the 3 games, you could certainly say that performance is very important. You want to see things to inspire you. You want to see maybe tactical prowess from Southgate. Tonight isn't that. Tonight, it's like when Arsenal were hoping to win the league. Game week 8, it was very important that the philosophy of Arteta was being instilled and demonstrated by the players. Game week 36, win the game. This is game week 36.
Yeah, 100%. But isn't that knockout tournament football in general?
Basically, yeah.
Southgate and Deschamps both are being, put through the ringer for not playing a more attractive style of football, not scoring more goals, not winning games in more convincing ways. But ultimately, you just need to win the game.
No, we need to
Deschamps
win the
has a bit more
group.
credit in the
I
bank,
caveated
doesn't
that. We've got to win.
Of course. But again, he's got the pressure on him, man, even though he's won a lot.
I mean, I want it all. I want to see a performance. Do you know what else I'd like to see? It's not even so much like the ebb and flow of a beautiful game or anything like that. Do you know what I'd like to see more than like pulsating England attacking football? I'd like to see control. I'd like to see England 1-0 up at half-time, 2-0 up or 3-0 up at full-time.
Pressing.
Just in control. Like, you will have moments of your team doing this. For me, I remember when Jose Mourinho was our manager, and say the second year when we had Michael Essien in the team and we retained the league, you just weren't going to lose. You were just totally dominant. You would go 1-0 up after 9 minutes, and then you would score another one on around the 70th minute, and nothing else would happen. You would give the team you would give the opposition the ball in various places. You would take your foot off the gas. You'd make sure nobody got booked. You'd make sure nobody got injured, and you would just totally and utterly, from the first whistle to the final whistle, control the game. This England team were good enough to do that.
I think the difference there is the manager.
Yeah,
Mourinho is, that just in the same way as like Sir Alex and Wenger are responsible for changing the face of the Premier League. The detail that he went into with opposition, research, the dossiers that each player would have had on their desk beforehand. Just a next level.
We spoke about Rory getting community noted about a minute ago.
Didn't happen.
I have the tweet.
What's wrong with you?
Read
What's
it,
wrong
go
with
on.
you? What are you, a copper?
It says, still processing what happened last night. It's on the 24th of April. That actually has to be one of our worst performances ever. I mean, literally ever. Never has it been this bad. 30 points above us. 30. Never has the gap been so big between the two clubs being Arsenal and Chelsea. In either direction, we are last. The community note said, last season, Arsenal finished 40 points above Chelsea.
That was at the end of the season, though. That was at the
5-0.
end, mid-season.
Someone's done that, That's not AI or anything. That's an actual person.
But how have they found it? Like,
Someone's reported the tweet, I think.
And also,
That is essentially what community notes are. It's just if you see a thing that you think is
An error.
factually
so
incorrect,
it's like
you can
enough
Wikipedia.
people.
essentially.
So what?
yeah.
Could I community note you?
But I think it has to get
it's
approved
factually-
by
if it's factually incorrect.
Because I will do that.
Rory's good. The worst
Waiting
thing
in
is
the
you
wings.
can't see who's community noted.
Yeah, who's a grass?
So you can't get them back.
Who's a grass? Who's the Bertie Smalls of Twitter?
Well, me today.
Yeah.
Yeah, me today. Lads, who are you worried about? Obviously, you look at the back for Slovenia. They've got, a big goalkeeper in Oblak. You look up top, they've got Benjamin Sesko, who's
It's all about
highly
Sesko.
rated and, is about to unleash the dragon. What are your thoughts? Can Slovenia cause you any problems? Because we look at the group right now, fourth place could finish first if they play their card right. It's all to play for.
Yeah, they're playing for a lot, and we're underrating Slovenia massively in the sense that we're saying that from game 1 to 2, we've seen no change from England. 2 really, really poor performances. One was a win, one was a draw. We're randomly now saying we could beat these lot 3 or 4-0 with one change. There's a great chance that we go into the game 0-0 into the 70th, 80th minute, and it's a 0-0 draw. I know it's a horrible thing. It's a horrible preview. It's not an exciting preview for a live stream, but it's like these guys are going to be fighting for every ball. It's not going to be easy.
Yeah, it's
at
the
all.
biggest game of their lives.
It's not a run over.
But not many of them. I don't know. Maybe one or two play in Serie A.
They're
Two in the
comparable to the
Bundesliga.
Serbia side that we found very difficult to play through.
I was worried at the beginning of this group that the centre. I felt like England's issue, our vulnerability, was our defence. It turns out that Mark Gahey is the best thing since sliced bread, so there's no problems anymore.
Been superb, hasn't he?
I was very worried about our defence. And then when you looked at the opposition, you kind of went, Højlund is going to be up for it and potentially be a problem. Mitrovic, I rate very highly, and I've always found him like a pain. And then obviously Sesko. So far, I think England's defence has coped with Rasmus Højlund easily, coped with Mitrovic fairly well.
Yeah.
And
This guy's a different animal, you know.
do you think?
Big boy.
Yeah, they're talking about apparently a few clubs, Premier League clubs, have been interested in him because he's
Sure
a
boys,
sort
isn't
of business opportunity, market opportunity. But his release clause is now 75 million euros. He can score from 25, 35. He's not scared to shoot from anywhere, and he actually wellies it. And he's about 6'7".
Yeah.
So he's a serious threat from sort of. I think he's basically a much more difficult challenge than Højlund was, for sure.
Yeah.
Højlund was quiet in that game, and maybe it's down to the defence. Carl Walker's had a great tournament so far, in my opinion. I think Trippier's had a good defensive tournament, maybe not in distribution. And so Mark Gahey,
I don't
put
think he
himself in
played
the
well,
window.
Højlund, but what the team did as a whole, and he was part of that, was pressing England and keeping them pegged back. And
He worked hard, didn't
he did really well in doing that and causing problems for the defence.
They saw how Serbia did it, and it worked very well. And I think that would be the approach any opposition manager would take against England now, because we need to prove that we can handle it.
Yeah,
The
there's a
worst thing
template,
England can
isn't
do is go 1-0 up.
No. I mean, there is a real problem. There is a real worry.
It's
the way
painful
that
to watch
England
it
do that.
afterwards, though, isn't it? Because it's immediately like, wow, you're all tracking 20 yards back and just sitting there.
Yeah.
No, I don't understand that. That it's definitely a Southgate issue and something that he has to rectify, because this perennial going 1-0 up, which is supposed to be the perfect outcome, you go 1-0 up and then you panic, you sit back, you allow the opposition back into the game. In fact, against Denmark, we didn't only allow them back into the game, we put out the red carpet. We invited them back into the game. Højbjerg dictating the tempo of the game.
It was a free-for-all. It was like going to Soho House. Anyone was invited.
Hang on
I'm
a minute.
out, you know, lad.
Jack, that's not allowed. That's not allowed. You can't do that. You can't do that.
Man, you got to do that at least a week later,
You
not a
can't
day.
do that.
The reason I thought of that, I saw a poet on Instagram last night. He was at Soho House. I was thinking of replying to him, but
Rory said that joke yesterday, by the way, lad.
No,
Okay.
it
why.
wasn't about that. It was far better. I was talking about I think we were talking about Scotland, and somebody mentioned Scotland have done very, very well simply by being there. I said they haven't. It's a 24-team European Championship. Everybody gets in. It's like Soho House. Because they have any old Wally in there.
Yeah.
And Buvey just used it in completely the wrong context, plagiarised me, and didn't
That's
even,
like when you know-
no citation.
CC
Someone goes
Rory
to a
Jennings.
comedy show and they try to plagiarise, like Chris Rock or someone said at a comedy show, and they're trying to tell you the joke, and you're like,
Yeah, I've seen
this ain't
this. I've
funny,
seen
man.
this already.
They say, I need to see it. This ain't funny.
Has there been any development on the Love Island opportunity?
I can't go back there. I can't go. I'm not going to reply.
You're not invited anymore, I don't think. You know, once
You
you...
got invited onto Love Island?
Yeah.
Oh, that's hilarious. Please do it.
done it.
Please, God. Why didn't you do it?
I'm committed to the club.
I mean, we want you to go and do it.
That,
Maybe next
honestly,
summer.
honestly, does
I need
that
to lose
not
some body
help
fat,
the club a
that's
lot
what I
Help
more?
the club massively.
Mate, come on, get on there.
Yeah, next summer.
They might not want
For
you
the
next summer. You've got to
lads.
strike while the iron's hot, my son.
That's a good show. Yeah,
I think
I don't know.
You can bring you in touch with a few lads that have been on.
Exactly,
Tell you
I can
what
give
it's
you
all
some
about.
pointers.
Oh yeah.
Exactly. I've got
What, have you been on Love Island?
No.
My player have. They tried to get me. They tried
Oh,
to
that's
get me.
right. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I've been on about 4 times. Been on every single Love Island spin-off there is.
We currently have 5,000 watching, so thank you very much to everyone for tuning in. Those numbers are hopefully going to grow, but yeah, great to have that many before the game starts. Get hitting that like button, and please get subscribing as well. We're trying to hit 200,000 during the Euros.
I told
We've got
you
a
that's
super chat
impossible.
as well from Toby, which says, "Love to see Spencer. He's the main man."
Oh, thank you, Toby. Wait,
Is that
Toby?
a Toby we were
Is
just
it the
talking
Toby?
about? Right.
His surname is
Love that shout out.
Schwarzbauer.
Okay, probably not them, but either way.
RT also said Kane is Spursy and makes England Spursy.
Do you know of all the criticism that we can have about this England team, the one thing that I actually don't even think it's worth giving any oxygen to is the conversation around should Harry Kane start for England.
Well, it's a conversation we're going to have to start having pretty soon anyway.
Totally
Sorry.
disagree.
What do you mean future
It can't
tournament?
go on forever.
This is
no,
his
no,
last
no.
For
tournament.
the next, yeah, okay, thank you. That's it. We need to
26.
talk about it soon.
Just
then.
As the
World
main man,
Cup.
it's his last tournament.
Just about World Cup.
What? It's his last tournament.
One
What,
last
you don't
World
in
Cup.
18 months?
Yeah, I think so.
Who's coming
He'll be
through?
33, 34.
Should be on the bench.
Just like a pity.
No,
Pity.
Lewandowski's a similar age.
No,
But,
really?
you know,
Harry Kane
Lewandowski's
in the
older
next
than
tournament will be
exactly.
31 years old.
He needs to
You
start
think in
dropping
4
deep.
years he'll still have a
31.
leg?
No, in 2 years.
Oh,
at
2
America.
years. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
2 years. I think he'll be fine.
I think it'll be
2
fine.
years
for-
at
for
Bayern Munich,
America.
he's winning stuff.
We've got to start moving on.
But there's no one
man.
else
We've
though.
got to
Hugh,
start looking.
who's up and coming in 2 years' time? They have to be amazing. That's
we,
generational strikers.
They're not out
Bellingham
there, right?
false nine.
Someone's going to
Yeah,
have to break
Bellingham false 9 is an option.
That's that.
I did
I
say
can get.
that
It's the only one I can
pre-tournament.
get behind. The only non-Kane storyline I can get behind is Bellingham false 9 right now.
It can't be what.
I just can't. I
Off the
just
bench,
can't
what
hear
can
it.
you
You know when
What
people
else
start
have we
going,
got? What about
"We'd be
the
a
kid at-
better team without Kane."
Is the
Like,
kid at
okay, you're an
Brighton-
idiot. I'm not talking to you anymore.
Has the kid at Brighton played for Ireland yet?
Oh,
Yeah,
no,
Ferguson.
Yeah.
Ferguson.
He's gone. Yeah, he's
Ferguson.
gone.
How many times? Can we?
He's had a bang average
No, it's,
season.
about,
though.
it's whether it's a friendly or a competitive
He,
fixture.
no, he didn't have a bang average season. He was injured.
Yeah,
There's
that
a
season was
difference
bang
in it.
average because of injuries. It's still bang out. It wasn't a good season, was it? It was bang average.
Ely says it's a super chat, so I got to
Played
read it
12
out.
times
Sorry,
for the
Raw.
Republic of Ireland.
I got to read
There you
this
go.
out.
What now?
Says, Rory, have you gone to the bathroom to do your business before the stream today and not during?
Oh, they call you out on that, do they?
On what?
Wow. On
You went for a
the
shit at the end of the
bathroom.
stream yesterday. Didn't come back on.
No.
That didn't.
Why did you? That's too much information.
Don't have a false information on Twitter.
Also, that's incredibly misleading. Because
Sir Lee says,
very misleading.
I'm reading a super chat, so apologies. Says, big up Rory Blood Clark Jennings.
Thank you.
That is his actual middle name. Not a lot of people know that.
There you go. Yeah.
Stick that on Wikipedia.
Yeah. Instead of what expressions put.
Yeah. Bartholomew.
Rory, yeah, he's actually put that onto Wikipedia. Wally.
And Brian
Is that
Vidal
his
says,
name?
No, my middle name.
Oh,
if
your
you
middle
care,
name.
my middle name's James. But expressions has like created this illusion that my middle name is Bartholomew. And then if you look on my
What a
Wikipedia
guy.
page, expressions has managed to make it there.
Amazing. Yeah, Wikipedia is.
It's like community.
It's not a reliable source. Yeah, it's a bit like community notes.
It's like
Anyone can
community
do
notes.
it.
Yeah, it's very, very.
Brian
misleading.
Vidal, we've had this before, but has anyone been watching Copa America? Anyone interested?
Yes.
Anyone care?
Yes, we're up all day and all night watching football. Of course, we're watching it. Brazil last night drew with Costa Rica 0-0.
Oof.
Vinicius putting in another stinker. He's now scored 3 goals in 31 games for Brazil.
Wow.
And
Foden. That's
I
Foden.
mean, honestly, I was
better.
watching him yesterday and thinking it would be an insult to the history of the Ballon d'Or to give it to him. I hate to say it like that.
I do. I've mentioned this before. I kind of think he deserves it based on club season. But I've mentioned this. I think whoever wins the Ballon d'Or, or like forget whoever wins it, this is the weakest Ballon d'Or nominees bunch in a long, long time.
I don't know enough about this, but like I haven't watched any Copa America. But Vinicius Junior's wicked, right?
I mean,
of
Brazil
pressure of
are
playing for
really
Brazil.
struggling right now, man. They are maybe 6th in the World Cup qualification.
I'm
as
pretty
in
sure
it's not
every
a dead
time I've
cert
seen
that they
Vinicius
qualify.
Junior play, he's unplayable.
For club. Yeah.
Tune in over
he
the
not-
last.
Is he
God
not?
knows how
Is he
long.
not?
For Brazil, I think it's over a year since he scored a goal.
I read an article this morning as well. It was a Brazilian article translated from Portuguese to English, and they basically are saying the same things England fans are like. Why are we playing 2 DMs? Why are we doing it? It's like it's just almost the
look,
same
Is
debates
their
going
manager someone we know?
on. Shit. I look really.
I'm not sure.
he's from
not
the
sure if
Brazilian
he's
league.
Brazilian guy, but I tell you what,
Brazilian.
Who's
the
the
way,
Brazil manager?
the way that the
Ronaldinho's
squad,
come out and said the same thing, hasn't he? Obviously, last week
Yeah.
he's like, I don't want to watch
Exactly.
the team
Don't
play
support him
anymore.
he's
anymore.
backtracked though.
Yeah, he's back.
He deleted
I
it,
see
didn't
that.
he?
No, it's a
Yeah.
bad look. that's
Someone
why.
from President
Bad
of Brazil
look.
probably got on his DMs and went, "Come on,
But
mate,
they have a
just
weight of
play."
expectation, like Real Madrid fans when they
Larry
wait for like
Val
Frank. They have expectation, but they've got 5 World Cups to back up. They've got multiple Copa Americas. We have the same expectation as Brazil fans, whether for right for wrong.
Well, yeah, to
with,
go
with
back,
one
to
tournament.
go back to Adam's comment earlier about whether Kane makes, or it was a super chat, I think, whether Kane makes England Spursy. As much as I enjoy laughing at Spurs, England have been Spursy longer than Spurs have been Spursy.
Yeah.
England are Spurs.
We've never not
Literally.
been Spurs since the 60s. Like,
Although they've
five
never
years
not been
between our
Spurs
last-
since the 60s either.
well, they've won a couple of things. since then.
2 League Cups since 1991, but they haven't won the league since then, since the 60s.
61, wasn't it?
Just saying, we are.
Yeah, they won the league before
we haven't
England
just
won the
become like that, have we?
No, no.
We've actually got better in recent years. We've got
The
closer
player-
at least.
Yeah.
The players are coming out. So
Oh, it's
before we-
Trossard's the ref. Wicked. He's my favourite. Of all of the refs, Trossard is my favourite
He's a
ref.
good ref.
the players are coming out. So before we get your predictions, we're going to fly through a few super chats. James, we've kind of answered this already, but it says any players in Slovenia squad you rate. We've spoke about
Šeško.
Black. We spoke about
Šeško.
Šeško.
Yes, those two.
Mo Street says Booth Island, please.
Do you get it? It's like a pun on
Or Buvey-
Buvey and
Buvey
Love
Island.
Island.
No.
It's called a pun.
Edward says, I love this one. I might have sent this one in. Great to see a lineup with such good ball knowledge. And Rory and Buvey.
Zing.
Done you there, lads.
Below the belt.
And Manuel says if England end up second, they play Germany.
Well,
Yeah,
if
don't really
it-
want that, do we? Home crowd.
I wouldn't mind it. Ends our misery earlier. I don't mind that. I don't mind that.
They want to get the revenge after what we did to them last time in the Euros.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't want that.
they're
I'd love to
not-
beat them there as well.
They
Imagine
haven't
that.
been good.
Germany are
Gem-
very gettable. Man.
started
Germany
with
have
Krug,
been,
though, who
Germany
worries
have been
me.
rubbish.
They outscore us.
Germany haven't been past the last 16 in a tournament since 2016.
Yeah, they will this time.
They've gone out in the last 2 World Cups pathetically, haven't they? Do you remember the Japan game?
Yeah, the manager is probably one of the most elite minds in football, though.
But I wouldn't be scared of Germany.
It'd be one of those games
In
where
Germany.
it'd be a high-scoring game we'd lose.
Mate, I remember I'm a Chelsea fan who saw Chelsea win in Munich against Munich.
Oh, mate.
It'd be end to end. We think we're in the game. It'd be exciting, and we have no chance of winning. It'd be a 3-2 loss.
Boof. Let's just. Last time we played Germany in a knockout tournament, we knocked them out.
Yep.
Germany have not made it past the last 16.
No, they're better now.
For
They've
nearly a
progressed.
decade.
They've got a new manager.
Better manager, better squad.
I saw Kai
home
Havertz
advantage.
doing a step over the other day. He didn't know what to do.
No, but
Didn't know what the point was.
everyone in Germany is
90,000
calling
German
for
fans voted him
Yeah.
out of the 11.
full start, and he's got the best goals
saw
per
that.
game, goals per minute ratio of Euros history.
Mate,
isn't
if
it?
you
Or
put
tournament
if you
history.
put off the back of that Germany game the other night, if you put Havertz, when I was on my way home from here, I just thought I'd try and gauge the mood. Havertz into the search engine on Twitter, they hate him.
Who? Germans
Who's
or
they?
They hate
Germans?
Germans.
Oh, Germans. Oh.
They want him out of the team and that. They really hate him.
Are Arsenal going to start the season with Havertz as number 9?
I
Mate,
hope so.
He finished well, didn't he?
Is there any activity where by the start of the season you've got a new man?
This clinical Kai slander has got to end
No,
here.
I'm asking, I'm
It's
just
not
asking.
clinical though. That's
I'm just-
misleading.
I'm just asking
It's a
you.
malicious hoax to call him clinical.
Stop. He's clinical in his decision making. He's actually one of the most elite shithousery footballers that I can think of in the Premier League. He's actually he's a little bit Ozil-esque in terms of how his body language is so deceptive. Puts himself about. He's worked hard, and he has improved with every game this season for
So
Arsenal.
you're comfortable if he starts number 9 or August the 21st, whatever it is, the first day of the season, you're happy him number 9?
I mean,
to win the league title.
It's so interesting, man, that we, as football fans or whatever you want to call it, look at a striker as essentially the Haaland. That's what we're all trying to get. We're trying to get a guy who can score umpteen goals, break records, but there aren't just any of those players lying around.
But I
right?
don't think-
So
I
as a
think
result,
20
we have a
20
player
is a good
who
target.
involves himself a lot more in play. Gabriel
Yeah,
Jesus
of course.
himself, he's not an elite finisher, we know that, but the
Yeah.
rest of his game is
But Isaac
elite.
got 19,
And that
20
is
goals.
potentially much more important, which has been proven in the fact that goals are not what Arsenal are lacking right now.
No, it's true.
No,
So what are you
City
lacking?
won the league without a striker before
Ars-
Haaland, didn't
Arsenal-
they? They had Jesus, but they weren't playing him down the middle.
I think
Yeah, that's
Arsenal.
true,
I think
that's
Arsenal can win the league, whether Havertz starts or not. I think Arsenal can win the league, but I also think that there are far better options available for Arsenal that would make the league accumulation more successful. The reason why I think Arsenal can win the league with Havertz is nothing to do with Havertz. It's to do with the brilliance of Odegaard and the brilliance of Saka.
Need a
He's
deeper
part,
squad, they
he's
need a
part of
deeper
that,
squad.
man. He's part of that. That signing is like it's a market opportunity. You're not going to get a player who's got that experience for that kind of price at that age. He's still really young.
Yeah, no,
Still
it's
got the
turned out as a
potential
good
to
buy.
improve.
I
Good
think.
sign.
We've still not actually seen the player that
When
we
you
saw
say
in the
he's turned out as
Bundesliga
a
in
good
the Prem.
signing, this is normalising mediocrity.
Yeah, that's why I
hasn't-
say
he
I use the
hasn't
word
been
good.
mediocre.
For the
to be fair.
That's
first
been a
half
good
of the
sign.
season, he scored twice. One of them was a gifted penalty away.
What do
at
you end up
Bournemouth.
with? 16
He's
goals?
playing,
He's
playing
adjusting to
out
a
of
new
position
team.
though, man. Playing him out of position.
It's been good.
Learning
You're
in a
You're,
new
you're
team
coming at this
and-
from an you've got like past trauma.
No, I don't care.
With
I,
Havertz.
No,
not
he's
really
dragged you
trauma.
through the mud, man. Listen, I
saw
used to
him-
laugh
saw
at
him
the
at the
guy.
European Cup.
When he came out and said, "Oh, my favourite animal is a donkey,"
Yeah,
It was-
that was a
the
great
script
quote.
was right
That was
in
a great
itself,
quote.
right?
Sorry, I just went toilet, so I don't know who
No,
said
Kai
that.
Havertz. Kai Havertz, when he was like missing open goals for Chelsea, did a piece about how much he loves donkeys.
He's an animal lover.
It's been a good signing.
I'm an
If
animal
you got
lover.
Guardiola into a room and say Arsenal start next season with Havertz up front, I think he'd be happy. If it was Isaac, anyone else with Havertz coming in and outside, I think he'd be a lot more scared.
No, Isak's the one that Arsenal should sign.
Yeah, but anyone.
There's
Paul
no
Sesko.
denying though. He is part of an improvement in the sort of the options that Arsenal have got off the bench. A lot of the time, we're bringing Trossard off the bench. This is a new level of
Trossard, it's
substitute.
interesting.
that we've not
Trossard's a
been able
player
to-
who, as much as I don't rate Havertz, I think Trossard is the boy. I think he's a brilliant player. He's like the modern day Freddie Ljungberg for Arsenal. I think he's a fantastic player. Seems to score every time.
Does he start
watch
for
him.
you? Does he start for Arsenal?
Trossard?
In their best 11?
For
Going
us.
into next season?
You mean for Chelsea?
No, does he
for
start
Arsenal?
For
No,
you
I
as a
believe
football fan?
he should start for Arsenal. I think Arsenal fans Tell
Instead
me
of
that
Martinelli.
Martinelli's better, but I believe that Trossard is.
He's just dropped off form-wise, didn't he, Martinelli? There's good competition there.
Variety of
is it not
goals.
easier for
He's got a higher
Trossard though
ceiling.
when you're coming off the bench and Martinelli's kind of got the pressure of starting most games?
No, Trossard,
Like if we saw them swap roles, maybe Martinelli would start to look.
The biggest change for Martinelli, and I reckon the biggest impactor of his season, which has been a downfall in sort of form, is the lack of the metronomic Granit Xhaka sending him through all the time.
Yeah.
That Trossard, he's not got the pace, so we played differently. With Averts, it would have changed the way that the structure
Come on, lads.
Yeah.
system are working.
Come on,
We're underway.
Look, it's just a complete. It's a home game, isn't it? Look at this. Look at the stand.
Great stadium.
I saw 80,000 English fans there.
Slovenia's very near Germany, though. I've actually driven from Germany to Slovenia.
Although this game's the other side, isn't it? This was such an basically everybody I know this morning was on a Eurostar from Brussels. Brussels to Cologne, really easy, really quick. That suits us.
Quick mention of discussion of the price tag. Is Mark Gay's value doubling, trebling?
Where are we putting it now? What is his value in your eyes?
I mean, before the tournament, I would have said 50 mil.
For the tournament.
Even
So
less,
now you're
even
just
less.
Before,
I think
after the
it's still the
season that
same.
they've had, I would have said 50. Yeah.
40, 50.
So what do you think he is now then?
I
A
mean,
lot more than that.
His
He's
price
at-
hasn't
he's
gone
at-
up.
I can't
Whoa.
more than 60.
No,
He's
it's
man.
going
had
up.
2 decent games.
But that's how the market works. Maguire's
Yeah,
went up.
literally,
just how the
Maguire's
market
price
works.
value never went up.
It went up to 80 million off the back of the World Cup, right? Or was he already at
And
Leicester
we
City?
signed him before.
I'd love to know what Calafiori's value is
No,
right now.
2018 World Cup, he was at Leicester City.
Wish he was still at
Then he had a
Leicester.
great World Cup. He went for 80 million quid. Gay's worth 80 million quid minimum now.
Success in an international tournament is always going to affect your value.
Of course, but we're talking about 2 games where England were crap and he looked good.
but this is the
And I
sort
kind of
thing
feel a lot of that was because most of the players don't really want to play for the manager and he's new.
Yeah, but
Like, you know when like Moyes was doing crap.
Oh,
and he had us
oh,
like,
oh,
"Look,
oh,
But that's how football works. I don't think none of us around the table think he should instantly double his price based on the games, but that's how football works.
Yeah,
His
yeah.
marketability.
I think double because it's not starting from a low point. It's not double. 60, 70
I
mil.
don't think it's. Oh, out this way. Go on, Kieran.
Do you think someone
you
has
think
a-
he's worth
has-
more than
This is
Bramford?
good already, lads.
Very similar price, I think. I'd say.
Oh, unlucky.
Oh, I think. Well, because
But the
Man
fact that
United
he
tried
got
to go quite
selected
low
and
on
Branthwaite
Branthwaite,
didn't,
haven't
won't that have an effect on his value?
they? Branthwaite's younger and he's left-footed. I know Gray plays on the left anyway, but
Yeah.
I think Branthwaite's got maybe longer-term investment there.
Play
which is
both
what-
feet as well, Bramford, which
Yeah.
is really like because he's been talking about him going to United and people
Foul.
going. He plays in
Foul.
Lissandro's place. He can play on the right as well.
I think they're about the same price. To be honest, I think they're about the same
Do you
price.
think
I think
someone
Gay-
will have a go this year, or can they? Like Olise, is he gone to
He's
Bayern?
gone to Bayern, yeah.
So
Yeah.
who can they keep hold of? Because they've got quite a few serious.
Usually, what
alternative
happens
players.
when you let one big player go?
That's
it's
enough.
like usually a sign to everyone else, like you got to stay now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
They lost anymore.
I could see this Palace side. Like, you know what Glasner did, and they were looking really good towards the end of the season. They went on that incredible run,
The
rocketing up the
football they're
table,
playing is so
smashed
good.
Manchester United to bits
It's
as well,
over
which
now.
is significant.
That trio's over within a few weeks.
It's over.
What are you doing at
Matete,
Buvey?
Olise, and Eze's over.
Why you have to bring that up? It's proper out of Buvey's book that.
What?
Smashed Man United as well. What's all that?
Oh, mate, I did say that. I didn't say it for your benefit. I should have. It
amazing
was a
in that
double-edged
game, I
sword.
mean-
I said it to make a point, and it also riled you, which was the byproduct.
Well,
No,
I'm gonna rile you.
were United focused on the cup then, or was it just?
We were focused on lifting trophies. Yeah, you should find out about that. What's your predictions, lad?
I think England 2, Slovenia 0.
Spen?
I was going to say the same thing. Yeah,
Don't copy me. He's done that once
He's
already.
allowed to copy
Fine,
you.
I'm going to say 1-0 to England then.
I'm going 1-0 to England. now.
Oh, don't copy me.
Should we go for a? We'll go for a 2-1.
Jesus, what is
I'll go
that?
for a
Shoot.
2-1.
I'm going 1-1. I got the last game right as well. Oh, actually, no. England are going to win this 3-0, and it's going to be their best performance of the tournament before they go out.
Got another prediction for you is Gallagher's going to get a yellow and he's going to miss next round.
And that's another reason why is he starting him.
He's the only
If
one,
he's
by the
that
way.
good.
I mean,
that's-
That might force
that's another
England into
reason.
playing
You
the
can't
right
not
team.
play him
Because
because
that's
he's
not a
booked.
long-term strategy, is it?
What,
If he
because
gets a
he
yellow
might
in this
get
game, then you have
booked?
to
Does it
make another
cancel out?
change in round
If he
16.
doesn't get yellow,
No, you're
cancel
being
out.
serious.
I think
So
they do,
you
yeah.
would have been okay if Gareth Southgate went, I'd like to play Conor Gallagher today, but I didn't play him because he might get a booking.
If there was no one else, then you're right. if the fact that I think Wharton should have started ahead of him also backs up my point massively. If he's one yellow card away from not playing around 16, it's another midfielder we have to change over.
Oh my word!
can't-
What
free.
the hell?
You can't rest him for a game that may
that
not end up happening.
Shasheshko.
Yeah, that's
oh
true.
my word!
No, I don't think it's a mistake.
I wouldn't have
to play
started
him
him, period.
completely,
What are we doing?
It's more
man?
just he's a yellow card waiting to happen, isn't
Sorry, we just left the big dangerous Don up top on his own for
Yeah.
a free header from 6 yards.
It's John Stones, isn't it?
Stones,
John
let him have-
Stones. John
let him have
Stones.
that there. Stones didn't challenge because he didn't think
Felt
was
like
gonna-
he couldn't score from there.
Yeah, he watched it.
God, you could have brought it down. He had so much space.
What's
What is going on?
Is that Jude? That was Declan this time. Got it off of Mark.
That's Jude Bellingham has given the ball away in a ridiculous circumstance, so as Declan Rice already 4 minutes into the
Declan
game.
doesn't like with back to play receiving it. I'm sorry, he doesn't.
No, he hates it. He
Gary
doesn't-
Neville was right about that.
Half turn, he does not want it.
Have you seen the response from Declan?
Yeah.
About Trent.
He's
No,
done.
about-
He's done a
about-
Harry Kane-esque interview in this similar
Do
vein.
you,
all
mean,
like
do you mean
it,
about
but-
James McLean?
Oh yes, there was that. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Love James.
Talked
McLean,
about
me.
the
You
previous
love
history.
James McLean for
Well,
coming
I love-
out.
You've
and
never
having a
heard
go.
of him before this?
Class.
How can that be class?
You mean
It was
one club he
pathetic.
played for?
I don't know what he
Except
said. I
West
just love it.
Oh right.
What happened?
He
to him? What
winds
did-
everyone
what
up.
did he say?
James McLean just went on the front foot attacking Declan Rice, and Declan Rice was brilliant. Declan Rice said he'd probably a bit scorned by the fact that I don't play for Ireland, but I have nothing bad to
It
say
is a
about
bit of a
him.
shithouse move, though.
He
isn't it?
basically doesn't know who he is. But I tell you who's brilliant. Did you hear Sam Allardyce and Kevin Nolan speaking about him? They were
Just
great.
laughing, wasn't he?
Yeah, just laughing at him. They're like, who the hell is James McLean? What's he got to do?
It's not nice to see. I think
Kevin Nolan can't say that, though, right?
Kevin Nolan 10 times a player, James McLean. Of course
Yeah, he had a
can.
better
He,
career.
he can't say that.
Kevin,
can.
what are you on about?
Oh, man.
Of course he can.
Kevin Nolan was a
Was that
brilliant
who Sam
Premier
was
League
with
player.
when he was laughing?
That's
I
what
did-
Sam
I saw-
Allardyce and Kevin
Sam,
Nolan.
he was in hysterics.
in hysterics.
Like, is this a serious comment?
What did he
Yeah.
say then, James?
Yeah,
James McLean just said that he just fired shots at Declan Rice. Just said how good. Didn't think he was good. Said he's overrated.
Yeah, he's just trying to get the Irish vote, isn't he?
he's got it in for England. Full stop.
Yeah.
Really.
I saw a tweet the other day, which was quite funny. It was like Pickford 0.4 seconds after making a save, and it's that, Mark in Peep Show just going mental at Jez. And he was like, he did it again there. He made a save, and he was just like he does it every
He does,
save
yeah,
he makes.
yeah.
isn't it?
That's his game though. He's just one of those
Keepers
nutty
are crazy,
goalkeepers.
aren't they?
He's just a loony goalie.
You have to be crazy
They're all
to
loony.
stand there, don't you? And just
It's
stand
a
there
weird-
waiting for the ball.
Well, you're not a footballer, are you?
They are.
You're not
They're
a-
a different species.
Yeah.
Different-
You're not a
different
footballer.
class.
Unless you
For
play
sure.
for Pep.
No, but even then, you're
That's
still
true.
you're still not a footballer.
I think Layman.
No, Senny was a footballer.
Chesney has retired.
Remember
Pickford
Senny?
there telling them all to get higher. He's saying, everyone get up, come on.
We've been
We
flat
need-
so far. Been flat.
Hang on, come on.
We haven't
It's
been flat.
We've had a few bad passes, but it's all right. It's all right at the moment.
7 minutes.
6 minutes in, mate.
Yeah, but
This is what we do. We're not 3-0 up,
Do-
so it's
do
a
you know-
problem, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
better. That's better.
yeah. We're not 3-0 up, so Boovies flat, innit?
Crap this. The way he's used to, innit?
We're going home, lads. England 1-0.
Yeah.
Fucking hell, we're
You can
winning.
gauge a game after 6 minutes, roughly.
I don't think you
misplaced
can.
passes.
Look, Kane.
I think just looking after the ball is good. That's a
Oh,
fantastic.
Kane, just get in the fucking box, though, man.
But why would you
No,
want
you
him in the
roll and
box?
shut
Look,
your mouth.
there's players in the
That's why
box.
the Tony Kroos
There's
role.
players in the box, and he can.
It wasn't.
He can
He
dictate the
misplaced the
tempo.
pass.
Oh, that was a good
You
pass.
can't.
That wasn't a
Jesus
misplaced
Christ, Boothie.
That was a good pass.
7 minutes in, and all you've done is moan. That's a brilliant attempted pass from Harry Kane that hasn't come off. But if it does come off, England are in behind with 2 players in the box. You're seriously going to moan.
I don't
at
like
that?
the ball when he drops
Because this is
deep.
going to be a really long night. If the most adventurous moment of the game is also going to provoke scorn from you.
I don't mind it, but I would rather someone else be doing it.
That's what I'm
But
trying
nobody
to
else
say.
in the team can do
Trent.
it.
You'd rather Trent be
Yeah,
playing
yeah.
up
Got that in
there.
his locker.
Nobody else can play that pass.
No?
If you take Harry Kane, if you take that out of this team, nobody else is capable of doing it. And
As long as Jude's
part of
getting in
what
behind
Kane
at
is
the
so
same
good
time.
at.
Yeah.
But yeah. By the way, Southgate's been down the gym, I think. He looks pretty good in that polo today.
I've got that polo. I wanted to wear it today, but it was just too hot. It's
Well, I don't
very.
think the comparison would have done you any favours, to be honest.
No, he's a far more handsome man.
Also,
Actually,
I mean, if Gareth
actually-
Southgate's
It's still a
wearing
polo,
your
yeah.
wardrobe, you got to change your wardrobe, don't you?
No, he can't. No, he's on an M&S.
No, but you do if Gareth Southgate's wearing your clubber.
no, it's
It's not like,
it's
oh,
M&S
David Beckham's
finest.
wearing that shirt.
Go on,
Oh,
Harry.
that's good. It's like, Jesus, Gareth
No,
Southgate.
but it's wool, and it's boiling today. Like every picture I've seen, like my entire Instagram feed is just full of people I know in Cologne. Everyone's topless, like singing the Phil Foden song to Bruce Springsteen.
We got a super chat from Danny who says, as a Canadian, let's go England. And he says, come to Toronto, please. Then he goes, do you agree with me when I say on paper and talent, England are the best national team in the world and should win it all?
No.
I think this competition, I think on paper we're top 3.
I think Portugal on paper is the
Yeah,
best.
top 3 maybe, not top 100%.
Yeah. I think on
France and
paper it's
Germany.
England, France. I think on paper England are better than Germany. France and Portugal are comparable to England on paper. On grass, they're a lot better.
You know, when you say that, are you thinking about this squad here or just England's talent pool in general?
Mate, this squad, and on this pitch alone, literally out of the 11 that are on the pitch, it's Jude Bellingham, Phil Foden, Harry Kane, Bukayo Saka, Declan Rice. Like they are
Portugal's best team and
also-
France's best team. Both have better, I'd say, left back and centre backs.
Yeah, but it's also, you know, the defence is meant to be this ropey defence. It's half of the defence that Pep Guardiola won the treble with.
Oh,
Go on.
Phil
Without Pep
actually
Guardiola.
getting in behind.
Yeah, one off.
Foden.
To
Oh, wow.
Aye.
Saka slipped. Oh, my.
Bang it.
It's unlucky. It's unlucky. We're in
Alright.
behind.
Is he wearing
Oh,
Astros
sorry.
today?
Unlucky. It's unlucky.
It's all right. It's all right.
Look,
Don't see much
a
of that,
lovely
though.
ball through
I
again.
love you trying to reassure each other. It's all right, lads. It's all right. Is it all right? It's all
Phil
right.
Foden could have been more direct there. He didn't
Could be
need
way
to.
more.
He could have held it up as well. Like,
He's
that
not
ball
making the
wasn't right
decisions
ball.
I see him make every week for City. He's not making the right
Well, you
decisions.
don't have those repetitive patterns of play that
No,
City
yeah.
have where when you get the ball, you're always going to have that
I
player
know,
next
I
to you.
know.
And if you don't, he's getting bollocked.
I would have shot from there if I was him.
Or just turn
Test the
back.
keeper.
Turn back, held it
No,
up.
but he's on his left foot. There's no one there. There's no one there, is there?
Yeah,
in
but
the
that's
box?
the thing. If he doesn't
Keep hold of
score,
it.
he's not going to fall
Just-
to anyone
just
either. No one in.
rate,
But
just-
test the keeper from that angle.
Hold it up.
Been better than what he did, definitely. Should
Yeah.
have been better, but I think you could.
Even
turn
against
back.
Denmark, when he turned the defender and he could have played Harry
Oh,
Kane,
Kieran
he's not making the
Trippier,
right
man.
decisions.
Offside
That's our
anyway.
weak point, isn't it? Really. Trippier.
It's pathetic.
Unfortunately,
The left
just-
side is
you're
anyway.
too one-footed,
It's so bad.
and it's limiting Foden blatantly.
It's so.
Yeah, he needs an overlapping
It's
guy.
not only
at-
limiting Foden. The incompetence of Kieran Trippier on this side is having a distinct
Slovenia
impact.
on the attack, ball into the
my
box.
God.
Declan Rice doesn't
Declan.
control it.
Nervous.
It's having
But
a
it is
real.
cleared.
It's having a Kieran Trippier's lack of ability is having a major impact on Bukayo Saka's capacity.
Gary Neville suggested Carl Walker at left back. I've not heard that yet.
And someone's
And
going into
And
this
Kieran Trippier goes over right back.
No,
But then
Paul
you've got the
Trent-
same
Trent.
problem.
Trent.
haven't
Oh yeah, I like
Paul
that.
Scholes
Yeah.
and
I like
Trent
that.
at left back.
But then you got the
Did he?
same issues, haven't you?
You can't have Trent
Yeah.
at left back.
You could because he'd be coming in on his right foot, pinging it.
Defensively, I'd
Yeah.
be shitting myself. He can't defend right back. Well, I think he can, by the way. I think he's
Yeah,
underrated
Carl
defensively.
Walker left back and Trent Alexander-Arnold right back. I would be open to seeing.
Yeah.
Have we seen
yeah.
much of Walker at left back in his career?
No, never. Basically, never
I
at
can't
City.
remember playing there. I mean, you'd know more, but I
Maybe
can't.
at Spurs, maybe, but I don't remember a single game where he's played at
And
left
also,
back.
Man City have had a lot of trouble at left back, and they've never reached for the.
And we had Danilo at right back as well. He could have done that, but he didn't.
Getting
He
Trent
likes
at
to-
right back does kind of make sense, though. And then if you've got the Gallagher figure in there, it's a bit like having Henderson next to him, where Trent can get forward into the positions he's good at.
If you're going to have a right back out of position, you might as well have your better right back out of position, and also it would facilitate getting one of the most creative players in the squad on the pitch.
In his preferred,
I don't think.
maybe not preferred, but in
Well, I
his
think
right-
Kyle is very good at like running straight lines past people. And I think as you're on your left side, that's a lot harder to do. I also think
Yeah.
Trent played his best football at right back when he had Van Dijk in absolute prime. I don't know if we've got a centre back
And Henderson ahead of him.
and Henderson, yeah.
Yeah, so
Protect-
Carl
I
Walker's
don't know.
Carl Walker led to the goal against Denmark. The one quality of this England side this tournament has been Carl Walker.
I think with this
to
team, the
minimise
way
the
to
left
get Trent
back
in is to go the back three and play Carl as a right centre back, so he covers him, and then Trent can have way less defensive duties.
I couldn't believe Gary Neville said it, really. I thought, no wonder we struggled in 2012 in the Euros. Well, in 2016 as well. Crazy.
With England teams in the past, it did, and by the past I mean under Southgate, it did feel like, even though you didn't agree with some of his selections, like you wanted Grealish in or whoever, it felt like everything functioned as it was supposed to. And now it just feels like the midfield's not quite functioning. The defense is. It feels like there's too many issues there that you need to plug these gaps. And
This feels like the most his lineups have been questioned in any of the tournaments before. A lot of the teams sort of picked itself with a few.
Yeah.
Like I said, Grealish was always the one, but people, even when he was off the bench, he was a good option to come in, and people didn't mind that.
But also,
yeah,
when
this
he
one.
was leaving, up until this point, when he was leaving Grealish out of the team, whether we thought it was right or wrong, you couldn't really complain because he was picking Raheem Sterling, who had been
Yeah.
proven for England. So it wasn't like a bad. It wasn't.
or Rashford,
It wasn't glaring because the alternative was certainly sound. Whereas some of the decision making lately, the players that he's been selecting, the players that he's been prioritising, they've certainly got a few question marks around them.
There's got to be something wrong with Anthony Gordon because his statistics speak for themselves.
There
Like, he was
hasn't.
so good this year.
Do you know what, Spence? I think you're being really generous to Southgate to say that there must be a
Well,
reason
he had an
apart
injury
from
in the lead-up games, didn't he?
to say that there must be a reason apart from the reasoning of the manager.
Don't know. He's not even come off the bench though.
No, but neither's Cole Palmer.
crazy.
No, but
This is
Eze
the game, though. If
No,
we
he's
go,
put Eze on
Yeah, but-
and he's not played
Or
Gordon.
Wharton.
Something's got to be up with Gordon, in my opinion, because he was injured in the warm-up games. I think there is something there.
But no Palmer.
No, Palmer's a different one because he changes everything about what's up, like the way we play at the moment. Palmer really needs to be going in the 10, and he's got Bellingham and probably Foden ahead of him in that position if Bellingham wasn't there.
He put Eze ahead of him. I couldn't believe that.
Yeah,
Couldn't believe that, man.
I think it's the left back, man. The
Oh,
lack,
for
the
fuck's
lack-
sake!
the lack of a left
Jesus
back
Christ!
Say what you see.
is
Say what you
making
see.
him.
I mean, I think John
go more
Stones.
secure.
If I'm going to be really kind to John Stones, I think there's been a bobble as he's gone to control it. I think it has bobbled over his foot, which isn't his fault.
It's happening a lot
But-
this tournament, man.
Yeah, the pitches
bobble.
haven't been great.
Yeah.
The pitches
it's happening
haven't
a
been.
lot for us, that's for sure. We've had some terrible touches
Hey,
and
the-
passes.
The control of everything I was saying before the game, just like the control.
The illness
Just look,
has really
just look
affected
after
us,
the
though.
ball.
This illness is really not cured up.
Just look after the ball. Just protect it.
We look nervous. I think that the press is starting to get to some of these boys, certainly the younger players. I think we look like it's in our heads.
It's hot as well
everyone's
out
been saying. Yeah, but it's not for everyone.
Every tournament.
No, I know, but it is.
Every
You know the
tournament's hot.
English and heat as well.
Yeah.
Every tournament's a summer tournament
Yeah.
since the dawn of time.
I mate, the next
apart from the
tournament's
last
going to
World
be horrible.
yeah, but
It's summer weather, wasn't it?
Exactly.
The next
like-
tournament in the
Oh
US.
shit!
Oh my word.
That's gonna be crazy. Mexico as well, Canada. It's gonna be madness.
Hugh, what you made of
it's
this-
going to be horrific for England.
We're not gonna win anything.
We haven't seen us losing yet, have we? And I think we know that this team and manager, they're not the most resilient.
Yeah,
If we
maybe
end
that's
up-
what we need. Go and chase the game. Go and get it
Dangerous.
instead of protect it.
I know, Hugh. I feel like you've borrowed the Buvey copybook, which is finding the
It feels
positive
like
in the most
Man
negative
United and
situation.
Mourinho, when at 0-0 your team plays the worst football. At 1-0 up, they revert into type and just defend.
Better.
And then at 1-0 down, they look amazing. And it's because the
Here we go.
tactics go out
Here
the
we go.
window.
Drive. Come on.
He's been superb.
That's Jude.
Nice.
Go on,
Get
Saka.
there, Makayo. Go on,
Gonna
get the
foul
corner. That's well done. Better England.
Okay.
Come on.
I thought we were going to get a penalty then.
Just a nice move though, from back to front. At least it was like a
Right.
Who was that? With the late
He got the
tackle?
ball, Slovenia.
On a Gallagher.
That's Trippier flying in, I think.
Trippier,
Or was
yeah.
it?
Smashed him, didn't he?
Oh,
They're playing better
beautiful
now.
stuff from.
I mean, England did
Why didn't you
just
slip
did
him in?
exactly this 2 seconds ago. They literally did this 2
Trippier's
seconds
gonna
ago,
get
and you
booked.
said nothing. And then Slovenia do it. You're like, they're better than us.
He's got a yellow there.
Right, that's not
Trippier.
ideal. Trippier's got the yellow. Oh, is it Foden? No, it's Trippier.
No, it's Trippier.
So what?
Well, Luke Shaw can come in next game anyway. He's not banned, but yeah, get Luke Shaw in.
Is he ready?
He's supposed to be knockout ready. That's what it says.
Wait
so
a minute.
Late. It's so late. Isn't it?
It's a yellow, isn't it?
There's a bobble there as well.
That's a red.
They could go back, couldn't they?
Foot's off the
That's a
ground.
red.
Do they review
this,
yellows?
this day and age, that's a red. I don't think it's a red personally. But you've seen them giving us reds in this
Have
day
you?
and
It's
age.
only 1 foot. It's not 2
No,
feet.
it looked
Foot,
late
one foot
and
off the
reckless.
ground is a
It
yellow.
looked late and high.
I've not seen
It's
a red
only
like
made
that.
contact
Not
with his
reviewing
ankle.
it,
Though. It
are
hasn't
they?
made contact with
You
his
know
knee.
what saved him? The Slovenian player's legs kind of in the air.
Yeah.
You know, if he's standing, that's
Oh yeah.
straight.
If he's
standing, it's a
you
red.
break his leg. Yeah.
We're just not. We're just way
It's
off
like
it.
good
aren't we?
ground.
Just way off it right now.
Denmark, Serbia is still 0-0 as well. We've got that on the screen. Obviously, our main focus is England against Slovenia.
This is
Um,
horrible.
But any team in this group could finish top of the group if they score enough goals. Like, Serbia could finish top of the group if they win and results go their right
It's all
way.
delicately poised here, isn't it?
Well, Netherlands started today, top of the group. They finished third.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's the power of the defeat in a 3-game group.
Slovenia ball into the box, back post. It's gone straight out for a goal kick. Sorry, but
do you
if they
know-
had anyone on the back
Mate,
post,
do you know
it's
what
1-0.
needs to be happening here, though? We're all very quick to talk about Southgate, and I think there is certainly a place for that conversation. But in that exact example, right, John Stones, Jordan Pickford. John
Walker.
Stones is a Champions League winner. John Stones has played for Pep Guardiola and been one of his most central, pivotal figures. Where's the command of the area?
Well, that particular
Why is he not
example, I
protecting-
don't think you need to worry because I think the ball was heavy and they let it go. I'm not whether he would have won the challenge if it had been a better ball. I don't know because we haven't won many headers this game. So I think there's an overriding problem with balls in the box this game. But that particular one, I think Pickford maybe.
But do you
called
not think that's because the view that you have? They didn't have that view.
Yeah.
No,
They don't
Stones
know
has
who's
tried-
behind them.
Stones has tried to get but they're marking men. They're man marking, so that there shouldn't be a spare man.
See what I mean? That's a fucking good chance.
There's a general worry about how many balls are coming into the box and how little we have headed for sure. But that one, I think, was.
There's a moment there, the ball's fired into Phil Foden. He doesn't keep the ball. Keep the ball. We're not keeping the ball very well at all.
No.
Worrying.
Do you know what I'd be quite up for seeing? See, look, Rice on the ball now. That's it. Just to feet. Gay. Just get everyone having a touch, feeling a bit more confident. Look, just get it out here to Trippier. Let Trippier give it to Foden. Get it back to Trippier. Just look after the ball.
If we can't get the ball down the side, Trippier to Foden, and Foden can't do something with the ball, then
have to
why
go
are
the
we
other
playing
way.
him?
You have to go
He
the
has
other
to create.
Yeah.
He can't create from that position, in my opinion, in this team.
No, I agree. And this is why Bukayo Saka's looked quite nullified at times, because the opposition know that he's the only player that
Lay it off.
Touch
Yeah,
it.
the one
And
there,
out
one
here
there,
now,
one there.
Rice quicker.
Foden get
This is
wide.
where we
England
wanna
worked it
play
well. They've got it
football.
Come
quite
on,
here to Phil
overlap. Go,
Foden.
go, go.
This is where he has to make something happen.
That's it. Come on, 1-2's on with. Okay.
But that's what Trippier needs. Foden needs. them run.
Quicker.
It's all right. Just start again. Just build.
That's it. Good ball.
Well, that's
Yes!
Oh, beautiful.
England are in.
Flags up.
No.
Offside.
Oh,
That's what I'm asking for from Phil
Offside.
Foden.
Oh,
by the
so
way.
much
That's
better.
It was
exactly
well
what I
worked
wanted.
by
That
England.
was that was sexy
Phil
football.
Foden found who was offside, Foden or Saka?
Must be Foden, because surely Saka was behind him.
Yeah, it was square, wasn't it?
Yeah, he's got to be.
Yeah, it's the correct decision.
Ah,
The
he
right
doesn't
run,
need
it's
to
the
be.
right ball.
He doesn't need to be offside though.
He's sprinting in the aisle.
He's looking across the line in the way that the linesman's
I don't
looking
think he
across
gets the
line.
ball if he doesn't go early.
It did look like he was way ahead of
The
the
ball's really far away from him. He has to run with the ball.
That
It's
is
a long
what
pass.
England need to do more of, though.
That's
That,
wonderful.
you know,
Best
popping
move
it about a
for the
little bit,
tournament.
Best
working
move of the
behind.
tournament for England. Yeah,
Foden just needed to do that little arc for that run rather than go straight
curve,
around the back.
curve it.
But that's nice.
Better.
Who played the pass to Foden? Rice.
Rice first time, wasn't it?
That's nice.
That was nice. Yeah, beautiful.
Really nice.
No foul.
thought we were in.
Fuck you now.
That's Bellingham. Let's be honest, since his goal, he's been a bit off it, any Bellingham, really.
He didn't have a
Mate,
good
he
game.
just fulfilled that Adidas goal that they needed for that ad.
Yeah.
And therefore, all right, I'm done.
Yeah.
Players must feel pressure of those things, isn't it? You know, like, I've got this big advert going out on Adidas, so I need to do something. Like,
Yeah, that's massive pressure, that. Ad was crazy. It was basically like, you're our only hope, dude. Like, do it all yourself, sort of thing.
Yeah, they're not bad sides, Slovenia. No question about it. Well organised, hit us on the counter attack. They'll believe. But that passage of play from England is the best we've had in the tournament so far. No question about that.
Yeah, it was offside.
But you know what I mean.
Yeah.
The intention was there, and that would give England a lot of confidence.
Have we had a shot yet? Or is that not?
No,
No
Not
shot.
onside
I
one.
don't think so.
So we're talking about these unforced errors and these little bits that are happening, but I haven't seen our opposition do many of them in any of the games. It seems to be, I think it's nerves. I really do think it's affecting them. Maybe not so much in the first game, but I think that it's starting to seep through now. They know they're not playing well, and everyone's reminding them of it constantly.
what do you make of England going very long from the goal kicks? Which is kind of rare these day and age, isn't it? Especially for good teams.
Does it say anything about our lack of belief in being able to play it out from the back? Probably more than anything.
But like Rory said, you've got Stones, Walker, who are used to it.
Gay's
Gay,
an excellent
been really
footballer.
good.
Maybe it's that relationship. Gay Stones haven't got a good relationship. They haven't played much together.
And you've got to be able to play out
Trippier.
both sides, because if the opposition know you're going to go Stones Walker, they're going to press that side and they're going to open you up to go
Force
to
you to go to
exactly. So you've got to be able to confident to do both. Trippier can't open up on into his left, so he's always going to be coming in, so it tightens the space.
I don't mind the ball over the top if it works. I mean, I remember a goal that we scored against Spain. It was Ben Chilwell touched it down from Pickford. And I don't mind that kind of ball, but the lumps upfield haven't been working this tournament at all.
Do you know there was a period where Kane was so good at those, when he'd back into people and he'd just win it constantly? He seems to not have that in his game.
He's lost an edge. I think he's lost a bit, yeah.
Is that because he's dropping off the centre back, so he no longer has those battles because he's kind of trying to drop into free space, isn't he? Where the kind of midfielders are picking up midfielders, so he's just kind of an extra man in there constantly.
I don't know if he lost a bit of physicality because of injuries.
Well, I think it could be injury related in the sense of he used to pick up quite a few, and maybe he's just taking a bit of robustness out of his game to try and keep himself fit, because he would really back into them, wouldn't he? Do you remember sometimes he'd be given as a foul, but it was a constant tactic of his.
He was nasty. He's so underrated. When he was at Spurs, how aggressive he was into the centre backs. He was nasty.
I thought he was really good under Mourinho.
Yeah,
he had that
was.
edge to him.
Yeah, him
where
and Bale were linking up.
It would hurt
Hey.
people.
Bale, Son, and Kane up front. They were top in November. We thought they were going to win the league. Some people.
Mourinho days.
Crazy. What a front three.
They were never going to win the league.
But they were top in November, weren't they? Spurs
Oh
fans
my
believe.
God,
Fuck
what the
me.
got away with that, but Kyle Walker, come on.
Was it an elaborate dummy?
Yeah, even Foden.
That's it. That's it again. That's it.
That was Foden played that.
Oh,
Yeah.
He's
me,
so
man.
central.
It's also so one-dimensional, isn't it? If you look, it's always really predictable.
Well, they got 2 men on Foden as soon as he's getting the ball to feet, which is almost every time.
But that should open
Locked
up
off.
space for someone else,
Yeah,
shouldn't
yeah.
it?
Trippier.
He's
It
starting
should do us a
position.
favour.
He's in the centre circle. Just come out of it now, but like, if they just get the ball down that side, we've got a problem.
That's the wrong ball again. Who's that?
Foden.
It's the wrong ball again. I'm always going to say it.
I would have loved if you went,
It's your boy.
actually, that was all right.
The wrong run. It was the wrong run. It was a good ball.
I'm never not going to say. I don't care who he plays for. You can play for. It don't matter. It's poor.
But they're giving us the
The
ball
wrong
back.
ball
here, and they're
over
not
and
doing
over
anything
again.
with it.
He's being asked to play on his wrong foot. That ball around the corner. He shouldn't be doing on the outside of his left
weak.
foot.
I'm really well there. Heavy pass, though.
There's no ruthlessness in our game. Well, they're giving the ball back to us twice in that phase, in the final third, and we've given it straight back to them
Yeah.
2 occasions. The other
Yeah,
teams
yeah,
don't
yeah. They
afford
should be
us that
punished. They should
luxury.
be punished for that, shouldn't they?
At least create a chance or do something. Like I honestly, I know it's an old drum we keep banging, but we need a winger on the left who's pushing them high up the pitch. Gordon is the one.
Yeah.
And surely it's worth a gamble. Why one change going into a game where we're guaranteed qualification?
And
I know the win's
It's
so
got to be
important,
great for opposition managers as well. You know they're going
know how
out to
to play.
Saka
but
eventually.
surely Gordon's it's perfect now.
it's a free hit for Southgate as well,
crazy?
because if he changes a few things, that no one will judge him for it. If it doesn't work, it'll be like, well, we called for it. You know, everyone's been calling for it, but he's not changed it.
Look at
He's
that
sort of been quite brave in a way to stay with Foden.
I mean, we're in an era where you can have an awful lot of substitutes. You know, we have a big squad out there, lots of substitutes allowed. We can rotate within the game, I mean. So starting this team doesn't mean that we won't see Gordon at some point. Cole Palmer, I hope to see. The rotation can come, but it would be nice to get this team, which is clearly Gareth Southgate's first team, playing as well as possible.
73.
It would be a great shame as well to have taken, you know, it's like Theo Walcott-esque. You're taking youngsters who've got ability. I don't know whether this does them any favours, not getting a minute.
I don't think it does. I don't think it does.
You've got to remember it's a 26-man squad now, though. So before, we would always do tournaments of 23 men. You still have a player
Who
that
doesn't
might not
play?
feature. So there's always going to be a couple that don't play.
Tony's not going to
realistically.
kick a ball, is he? What was the point of that?
No.
But
I don't
based
think-
off the
it's not looking
performances,
like
should,
Wharton will.
like Cole Palmer's had
Okay,
0
go on.
minutes. Is that
Right.
right?
This is nice,
Driving
this
run
is
from
nice.
Foden.
I just don't think
wow.
Palmer's had enough exposure to the team for
Shame.
Southgate to feel confident. I'm not saying that's the
That's
right
a shame.
decision.
Kane,
He
those
hasn't
legs.
But do you know
built
what?
him in
I agree with what you're saying, but you know when he
It was a
plays
heavy
Trent in
pass, though,
midfield,
no?
had
Yeah, he'd
really,
done that a few times, but he was
he went with the
he
wrong
was just
foot.
trying to make. Yeah, it was a weird one, really. But he was trying to discover this new option.
But this is how Southgate works. We'll get to the quarters. We'll be losing 1-0 to whoever it is. Let's just say it's Hungary. He'll then get Palmer on the ball. He'll give Palmer 20 minutes, and it'll be the most cowardly thing ever because he's not trusted him, and then he'll roll the dice with him. It's like when he brought Saka and Sancho on for the penalties. People say it was brave. No, it was cowardly to put those lads in the spotlight in that way. Southgate knew full well about the
he's
history
not
of
the
England
only manager
penalties.
to bring players on just for penalties, though, is he?
It's a very rare select few that have done it. And when we talk about Van Gaal for the Dutch in 2014, that was a keeper who was a very good penalty keeper. I mean, these lads had no experience at that level. It was so unjust doing that to those two kids.
Well,
in my
Saka was
opinion.
already on, wasn't he? Saka just took
Was
it.
it Saka?
Yeah,
Was it
Saka played all game.
So
Rashford
it was
came on.
Rashford, I think.
Was it Rashford and Sancho?
Saka won all the penalty competitions they did. It was like, that's not Southgate.
Coming from a man who knows fundamentally the issues of England penalty, you know, he missed a penalty in 96, of course. It's just like, so I can see a world where Palmer does play when we're losing 1-0. It's just like, what's the point?
How much do you think that penalty miss affects some of his tactical decisions?
I think it affects, you know, we were talking about last time about why he's maybe not put Adam Wharton in and stuff, and he's maybe trying to protect the youngsters from the media
Okay.
circus. I think he knows better than anyone what a negative media can do.
Jude Bellingham's won the ball back in the 18-yard box. Great tackle
good
on the
tackle.
Ping it, well done.
Declan Rice
Fight,
has done well.
come on.
Jude Bellingham's done well.
Bad
Win
pass.
it.
Oh,
Bad pass.
England winning the
In the ball.
50-50s at the moment.
That's it.
Attacking Phil
Trippier
Foden on the
overlap.
left.
Get it over,
Overlap.
get it over.
Get round
Trippier,
him.
go, you idiot.
Because he doesn't want it in his left foot. You've got to be unselfish. Make the
You've
run.
got to
and
go.
don't get the ball.
Open up the space for
Exactly.
Yeah,
Foden.
limiting that.
England would have been better off bringing me.
Mate, fucking
Left
Definitely
Trippier.
had a couple
Trippier is the
yellows.
biggest problem in this team.
Yeah.
If Trippier
Suspended
goes, then
by the
Foden
third
can
game.
beat his man. Foden can't beat his man because there's two of them.
That's, you've got to make an unselfish run.
Exactly, just run. You don't even want the ball. Just go. Fucking Trippier. Such a dumb selection.
Oh my God.
Had a terrible season.
Two passes and
He had a-
Slovenia
Sheshko
right in.
Sheshko.
Look at him. He's so his
Oh,
stride
if
is
they're
so
lucky that
perfect.
pass was overhit there.
He's like the closest thing to the next Haaland, isn't he? In terms of his strides, his
I
pace,
think that's
his
what they're
power.
looking like. Yeah.
Yeah.
Huge.
As it stands, the group is as follows. England top of the group with 5 points. Slovenia second with 3 points. Denmark third with 3 points. And Serbia fourth with 2. But Slovenia and Denmark have the same goals scored and goals against. So I don't know how that one will work.
And they played each other as a draw.
Yeah, so...
I looked at this the other day. What does it go down to after that? It goes down to...
Turn.
The last one it
Turn.
goes to is ranking. World ranking.
Kane.
Harry Kane
Don't
edge.
shoot from there on your left.
Right, it's better. It's a good 5 minutes.
Shooting.
Oh, he's kicked the ball with his left
Okay,
foot.
first-
now
first
run
shot of the game,
line.
right?
Foden, ball into the box.
Good ball as well.
Decent.
Good.
That was a really good cross.
Good.
Yeah, so if it's completely tied on everything, it goes to world ranking as to who finishes where, which is pretty crazy.
But Denmark should be ahead.
World ranking sounds very unjust.
That's outrageous.
Sounds very
World
unjust.
ranking.
Sounds so unjust.
Well, you say that. We once played in an esports competition where every person in the group finished on 4 points, and they did a coin toss.
That sounds.
And our boy Harry Hesketh got knocked out in a coin toss.
That sounds ludicrous.
20 grand prize. That was he missed out on. Mad, isn't it? So ranking's better than that. Although the ranking is rubbish, isn't it? Like it's never.
Also,
There's no way Belgium are the first best team in the world, right?
Also, anything that's designed to favour the more successful team is totally unfair.
That
Yeah.
has
So-
happened before, the coin toss. We've talked about that. Italy.
Yeah.
I think like 60s or something.
You can't have a coin toss. You've got to have something other than a coin toss. It's crazy.
Play a game. It'd be a great
Rock,
game.
paper, scissors at least.
Ball in.
Second ball. Anybody
Imagine
fancy
that.
challenge?
Get the captains out. Rock, paper, scissors. That would.
Yeah,
I'd watch
funny.
it.
That would be funny.
Well done,
It's not a
Dex
foul.
Byrne.
It's not a
Not a
foul.
foul.
It's not a foul.
This is good. Ping it.
Kane!
It's all right.
It's all right. We're
We've
getting
had a
there.
shot. We've had a shot.
We're looking better. We're
Not
looking
as
better.
hard.
It's been our best 5
We're
minutes.
going to win the whole thing. We've had a shot.
It has been our best 5 minutes of
Half
the
an
tournament.
hour in. Okay, so we're averaging, 3 shots on target a game? Actually, I think we had
On a
one in the
good
first
day.
game.
A good day. I think we were on about 4 for the tournament.
Whoa.
Only Scotland had less
Good running from
shots
Kane.
or chances created, wasn't it?
Good
Good
running from Kane.
yeah. Dear, oh dear. Come on, England.
There are moments
please,
we look so
God.
lethargic, and then we do wake up, don't we, out of nowhere? Lots of energy.
That was a good 5 minutes there.
It was really good.
Do you know what? If Kieran Trippier doesn't want the ball, it doesn't even need to call for it. But just by being there, he'd be doing a great service to Phil Foden. Just run the channel.
Yeah.
Just run the
Stretch the
channel
game.
or overlap.
Maybe he's been told not to do that.
Short pass.
No, he can't
Ooh.
be.
I don't think he can.
The
be,
only
'cause he's a
negative to
fullback.
it. There's only one negative.
Conor Gallagher's giving it away. Slovenia at
No
on the
shot.
break.
His left foot.
Sesko's had a shot blocked. Goes
He's a
through
lefty,
to
isn't he?
Pickford.
Sesko.
No, it wasn't him.
Oh, it wasn't
Yeah,
Sesko.
Sesko's got the blonde
I thought
hair.
Sesko was number
Yeah,
9.
he's a lefty.
Okay.
Jordan, not very few people do that anymore. You know, the full slicked back hair that with all the umlaut oil in their hair, like Jordan Pickford. You know, like, it's very old
Real-
school. That,
real
innit?
cream.
Yeah, the Reggie Cray.
Daxtons.
Yeah. I used to use
Dax.
Dax until very recently.
Dax Dons, absolutely.
Cheers,
Come
bro.
on, boys.
Come on, England. Oh,
You wanna do your
Denmark
John Barnes
nearly-
rap? See if you can
Hoyland-
lighten the mood,
Hoyland just
bro?
had a good attempt
Yeah,
there.
super
See
chat.
Hoyland?
That's it.
Yeah.
Oi.
That's it. Just keep the ball, lads, please.
Foden just looks very.
He's isolated. isn't he?
Anonymous
Bless
in
him.
that
I feel
position.
so sorry for him, man.
He has to take some responsibility himself. He's not having a bad game though, Foden.
No, there's a couple of things he's tried. It hasn't worked 100%.
But you know when you play in his position, it's not going to work, is it? Until it does, and then you score. You're allowed to, try things. They don't come off. Ultimately, when it
you had
does,
Cess talking about this as well.
Yeah, about him being braver.
Everyone's out of position in that team. You had Iniesta on the left wing. You
Yeah.
got David Silva on the right.
right, yeah.
Saying, "Look, use your football intelligence a little bit.
Yeah.
It's not just.
yeah, he was
But-
talking
and
about
I
the
do
Del
agree with
Bosque
that, but
team,
that
wasn't he?
was-
When it was 6 midfielders.
That was a team that was like so tied together in the way they played, the tiki-taka and the identity. So many Barcelona players in there, etc. Like it suited it because it didn't matter where they played. Like, kind of like how City works, and that's why Foden can play on the left for City.
Yeah.
This team is a load of random people put together. They've even got a proper left back.
What was it?
just
What was the
doesn't work.
6 midfield? It was
Alonso,
Xavi, Iniesta,
Busquets, Xavi.
Zola, I think.
Xavi Alonso.
No, not Cazorla. It was Xabi Alonso.
Cesc
Busquets,
Fabregas.
Fabregas up front.
David Silva.
David Silva on the right. And on the left was Iniesta
So what was the middle three? Busquets, Xabi, Alonso, and
and Xavi.
wow, it's outrageous, isn't it? And yeah,
Outrageous.
Cazorla and Juan Mata on the bench.
And Torres came
Yeah.
off the bench in 2012
Rory,
and
we had
scored.
a super chat here saying, John Barnes rap, please.
Are you mad? I'm a bit busy at the moment.
What was the what value?
That's outrageous.
It was
Yellow.
£2 from Adam McKola.
I think that's fair.
What for the rap? John Barnes rap.
Hey, I'm a bit
going
I'm
right.
a
Double
bit
the
busy at
rate.
the
Yellow
moment.
Come on, mate.
If you do
Come
it,
on,
we'll
man.
score. I
Both
guarantee
both
if you do it,
versus
we'll
for £2.
score. How about that?
If you can guarantee
I
me,
can guarantee it. If you do it, we'll score.
you got to hold and give, but do it at the right time. You can be slow or fast, but you must get to the line. They'll always hit you and hurt you. Defender and attack. There's only one way to beat them. Get round the back, so catch me if you can, cause I'm an England man, and what you're looking at is the master plan. We ain't no hooligans, this ain't a football song. 3 lions on my chest, you know we can. We're playing for England. England! Right, now, no, you promised to go.
I've
Right.
seen this episode before.
England's
Right.
gonna
Matches
score
are
that.
similar.
Phil Foden, top bins.
Well, let's keep it
A long way.
in the realms of
Here we go.
Long way.
Would Beckham shoot from there if it was on the other side? Maybe.
Not even
Just too
Beckham.
far, isn't it? It's just...
Phil Foden.
Oh, Foden! Oh, elite. Oh, that would have shut him up.
You called
God.
it there,
I'd have lost my nut.
What an
mate.
Mate, I'll be doing that rap every single time we had a free kick.
That reminds me. We did a stream on Paddock where we basically I went to the lads. Come on, we got to pray for Anthony Marshall today, and we prayed and he scored and we won.
You had to do it
And we
every
were like, we
week.
have to do this again.
I said before half time, to be fair.
Yeah, you did
Still
say
gonna
before
happen.
half time. If it comes before half time, that's my lucky charm.
Where's he now? Release.
Yeah, he should get a club though.
You'll get a big club, I reckon, still.
I think Italy would be a good place for him. Like manages
Roma.
injuries, go play somewhere it's a bit slower, and I think he'd kill it.
How old is he now? Like 26, 27?
Maybe.
He's older than that, isn't
Is he older than that?
No, he joined when he was 18 in 2015.
So like 27. then.
Ages.
When he was 18.
2015.
Yeah, do you remember the old
We're in the
Ballon,
European
the
Union.
Ballon d'Or clause?
Brave.
Ballon d'Or clause.
You
That's
saw
what was
him
in
in
the contract.
2015.
He's a really good player though, man. I think talent-wise as well. I think we ruined him, to be honest with you.
I've got
I
a
think we've
Margot
ruined a lot
Robbie
of
clause
players.
in my club contract. I've got a Margot Robbie. If I get a Margot Robbie, I get a bonus with the club.
Safest bonus.
We'll cross that
ever.
imaginary bridge when we get to it.
Yeah, I mean, you may as well go on Love
Oh, is it
Island.
Love
'cause
Island?
That's not happening.
Love Island.
Yeah, go on Love Island.
Yeah.
It's the same as the Ballon d'Or clause.
Can we do a poll? Should Buvey go on Love Island?
Well,
Because
that's good.
he seems to think his commitments to the club stop him to doing that, but the
No.
OGs want him to go, right?
I don't upset Jack. He's committed me to a few streams for the next few
Jack
weeks.
will bollock you.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Wasn't there some concern about the emails?
Oh, my
validity?
God.
Slovenia. Oh!
Oh, fuck me. Yeah, the validity of the email didn't seem right.
Okay.
If you work for ITV,
Did you
it shouldn't
check
be
who
at
what- like, what
gmail.com.
I did check.
Oh, it was
that,
at
and you're,
Gmail.
you're right.
Oh, you've been had.
Gmail.com. Come
Oh,
on,
you've
this is
been
why
had.
we were
It was like
talking
Hannah
about
something at gmail. No, it should be itv.com.
Yeah, yeah.
Or at least the production
Spotlight
company.
Production.
At least the
It's one of the lot in the
Yeah.
chat.
Yeah.
The validity of the email was questioned from day one when they want you to go on Love Island.
Because do you know?
Of course.
He got offended when I said that.
No, but it was a very well worded email.
You're not.
AI.
You're not. And
You
I mean
better-
this.
have you-
I mean this in a very complimentary way. I genuinely do. You're not Love Islandy, are you?
But they're trying to be more diverse now, Rory, aren't they? They're trying to represent, the whole spectrum.
I saw that. You know that. Wow.
Some of the people on there now is crazy.
Mate, do you know who's on it?
the
Do you
guy,
know
the guy
that
with the
Joey
toupees, like,
Essex? Do you
Joey
remember him?
Essex, 33-year-old Joey Essex.
Joey Essex is on it.
There's a girl that her face is melted
Wait,
off.
on
Yeah.
now, is it?
Joey Essex is.
Is he
There's
like-
one on a.
He's 33.
My age.
He's 33.
He's
not as
also,
old as you.
he's also the
And he's also
thickest. He's
famous.
also the thickest man in the world, isn't he?
I think part
No,
of
it's
that's an
fake.
act, isn't
It's
it?
fake.
Yeah,
He's fake.
not-
He's a
not
very
actually
smart
pretty
kid.
clever in
He's
some
a very
ways.
smart guy.
No, he's a very rich guy.
He's made
There's
a
a
lot of
difference
money.
between
Yeah,
being-
but he's made a lot of
He's
money
not
from being
thick.
thick.
Yeah, he must pretend to be.
If you're
No,
as
no.
thick as he
Who are you
pretends to
talking
be, you don't
about?
make it as
Go
far
with
as he
it.
does.
I don't think that's true.
You don't know who Joey
I think you can be
Mate,
very business
I wish
savvy,
I was you.
but not be able to tell the
Have
time.
people around you, man.
You don't know who Joey Essex is. That's a great world to live
You've
in.
heard of Joey Essex.
Yeah.
You've seen his
from a
face.
decade ago.
He popularised the word
Decade
league.
ago.
David
decade
Essex's
ago.
son. David Essex's son.
No, from a decade ago.
You know
he
David
was.
Essex, do you?
He was.
Oh,
I-
curly hair.
Oh,
from-
yeah.
Rory.
Yeah. He was incredibly famous about
all
10
over
years ago from the only way is Essex.
They're all
Yes.
over us.
The only way is Essex.
was one of the
What, and
original
his name's Joey
I
Essex.
don't think it's
No,
his
it's
real
not
name,
actually
is
his
it?
name.
Yeah, it's like his rap
I think
name.
it
innit?
is his
Is
name.
it?
I think it is.
Done Saka. That was fantastic from Saka. Good defensive covering from Bukayo Saka there. That's a free kick.
Greg
That's well
says,
done,
are we
Saka.
just dismissing Joe Gomez? Guys played more games at left back than Trippier and had a better season.
I've been saying Joe Gomez at left back.
I
the
thought he was
whole
going to
thing.
come in tonight. Yeah.
Like Kieran Trippier
One
is causing
change
so many
is so
problems.
weird.
He isn't allowing Foden and he's nullifying Saka. That's happening from the inclusion of Kieran Trippier.
One change is so cowardly. It really is, man. And Gallagher's been. I've not seen Gallagher today. He gave the ball away once.
He's an off the ball player though, Booth. Like that kind of. It's kind of.
So
the
why
point.
bring him in if we can have more of the ball than these lot?
We've had like
Because you have
75%.
to win. Because you
We've had
have to win the ball.
75%.
But yeah, because somebody has to win it for you. The reason you have the ball is
Declan's
because the
there
other
for
team
it.
don't have it.
I don't think we need 2 ball winners.
Ryan
two
has
ball
put a
winners,
super chat in and says, ask Buvey what his opinion on Foden turning Anthony when he pulls
Oh,
up
unlucky.
on an England jersey. Cheers.
Ask
Turn
Buvey.
into who?
He's saying Foden turns into Anthony when he pulls on an England
He's
jersey.
not been great.
That's
I've always
just
said
not
that.
true.
He's not been great. He's not been great.
Should we be making moves for Michael Elise to be English from now on?
It's
I
too late.
I'm going to say Anthony.
It's not too late.
It's too
It's
late.
definitely not too late.
too late.
And yes, we should, because currently the best English player in world football,
Oh
he doesn't
my
play
God.
for England.
Is that a handball?
Hate to say
No,
that.
hit his tit.
But the only downside is where
Best
do you
English
play him?
player
though?
in the world that isn't English. Who's that? Elise?
Musiala, right?
Musiala. Yeah.
Oh,
Best English
Musiala.
player who isn't English.
No, best English player is not playing for England right
The most talented
It's a
English
good
player.
shout,
is-
yeah.
Do you think he's better than
Shout.
Jude? Well, this time.
Where do we start with that?
I think he's better than Jude.
What, Musiala?
Yeah, he's just been in a worse side this season.
100%.
We could have got Haaland as well, couldn't we?
That's never
RT
gonna
Oh,
happen
that's
now,
right.
is
He's
it?
born.
Could have got
Never
Haaland born in
gonna
Leeds.
Oh,
Yeah.
for crying out loud, what are we doing?
Could have got
I read
Haaland.
We're chasing the wrong Don.
Well, he is
You-
a
you
thing,
wouldn't have
really, 'cause
started
he's
though,
gone to
Hugh.
the Norway team. There's 2 players in that team, and they don't
Biggest
qualify for
way.
anything.
Who
What
starts?
way?
Do we play 2 up front then? If we had Haaland now, right now,
Kane's a better player than Haaland.
so
What?
you drop Haaland.
No,
You don't
Well,
start
what an
Haaland.
option to have.
Footballer, not goals.
Yeah. We're looking for goals. We probably just go, do you know what? He's broken the Prem record
I'd go
first time
Haaland.
out. Go Haaland. What are we talking
Haaland would be
about?
better because he'd stay up front.
You'd have Kane and Haaland.
I'd go
You play
Kane.
3-5-2.
Both.
Have 2 up front.
It's too much.
2 wing backs, 3-5-2. It'd be
Go on.
amazing.
That was a
It needed-
fantastic
That
ball
the
by
far
Trent.
Gallagher.
Harold.
Gallagher has to get a touch on
Haaland
that.
scores that, innit?
He shouldn't get to
100%.
Kane. Gallagher should get a little
No
head on that.
exaggeration.
Right on
great
there.
cross
he
by
ducks out of it.
Trippier.
He ducks out of it. He might
that
get a
our-
No, I
goal.
don't
Is
think
that
he
our
ducks out of it. I think he
Gascoigne
misses the. I think he
it looks like
misjudges the
Misfight
header.
the ball, yeah.
Is that our Gaza moment?
Yeah, you're right. It's not a Kane miss. It's a Gallagher miss.
Gallagher should connect with this.
Look,
I think
Gallagher's-
it's both, you know.
No, but
NPC.
Kane's watching it.
Kane's never
I
going to
think
get
there's a
it because he's assuming. I think Kane would probably be assuming that Gallagher's going to win it.
Yeah. He could jump higher than that, Gallagher. His neck wasn't fully
Yeah, yeah.
extended. There's a header to be had there.
No, he
Just say
mistimed
about
it.
assumptions.
He did mistime it.
The mother of all.
What a moment that would be. He comes in, he scores. Southgate looks like a legend. Gallagher gets his spot. Oh, it'd be beautiful. Who played that cross in?
Rabadam says,
Declan.
replace Buvey and McKola with Hugh permanently. You got all 3 of us here. What kind of...
Relax, lad. Familia.
Also, all 3 of us are here.
Yeah, it seems very unnecessary. Very unnecessary. Like if Hugh wasn't here, you could potentially go, I wish Rory wasn't here and Hugh was, and that would be a legitimate thing to say. But if we're both here, it's just
That's a bit rude now, isn't it? RT said, Buvey should be on Love on the Spectrum. Is that bad?
Wow.
You definitely don't
You
need
said
to
that,
read
didn't
that
you?
out.
No, I didn't say that. I said they're trying to get a whole spectrum of the human experience
Was
on
that
the
super
show.
chat?
Not
Super
that he's
chat.
on
Gotta
the
read it out.
spectrum.
Got to read it out.
Okay, I think there's a new rule regarding super chats because I think people know that you are dedicated to the.
That's the whole point.
That is literally the whole.
No, but you
You
can't
have
say
to read
All
out.
right,
You
Buvey,
have to.
I apologise.
you can't say
You don't have to
anything.
apologise.
I didn't have to apologise. Buvey's been invited
mean-
on that as well.
Okay, fair enough. Mate, I was fighting for Buvey when he didn't want me to. I'll stop.
To be fair,
One day we'll give Buvey the super chats and he can read the bad ones out about me. Although there hasn't been any.
Yeah, the night is young, Adam.
Just say it. Just say it. Now watch some more
Yeah.
blooded
You should see the group chat.
It's better from England. Bit
Wait,
more
there's a
control.
group chat without me in it.
Yeah, there's a splinter group. It's called the club.
Go on, Harry.
Oh, that's right. That's
Better.
right. Corner.
It's all
corner.
right.
shots off.
It's all right,
mate.
mate.
Why is he
Mate,
shooting
we're
from
okay.
35
Mate,
yards, man?
Wait,
There
yeah, the main man.
Hey.
Who is that guy?
You see his interview?
He's just a
actually
famous fan.
speaks
He's a
very well.
really
Is that
nice
Trent?
guy. Yeah.
There's a clip from him in 1990, I think.
Yeah.
Barmy Army.
When he's a young
He's a
kid.
kid.
Oh.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Snooker says Kevin De Bruyne's mom's English too. We really missed out.
Kevin De
There's
Bruyne.
loads, lads. There's loads.
He's
no,
perfect
no
England
new
player, actually
contract
bottles it on
available on the
international
market.
duty.
Is that right?
He's not had a new one, no.
He's-
He's playing out his current contract,
Yeah.
2035.
Look at that geezer.
He said he was
Definitely
interested by the
can't
money,
do
mate.
that.
I think he might. There's a chance
Here we
he
go.
goes.
This is it. Declan.
Ref. Oh,
He's got a touch on that.
Yeah, it's all right. Throw in England's ball.
No, it's not.
No.
Declan. Oh, he's getting a foul, is he? Trossard.
Trossard, little
Guy's a prick. Honestly, he is, man. They're all dickheads, man.
It is a bit of a push.
Yeah, it's a foul.
A lot of people in the chat are kind of making sarcastic comments about, like, pretending to blame things on Trent when he's not on the pitch. Do you think too much was made of Trent's performance?
Are we backtracking on this already?
No, I'm not. I'm just. I'm
These guys
reading
are
the
flip-flops.
comments.
These guys are flip-flops.
I
They're
mean,
idiots.
I
They're
literally
idiots.
just said it was the OGs.
No,
Yeah, I don't care. They're
You're
idiots.
getting me back for reading that super chat out, Booth.
No, I'm not saying you're an idiot. I'm saying these guys are idiots. The guy can't receive the ball in a half turn. We're playing at the highest level of international football, and he can't take a ball. The first touch he had in the game against Serbia, he couldn't control the ball, couldn't trap the ball in midfield.
Devil's advocate of
What world
that
are we
is
living
that
in?
he created more chances than anyone else.
Yeah, but Sheffield United had someone that created more chance than anyone else, and they came rock bottom of the Premier League. I mean, everyone's going to have someone
that guy still might be one of their better players in a bad team. We're talking about Trent as an individual.
He was by far the worst player in the first game. By far, he was
I don't
way
think
out of his
that's true.
depth. Way out of his
First
depth.
game, I'm not
Who was
sure
worse?
that's true.
There was no one worse than Trent in the first game. The back four had a better back four.
Foden?
I don't think Trent has been
Foden had a better game.
scapegoated, really. I don't think Trent has been scapegoated. I think he's unfortunate that he has to vacate his position because he isn't a midfielder. And it's all very well to think that Gareth Southgate's treated him harshly here. Jurgen Klopp hasn't exactly committed to him as a midfielder. I think there's room for Trent Alexander-Arnold in this team, but it is at right back, and it involves Kyle Walker potentially going into a different position, either a back three, Trent Alexander-Arnold gets in, Kyle Walker moves over, or Kyle Walker goes left back and Trent Alexander-Arnold goes
That's
right
where you're
back.
right, mate.
He
the
just
back
can't
five.
play. He
I
just
agree.
can't play. I don't think Trent Alexander-Arnold is a midfielder.
Some of our
Where
best
do you
football
think-
under Southgate's been back five.
Where do you think Pep would have played him?
There you
Oh.
It's unlucky we're playing well here.
Where do you think Pep would have played him at City?
Who?
Trent.
Right back, 100%.
He wouldn't
He
have
would have come
started
in.
for City.
100%.
But it works in that team because they have so much of the ball. Like, it's
Yeah,
so true.
yeah,
if
that's
you're
it.
a right back or whatever, even a centre back, like Declan Rice, I think one of the reasons he isn't as confident as some of the other CDMs in the world in that position is because he played so much of his youth career at centre back, and it's all about reps. When you've got scanning all this sort of expecting someone, if you're a right back and like he does for Liverpool, and you walk into the centre midfield area. When the actual centre mids are vacating their centre mids, you have so much more time and space. When you're the guy that's got to receive,
you wouldn't have started for City.
Well, Alexander-Arnold,
it's a completely different skill, and Trent's never practiced it really.
That's interesting. Do you not think Alexander-Arnold starts for City under Guardiola?
Prime City, whatever that is, Centurions, treble winners. He doesn't start. For me, it's the City side that beat Inter Milan. It's very, very well balanced. Ake at left back, Kyle Walker at right back. Sorry, it was John Stones at right back. Kyle Walker came on, so no way does he get in there.
He starts Trent over John Stones at right back though.
Not on the form of John Stones of how defensively
But surely
solid
you
that
then
back
get
four.
John Stones into his preferred.
But you won the treble because of defensive security. In the final 3 months of that season, we were outrageous with
So
the
then
four
why
centre
hasn't he
backs.
done that since?
He's done it a large part of last season, and I think it worked largely.
Stones
and then
at right back.
Akanji at right back, Gvardiol was a centre back playing at left back. He tried it again last season. We got very far to winning, or getting close to potentially securing a back-to-back treble season, which is crazy.
It's the new meta though. That
Yeah.
4 centre backs is the
Four
way
centre
forward.
backs, yeah. I think Trent's defensive incapability would Guardiola would
In
be
fact,
losing his
like,
nut.
We are a much better team, England, with Ben White.
Yeah,
Ben
no
White
doubt.
starts.
He has to be playing.
At right back.
Yeah.
It's a damn
Sorry,
indictment
mate. It
on
frees
Southgate.
up Walker to be doing whatever he wants to do, centre back, left back, whatever else he can do. But essentially,
Well, you
man,
can't.
I
If
agree
you
with you
put
about
Ben White
White.
in the back four, right back, you Kyle Walker can't get in. He needs to play left back.
Does Ben White not start as a centre half for England? Is that not what would have happened? He would have never got the chance.
I don't know if he's as strong.
I don't know, man. I think honestly, he's shown himself to be like this year up there with the best in the league at right back.
I do
not
agree.
Kyle,
with you.
though.
I do agree, but he's not better than
Kyle,
Kyle Walker.
Honest.
I
Based on tournament football as well, what
honestly,
you need in one-off games.
I like having that pace, that get-out clause that Walker gives you.
Exactly.
I wouldn't drop him, but
If
I think
forgetting
Ben White and
age,
Kyle Walker.
forgetting age and that, if you're building an Arsenal team to win the league next year, do you want Walker or White at right back?
that's an outrageous question, man. Most
Forgetting age.
I'm saying because you can take White
yeah,
as
but
a
forgetting
person
age,
now
Walker.
because he's younger.
You love
forgetting
Walker.
age.
You love it.
We were talking the other day about is he the best like we've ever
Yeah.
seen? So
You have to go
probably.
Walker.
Imagine
yeah.
Saka and Walker.
He's still playing
but-
well. I think you still got.
But realistically, age is a factor, and right now, White is improving.
you know, as a player
No,
for the
no,
next
yeah.
5
It was just
years, Ben
theoretical.
White 100%. But as a player for now and in the England team, I think Walker still has that spot.
It's a big loss for me.
Also,
man. Wow.
But
Right
if you
back
were to
isn't
go
a
back
problem.
free, Ben White would
Yeah.
100%
Ben
be one of
White's
the
so
centre
good. I
backs.
want to see him at centre back.
100%.
I think he's a little bit wasted at right back. Not so he's had a 10 out of 10 season. I really rate Ben White. You almost want him in centre back. He's so good as a footballer.
How about
To
this?
influence play
back
and
three,
play out from
Walker
back.
left centre back. So you've got him there purely for pace. You've got John Stones and you've got Ben White, who becomes a right back because Trent is your right wing back, moving into those midfield areas. That is probably the best.
But then what about
team we could
Reece
play.
James?
Well, he's
Reece
gotta
James
be
has to
fit
be in there.
first,
Yeah.
hasn't
Too
He is
injury
fit.
prone.
he?
Right? He's not even worth talking about because he's just not.
Reece James is worth talking about.
When
no,
is he
but if
fit?
he's
When
injured,
is he fit?
can't.
Yeah, I think he's fit right now. I think he is fit. He played it for Chelsea at the end of the season, didn't he?
Yeah, he's never fit. Is it?
I just don't think that Reece James, you could easily argue is the best of the lot when fit, but the fact that he's never fit means he's not in contention. I wouldn't take him in the way that I wouldn't have taken Luke Shaw. They just haven't played enough football this year. It's ridiculous. I'm so frustrated. Can I say off the back of what we just witnessed here? I was thinking about the changes, and obviously people are talking about Conor Gallagher. Is he doing enough? Is Kobe Mainoo the answer? The obvious conversations that we have time and time again. Just to put something to you lads, is the answer simple? Switch the wingers in terms of their positioning. Just switch them. Put Bukayo Saka on one wing, and I'll get Bukayo Saka and Phil Foden to alternate wings.
It's better than what we're doing now, in my opinion. I know we haven't seen a lot of Saka on the left, but it's not about Saka per se. It's about the balance of the team. The balance of the team is off because of Trippier at left back.
Yeah.
As long as we've got a right-footed left back, I believe if you want to play Foden and understand why he does, even though he's not really done it for England, you swap him. You get more out of Foden as a right winger, 100%. And I believe Saka's skill set works on both wings. He will beat a man and put a cross in.
He certainly will, and also it just creates a bit more balance, because I'm convinced that the reason that we're struggling so much is because we aren't utilising the full pitch. You've got Kieran Trippier doing nothing that involves his left foot, even things that don't involve kicking with the football with his left foot. He won't even do a dummy run on the outside on the off chance that the ball falls to him and he has to use his left foot. He won't even make that run. So it's completely nullifying Phil Foden's ability because they're doubling up on him. He's got no support from his fullback, so nothing's happening. Equally, the Slovenia defence know full well that there's going to be no threat coming down that side, so they double up on Saka's side, and Saka is therefore nullified.
That's a double-edged sword, though, because if Foden's defensive acumen is not as good as Saka's, that's a fact, right?
Fact,
You'd expect that,
But then
right?
you've got Kyle Walker behind you.
Kyle Walker's got a better fullback.
But Saka has the protection of Walker there. You need a Trippier, someone who's going to sit, because you're not going to get that from Foden. So it's difficult for Southgate. I get the point about playing Saka elsewhere, but really that's the same point as we could have just fit him in at left back.
It's the same problem because Saka left wing still doesn't get the ball from Trippier. So it's the same problem
you got
over
width.
and over
You
again.
get width from the pitch. And Saka's not pulling up.
He's not getting the ball down the line either way.
No, but Saka will hug a touchline. Phil Foden's natural gravity pulls him towards the centre circle. It pulls him inwards. His natural thinking is to lean inwards. I think Saka, don't get me wrong, of course he can do that, but he's also left-footed and will therefore pivot outside. The pitch suddenly becomes 30% bigger.
Our goal against Serbia is Saka wing play, not cutting in on his left foot, is beating a man onto his right foot and putting a cross in.
Yeah,
he's
Bellingham getting in.
Twice as good at that on the left side.
Maybe the answer is get rid of Conor Gallagher. I think he's had an ineffective game. Foden midfield. Bellingham, ask him to drop deeper. He's been
I wouldn't mind seeing Bellingham get subbed off in this game. If we get another 10-15 minutes, get him half an hour's rest in his legs, because he's not impacting. He's not impacting.
And then who plays out wide if you were to do
You get Gordon on for Conor Gallagher.
I got some super chats that need to read that. Sorry.
Okay, we're kind of mid-chat though. Is it worth
No, some of them are
interrupting?
about it.
Right.
So some of them from Daniel. Klopp said Trent can play in the midfield, but why would he play the best right back in the world at right back? Someone asked, Jamie said Trent is a right mid in a 4-4-2 like Beckham. I'm not comparing before had him as an aneurysm. And someone else said Ward-Prowse would be good.
We talked about that last stream. He's the closest thing we've had to Beckham since Beckham. Trent. It's just we don't play 4-4-2s anymore.
Well, I think we have to forget the Trent thing for now. Talk about actual people that can influence the game right now, and that's Gordon, that's Wharton, that's Kobe Mainoo.
Trent.
Let's just get the Trent thing out of the way.
That in itself is going to be a problem for some people, though, because you're mentioning those names, and only one of those players has achieved things in his career. Only one of those players is like arguably top 1-2%.
I'd never debate it. They're just different position. I'm not debating bringing a right back into this current side because Kyle Walker's had a fantastic game and Trent's not a midfielder. If we needed a right back desperately in this game because Kyle Walker was injured, I'd debate Trent coming in.
I'm not even sure
we need a left winger to come in and get the ball, even if it's Eze on his right foot.
Kyle Walker gets injured.
That's his problem, though, isn't it? It's like, what is he? How do you play? How does he fit? He doesn't.
He doesn't fit under this manager. And if Southgate leaves and another manager comes in, we might see some unbelievable stuff from Trent in the next few years in the England team, because he might reinvent the system. But right now, Southgate, in my opinion, is motivated by fear, and that's why I say that. If Walker was to get injured, I think there's a very good chance he plays Joe Gomez at right back, or boring, Luke Shaw comes back and Trippier goes back.
What have you made of Conor Gallagher? Sorry, go on, Booth.
No, I'm just saying it's boring, isn't it? We're all talking about Trent. He's a right back.
What have you? He's not playing, to be fair. And England still look poor.
Had a poor season last season. He's had a decent. He came third. He's a right back.
And England's best chances have come from Trippier on the left so far.
Yeah, and I think Phil Foden's done a better job of hugging wide. by the way. But I think Rory's point about him coming in fields is spot on as well. Just need a winger. How about this? Play a winger in the left wing and play a number 10 like Phil Foden, PFA Player of the Year, number 10 in the 10.
We should be talking about Bellingham not impacting the last 2 games. I know. Listen, we all love Bellingham, and he scored the goal against Serbia, but what he was doing for Real Madrid, albeit in a slightly different position, we're not seeing that.
No, he hasn't had a good game.
You don't link up play.
Games.
Conor Gallagher's come in and look.
Why is no one talking about that though?
I'm kind of glad.
Gallagher or Bellingham.
Bellingham
He's the golden boy right now, isn't he? He can do no wrong.
can do no wrong, right?
But people will get tired of it eventually. It just needs a bit more. It's a funny one because Foden ultimately hasn't earned the England credits. So you've got everyone that understands City and what they do and what he does, and you've got the City fans. But an objective England fan, which I believe I am, you look at Foden, he hasn't really ever done it for England. There is actually no argument based on England football results to play Phil Foden.
But aren't all the players looking poor though?
They are.
Isn't
but
that
Foden's the imbalance in the
manager?
team. Foden's the imbalance. Everyone else can work where they are.
Everyone's not achieved for England until they actually do. You have to give this guy the opportunity to do it in the number 10 role. He's been trusted less than Eze to play number 10 in this tournament.
That's a debate.
I agree with
That's
you.
a debate that people aren't having. It's a conversation that people never want to have. Whatever people suggest, whether they suggest Gordon or whether they suggest Saka switching wings or where to play Foden, the suggestion that is never even put on the table is, should Jude Bellingham go off and Phil Foden be allowed to play in the Bellingham role?
Why doesn't Bellingham play?
role?
Yeah. Bellingham is like Ruud Gullit, right? He can play up front or centre back. I'm telling you, if as long as he has the right instructions and motivation, there's nothing you can't tell me there's stuff Gallagher can do that Bellingham can't. There might be a slightly different engine there and a few other things, but Bellingham next to Rice in centre mid is as good, if not better.
Has he got the balls
than
to say
Rice
to
and
Bellingham, I want you to be conservative. I want you to be the
that's the
midfielder
key,
that he
man.
has been
He
for
said that to
90%
the whole
of the
team though, and I think that's the problem.
But you're talking about the golden boy, man.
Yeah, the golden boy. Okay, but you're still the manager. It doesn't matter. There's a manager that managed Maradona. There's a manager that managed Pele. I mean, the manager is bigger than anyone, bigger than Ronaldo.
Be the golden boy in
2016.
centre mid. You can still do that.
I'm not disagreeing with he's got the ability to do that. What I'm suggesting is, in that dressing room, my guess is it's Bellingham putting his arm around Southgate and telling him,
that's what I'm saying.
this is where I play now, boss.
Embarrassing.
So you're laughing, I'm serious.
No.
I
agree with you. I agree with you.
Who's right?
But this is where we need to really understand Bellingham's football IQ and all these things, because he should want to win a trophy of England more than he should want to play in the number 10.
But he will also
he
believe
should be able
that
to know it's not working.
But he will also believe that his best position is the position that saw him play brilliantly for Real Madrid, take La Liga by storm, and drive Real Madrid to a European Cup. So I think he would say, "What are you talking about?"
He's not playing
Gareth?
that position. He's not playing that position here.
No, but
Harry Kane in front of him.
He's got Harry Kane in front of him positionally, but he is England's most forward-thinking central midfielder.
No, but for Real Madrid, he was a striker at times, or a false nine.
He was a
There
kind
wasn't
of
a-
10.5, wasn't he?
Because they played like a 4-4-2 with Rodrigo and Vinicius, and when they would push wide, he'd push through the middle.
Yeah, but the Kane
Similar
element
to where
changes
Bruno
it.
played against City in the final.
You got to look. I do believe Bellingham is a little bit different point in his career, obviously, but he's getting to the point where a little bit like Ronaldo is for Portugal, where he kind of maybe even runs the show, like even when he goes off. It doesn't, just because he might have that personality and that sort of alpha maleness to him, doesn't mean that he can't potentially assess the situation and go, right, we're getting nothing out of Phil Foden. You know, I'm seeing Conor Gallagher coming behind me. If he really has this sort of bravado, this, shall we say, ego about him, which we believe he does, he could probably make the decision and say, Gallagher, do I want Gallagher coming in or do I want Gordon coming in? Like, what's better for the team?
Exactly.
I genuinely personally feel like we see Foden playing for Pep. We see Bellingham playing for Ancelotti. We see all these players playing for managers that kind of, all right, Pep is very, you have to do what he says or you're out. But it still plays to the strengths of the players that he's got. Jude Bellingham's given that freedom with Ancelotti. Now, I'm not saying you have to give every player freedom or Bellingham freedom, but you've got a manager here that I feel is that everyone's going, Foden's playing badly, Trent's playing crap, this guy's playing. There's one common denominator all the way through this. And England are playing negatively against Slovenia, against Denmark, against Serbia.
Iceland,
I
Bosnia.
don't
Play
think
like that way against
We're
France.
not as negative tonight. But it's Slovenia. It'd be ridiculous if we were. We've got 75% of the ball.
Yeah.
Bellingham played 90% of his career as a flat central midfielder with another midfielder alongside him, like Rice is doing. He's had a golden season, and it's not fair to say, oh, he should sacrifice his game after what he's achieved. He's done incredibly well, but it's not working right now. He can't link up play. He's not someone that links up play in the same way that Phil Foden does. No way.
Southgate obviously does not believe we need to go and win this game. Because if he did, that would be the obvious thing to do.
But do you not need that for momentum almost.
Oh, I think you do. I
there's
think,
no
I think
momentum
we have
so
to win
far.
this game. Yeah, I think we do have to at least look like we're trying to win the game for morale. And I think we do look like that at the moment. But Bellingham in centre mid with Rice would be more of an aggressive play.
Falcon says he wants to see this team. Jude Rice sitting, Bowen, Palmer, Gordon, Watkins. Bloomy says, so glad Gallagher has come in today and ghosted his way through the first 45 minutes. Who needs someone with ability to play passes in behind? Michael suggests Gallagher and Foden come off, Palmer and Gordon on.
You can't say
push Bellingham
Foden
back
off.
where Gallagher is.
Foden has been one of England's better players. Foden has been at the epicentre of everything good that England have
No,
done.
but we at the same breath, you're saying he's part of the problem on the left-hand side. He's not getting in behind enough.
But he's also been. He's probably been England's best player that half.
Now,
hasn't
you could argue to take Jude Bellingham off. It was
could
never
have.
going to happen. But in football terms, you could take Jude Bellingham off, put Foden in.
But you see, I think Jude Bellingham's done okay. He's been selfless. He's been selfless. The other thing is, look, we're not winning the game. We're not losing the game. We've been creating. We're knocking on the door. It's not good enough. But I believe that if we keep playing like this, we're going to score, aren't we?
We're scraping
if
1-0.
If he
Yeah.
takes Gallagher off right now, and I'm not saying a manager should ever go on the sentiment of YouTube comments or Twitter or whatever the fans are saying, but it's a free hit. If he takes Gallagher off now, first of all, he can say to Gallagher, "You're on a yellow card, son, protecting you, so no morale impact there." If you move Jude Bellingham next to him, puts Foden in the 10 and puts Anthony Gordon off, there is not an England fan in the world that would be annoyed with him if we lose the game.
I think
Yeah,
it comes
true.
down.
Free hit.
I'm kind of repeating myself. I think it comes down to the message from the messenger. We got close to 10,000 people watching at the moment.
Kobe!
Across.
Oh my word, he's done it.
For Gallagher.
No.
Southgate,
It's got to be.
are you actually the one?
I mean, he would have done this a lot earlier.
Let's go.
That's a huge call, man.
That's a huge call.
It's something. It's not all we need. I still think we need
I'm
Gordon.
surprised
I'll
he
take
hasn't.
it.
Well
I'm
done
surprised.
for that kid, man.
I'm surprised it has
Wow.
not. It needs to be Cole Palmer or it needs to be Cole Palmer or Anthony Gordon as well, though, doesn't it?
His rise to this moment has been quite sudden.
Well, he
but great to watch.
Yeah. Plays under more pressure for United, though, innit? So he should be all right.
He's proper. I like him a lot.
Yeah, he's a very good
Fantastic.
player.
In terms of, holding the ball, retaining possession. Even
Scoring
when people
goals,
smash it at
scoring
him,
big
his first
goals.
touch is great. His big goals. You look at his winner against Wolves,
Yeah.
scores in the FA Cup final, scores against Liverpool at home, in the Premier League.
Received the ball and turned.
Is fantastic.
The only reason I think he's not played more this tournament is just, and it's not his fault, but is those few games he played before we didn't win.
That was England's.
that's
That was
held
England's
against
team. Like Gareth Southgate panicked off the back of that, didn't he? Because his team going into this tournament was Maino,
It's no brainer.
and he just panicked.
But then don't great managers stick to their guns?
Well,
Yeah,
it's
he's
just
not
I
a
think
great manager.
he's tested it. It's late in the day to test it. He's tested it, and he's just looked at the performances, and maybe he's looked at Rice and Kobe as a pair, and he's just not liked it.
I think that's really difficult to criticise that, man. He's made the change with Trent, and that was a big enough call for him because you've had to humble yourself.
That was a brave. That was a brave
now,
decision.
I think
Like,
it's another one,
I
man.
admired the experiment of Trent Alexander-Arnold as a central midfielder. I thought he was progressive and
But
quite
I admire
exciting
the,
from Gareth
the
Southgate.
backbone to be able to say, do you know what?
I got it wrong.
Yeah.
And equally with the Conor Gallagher introduction. Do you know what? I got it wrong. We have seen a side to Southgate in this tournament with these kinds of decisions that we haven't seen in the past. It is quite impressive from him.
Well, we'll see what
I've
difference
suddenly
it
got
makes
very
as well.
nervous. I was about to say before the substitution
Oh, you're
was made.
involved now.
I was about to say before the substitution was made, I would love to see Kobe Mainoo on the pitch, but I also don't want him to be have all the shit that goes with it. So
Right,
suddenly,
every tournament,
you're looking at a
Great
man that
players
wants
play,
England to win.
Surely.
There's a
You
new
wanna see
young
great-
one.
You
Yeah,
want to
but
see great players play.
I know what this England machine does to people.
I don't know.
What-
Has it
especially to
has it
Manchester
done that
United
to anyone
straight
since
away?
What does it do?
What's it done to anyone?
what
It's
does it-
elevated Harry Kane, Phil
It's-
Foden.
It's made David Beckham
Well,
a
when
national
everyone's
icon.
sitting here going Foden and Bellingham are shit.
Nobody, literally,
Maybe
nobody,
not shit.
nobody said
No,
those
we're
words.
all,
Literally,
criticising fantastic players.
Literally didn't happen.
I'm not
No, we're just
criticising
looking
them.
at football games. We're just watching
Yeah,
games.
literally
and saying
didn't happen
it needs
at all.
something different. That's all it is.
I'm not criticising
No,
you.
it's not that deep.
It's like catchphrase. Say what you see.
Look, already you can just see the
Oh,
errors
Maino's
that
on.
Kobe takes.
Yeah.
I thought,
Oh shit, you're in the toilet.
yeah, I thought we were talking about a theoretical substitution. That's great.
He wants the ball. He sits in between the two centre mids, and he's happy to.
You'll
receive
score a
it.
goal now.
He's
might
so
they?
much better than Gallagher as well in terms of just keeping possession, keep it ticking over.
It's a damn indictment, isn't it? It's a third midfielder, and it's kind of.
But it's a brave,
You know what I mean?
it's a brave decision from Southgate to a degree.
Especially at half time.
I can't think of a time where a man
to acknowledge
that
that he got it wrong takes quite a lot of balls in itself.
Yeah.
He won't say he got it.
No, he might be saying, "Look, I gave Gallagher a go. He's on a yellow card. Now I'm giving someone else a go." Simple.
Yeah,
as that.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
5
but,
minutes with 0-0. It's not
yeah,
worked.
but no, Trent Alexander-Arnold as an experiment didn't work though. Like that is one that he tried and didn't. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with trying situations, trying formations.
Do you think 2 games was too much? It was too much of a test. 2 full game or 2 55-minute games.
No, I think he gave it adequate. He gave it adequate time. The experiment of Alexander-Arnold as a midfielder, I think it was quite a noble experiment, a progressive idea that didn't work. There's nothing wrong with it.
Look at the
We're
run.
looking
Look
after
at the
the
run.
ball nicely already.
Yeah,
great
he
run
thinks
from
forward
Colby
as well. It's not all sideways.
There we
He's
go.
a great player, man. Love it. No, really, really excited, man. You know, he reminds me a little bit of Jack Wilshere. He's got low centre of gravity, strength. He's just not afraid to take it to that last second before he gives it. He's really good.
What a player Jack Wilshere was.
Come on, England.
Remember when Roy Hodgson took him?
Play in any tournament.
Yeah, he went to
2016.
Brazil 2014 as well. He definitely
Like,
played.
was he starting then?
Roy Hodgson
He
played.
started in Costa Rica. We played Costa Rica in Belo Horizonte in a dead rubber game.
So did Ricky
and he
Lambert,
started in
didn't
that. Yeah.
Ricky Lambert.
And Luke Shaw.
That's
in
how
fact.
bad it is.
Weirdly, Luke Shaw. mate.
Ricky Lambert.
Luke Shaw 10 years ago.
You know.
If we don't see Luke Shaw come on the pitch today, is that a bit of a concern?
They've always said from the minute one, he's a knockout.
It was meant to be.
Surely they expected him to get like 10 minutes.
I think he only started training with the team yesterday.
Yeah,
didn't he?
he's still training indoors on his own.
No, he's with the team now.
Is he now?
I think
So as of,
yesterday, yeah.
Right. Because he was indoors on his own until day before yesterday. Definitely.
Definitely indoors.
Indoors
Not
is
on
what I
the
read.
pitch.
That's what I read. Indoors.
Keep him out of the sun.
It specifically said indoors. Therefore, I tell you indoors.
Rory, mate, what's your thoughts on Chilwell?
I think he's really, really average player these days.
Right,
Really.
it's done then. For
no.
England, we're done.
And at the moment, at the moment, he was a very good player, very effective in the Tuchel system, integral to Chelsea winning the European Cup. Hasn't had a good game since, really. I think he's been quite unlucky that he's just never on the pitch at the same time as Reece James, and that's when they can play well. You know, our expansive fullbacks is what made us good.
Like, you've got such a head start being naturally
Hey, and there,
left-footed.
Kobe. That's it.
Mate, we
That's
look
it.
so much better, man.
Oh.
If we score
Oh,
this.
Jude, go on,
It's all right.
Jude.
It's all right. It's all right. Just look
He's
after
not
it.
like them.
Just look at it. It's fine.
There's a moment, the
Right,
ball
take
comes
it.
to Kobe Mainoo in midfield. He lets it go across his body. He plays it first time. It's
Lovely,
superb,
lovely.
man.
This is so good. Come on.
It's what we need
We
for a
are
tournament.
looking like a different outfit already.
Good 3 minutes. Yeah.
Kobe Mainoo's ball then. Honestly.
3 minutes.
Good 3
That's
minutes.
the best we've had.
It's a good 3 minutes.
Everyone,
You-
keep talking about
beggars
Kobe Mainoo.
can't be choosers.
I mean, the question will be, you know, if United don't have another, or if they do have another shocker of a season,
He's not going
is
nowhere.
he hanging around?
City have tried to poach him a few times, and he wants to play for Man United.
Yes.
Harry Kane.
Oh, it's a
Oh,
good
he's
header.
good.
as
Surely
well.
he's got to go for goal there.
No one there. I think that's the right move.
That's all right,
Someone's
yeah.
got to make
You
that run. Yeah, someone's got to run back post on them.
Does he not need to head it towards the goal?
You can't. You
Oh
can't.
no,
shoot.
that's
you can't
too
score.
ambitious. Walker, come on.
That's all right.
It's all right. Look,
Come on,
look,
Kobe, son.
Go on. Well
He's
done.
making things happen.
That's
Whatever.
it, the feet.
whatever it
Luck,
takes.
get
Foden.
that.
Just a bit wait.
Twinkle toes
Inspiring half-time team talk from Gareth Southgate.
Who's that's there on the left
That's what I
now
was
that
gonna
allowed
say.
Foden to go central?
Yes.
Oh,
Is it Harry? No, it's not. Is it?
Bobbly, it's a bobbly pitch.
Who
Like,
is it?
honestly.
Is it Declan?
Yeah, Declan Rice went there.
In the orange boots.
Careful, Gay.
I told you like Kobe Mainoo's the best player in the world, didn't it?
sorry, man. He's been elite. I'm sorry.
Who?
Gay.
Yeah, he's so good,
He's
isn't he?
commanding.
No, he's been
He
England's
reads
best.
the
He's
game.
been,
Harry Kane.
he's been England's best
Porn.
player. He's been England's best player
You
by,
said
by
Anderson was better in
distance.
the Denmark game.
The
He's
team
class.
you could
He
make
is class.
of Chelsea's
But I'm-
rejects.
I'm
Even Declan Rice is one
Massive
of them.
fan of this kid. man.
Declan Rice and Gay both rejected by Chelsea.
Gahey, Tamori, Tammy Abraham.
Tamori.
That was it was
Was
it was
Rice
painful.
rejected?
Yeah, he was
Well,
released.
he was making
released.
those calls.
Released at 15.
Not even that. Even like the likes of De Bruyne and Salah and all these
Yeah,
guys.
those ones are less
team is-
galling though because they did have chances in the first team and didn't look particularly good. They look ridiculous now.
Yeah.
But you know, I saw Mohamed Salah have a shot at Gay Meadow and hit the corner flag. Like he didn't look good. whereas you know, Fikayo Tomori did look good, and we got rid of him for no reason. Tammy Abraham did look good.
Slovenia flailed to kill. Oh, got it away.
We keep. Oh, don't shoot from there.
Oh,
What the
the
hell?
Doing, yeah.
Philip, he's so desperate to shut people up, isn't he?
He's trying to shine, isn't he?
That's
what goals can
unnecessary.
you remember where you've got don't shoot? Oh, it's a
Yeah, loads,
Yeah.
loads. Yeah.
So I remember Ronaldo Porto from like 45 yards,
Yeah.
and he picks it up and you just go, "Don't shoot it." Oh fuck, it's gone in. Like
Yeah, I mean, I'll take it, but I can't see it from Foden at the moment.
That went a Pushkas.
I think it did. You know,
Cool.
he's definitely won one. I think it was for that goal.
If everything finishes 0-0, England top the group, right?
Yeah, and Slovenia go through.
Depressing, isn't it?
Well, it's between Slovenia and Denmark,
All right.
depending on.
Aim for the corner flag, lads.
I'm going really positive now. Look, we've conceded one goal in this tournament. We are massively on top here. We can peak later in the tournament. I'm not saying we're going to. I'm not saying I believe we're going to, but let's just Go with it.
No, I do. I completely agree with that. Actually,
That's better.
I think
Because the sentiment around this table, myself included, has been quite negative, and we're actually not losing, and we haven't lost.
and we haven't been losing at any point in the tournament.
The whole country's ready to see him gone, though. That's what it is, man.
Let him go out on a high. Let's
He's,
let him
he's
go
at
out
the
on
end
a
of his
trophy.
tenures, no question. He's a lame duck manager.
He's our manager.
Unless
Yeah, it's a shame to think about it like that. If you think about, or at least you give him the credit of sort of, what he has done for the country or what he has done for the environment of those players in that squad. They clearly enjoy being there.
at one point, it doesn't feel like that's necessarily the case at the moment, though.
You have to be ruthless in football.
I think that's more about the people, like the media.
Yeah, they're getting criticised for the first time.
Do you know
Yeah.
but for the first time under Gareth Southgate,
That's a ball.
Good ball.
Foden's been much more central in this half.
Who's playing left? Sorry,
No one.
no one.
Well, Jude's out
Jude's there at the
Jude.
moment. Declan Rice
he does
pushed
do-
over
been
there.
fluid, isn't it?
Oh,
That's all right. That's all right. That's all right. Keep playing, lads. Keep playing the ball.
I think for the first time ever, though, under Gareth Southgate, like the culture of what Gareth Southgate has instilled in this England side has been brilliant since he took the job. That's what he's been good at. A player's been written about
cracks
it.
showing.
That stuff, yeah. Some of the wording, some of the selection, the conversation around Calvin Phillips was ridiculous and disrespectful to the midfielders that he did have. Go on, son. Go on, son.
It does look to me like a dressing room that aren't happy with the tactics, personally. And when you look at the start, I think these players feel hampered and feel
Some of
not
the body,
free enough to do what they want to do.
Some of Jude's body language has been, questionable to say the least. He's clearly miffed at how he hasn't got people bombing on now.
It catches up with you. I think his mythology's completely waned.
Especially when if you look at the squad and you're Jude and you go, get to play with Phil Foden this summer, Saka flying up there, Harry Kane up top, and then you get in and you got a manager. It's a bit like Moyes at United, isn't it? Lads, we're going to try and beat Newcastle.
Nice.
what a
Kane.
ball, Kane!
Kane!
Oh,
my
Harold!
God. See, that is
elite. That is
the
unreal.
point of Kane. That is the difference. And when people say, I don't want Kane to drop deep, you lose that. You lose the ability to pick out that kind of pass. How can you not want him
But he should
to
be on the
play
end
that?
of those kind of
what he
passes.
He shouldn't be on the end of those
Yeah, that
because
is
there's
Trent.
no...
That's Trent.
Because you've got Declan Rice can play those passes, Jude can play those.
no,
Loads of
Rice
players
can't
can
play
play those
ball.
passes.
Loads of players
Trent's
can
the one
finish
that
from...
can do
Well, then
it.
play another striker. Play him in 10 and play another
Loads of
striker.
players
Rice
can
can't
finish
play
from
a ball
12
like that.
yards.
Play another striker then. If you're happy with the striker,
Bellingham is that. Bellingham is
not a
that
penalty,
running
it's not a
deep
penalty,
guy.
it's not a
innit?
penalty. If you're happy with the striker,
How can you
drop it.
possibly
can't play
moan
that ball.
at Harry Kane playing a ball like that to Jude Bellingham?
No, because-
and go, well, we need
that
a striker.
doesn't
No, as
happen
long as someone's
every
in the
time,
box.
does it?
As long as
No,
Jude's in
that's
there, it
The other
works.
day he gave a ball away and you conceded.
Of course, it doesn't happen every time because it's genius.
If you want, you need a striker in the box, bro.
It's you don't need a striker in the box when you have Jude Bellingham and Phil
Bellingham is that
Foden
guy.
and Bakayo Saka making a run.
Everyone's literally been saying it until this one pass.
No, I've never been saying it. I've always found it ridiculous when people go, you need Kane in the box. We need him to stay up top. Part of Kane's brilliance, the reason why Kane is such a genius footballer, is because he can drop deep and dictate the play as long as you give him the runners beyond.
Yeah,
in Jude
it's
Bellingham,
fine.
you have a runner beyond, and we've just seen it
But when
materialise.
you've got the likes of Phil Foden, Jude Bellingham, all these players that do well in those spaces and those areas, stay where you are, mate. He only did it for Spurs because, Spurs,
doing it for
Spurs
Bayern
didn't
Munich.
really have anyone.
He's doing it
yeah,
for
and
Bayern
Bayern Munich fans hate it.
No, they don't.
And they also didn't
No,
win
they
the
don't.
league.
No, they don't. No, they
Yes,
don't
they
hate
do.
it. No, they don't.
They do.
No, they don't. This is like that conversation we had in the pub. How do you know Bayern Munich fans hate that?
Bro, I remember I did this weirdly, yeah. I remember searching like Kane's name after a game and seeing loads of Bayern fans going, this guy's dropping too deep. We bought a striker and he's playing DM.
That's really convenient for this argument.
No, I've got it from somewhere.
I remember
just
when-
like earlier when I was
remember-
reading the article about what Brazil fans were thinking about Brazil. Like,
You couldn't remember their manager's name.
I still read the article. I still kind of gauge what the journalists are thinking.
Of all
you know
of
what
the
I mean?
complaints that Bayern Munich fans have had this year, Harry Kane has been insulated from any criticism. He
How would you
scored
know
from
that?
their half. He scored. He
It's
scored.
the same question back to you.
No, not at all. Because I listened to Kevin Hatchard on Trans Euro Express. That's how I know.
He's a Bayern fan, is he?
Well, he's a German expert. He's a German football expert.
Any Bayern fans watching? Trust me, you don't want your striker there, man.
There's nothing
All the
wrong with
time,
your striker
constantly.
being deep when your striker
Especially
can play
if he's a
passes
9.
like
If he's
that.
a 10, fair enough.
And it's not
but he's a 9.
like his goal scoring record is hampered by dropping deep.
If anything, it's improved, hasn't it? It has improved in the last few years. He's scoring more goals somehow.
If you don't want Kane to do that, then don't put him in the team. Play Tony or someone distinctly average.
I don't think anyone can play that ball in this side. Like Rice doesn't
No, in
play a
this-
ball
Of course
like that.
not.
On
Of
this
course
side.
not.
Maybe Foden with his left
Mate,
foot, but
mate,
not from that angle.
There's very few players in the tournament that could play
No,
that
of course.
pass, let alone
Maybe
in this
Trent,
side.
but yeah, maybe Trent.
Yeah, Alexander-Arnold is one of them.
Yeah.
And that was the idea, right? He tried Trent in there to maybe keep Kane higher.
Yeah.
Didn't work. So now Kane.
Yes, yes!
Oh, that's a great header away.
That's it.
Kane was
That's
lurking.
all right.
Get back in the mix.
We're looking good. Looking good.
We're all over him, lads. Getting shots off and everything. We're actually playing football.
This has been our best 15, 20 minutes of the whole tournament.
Because we're not
hasn't
1-0 up, Boris.
But there was a time where we
Because
would just
it's
beat
0-0.
Seville
Yeah,
4-0.
something to fight
Those
for.
days are gone.
We're fighting. If we get to the Euros final, I don't want to go 1-0 up early again. It's a poison chalice for
it?
England.
We definitely do. We just want to go 2-0 up.
Another outswinger.
Oh!
Go on, go!
Oh,
Yeah, he's still alive! Oh! Yeah! Oh my God!
Foul in the box. It's a foul.
enough
It's a
anyway.
foul. Wouldn't have counted.
What's a foul?
Saka brought down the
Peppering
defender.
them, actually.
Yeah, get up,
an
you
overhead kick.
prick.
Just accept it.
It wasn't even
come on,
high.
you don't need
It
to
wasn't
stretch
even high.
hard.
It was like mid.
He's on the floor.
Guay gets it back in the mix, doesn't he? Yeah. A couple times.
Does it well, Gay? Oh, maybe.
Might get him,
It's a
actually.
foul.
maybe.
I don't know if he's that hurt, but it is a foul.
Yeah, he
Oh,
kicks
yeah.
him in the face.
Might have got kicked in his nose.
Sorry.
Yeah.
It's like a Bouet boot in Terry and everyone. Get up, you're all right, mate.
Yeah.
It's just a bit of concussion.
Got to go off.
It wasn't as bad as that for people.
Come on,
that watch.
hurry up. Off you go. Come on.
Playing well, playing really well.
We could end up winning this game 3-0.
Yeah.
And everyone would be loving
Yeah.
life.
No, we could. We could.
I said that. Remember, England win 3-0,
We
best
could.
game of the tournament, and they go out.
I'm a very deluded England fan, but I'm not the most deluded England fan.
You're
in this
not,
room. That
actually.
says everything.
You're not a deluded.
I'm the most
England fan.
deluded.
I said we
No,
could.
you're
in
a
the
very,
general
you're
populace.
a
All my
you're a
mates,
very
I'm the most
depressed.
deluded.
You're a very depressed, dour England fan. You're very.
You don't think we can win this game 3-0? We could easily win this game 3-0. Score one now, two late ones. Easy, happens all the time. If we had Bobby Robson or Terry Venables managing us now, we'd be 4-0 up.
Yeah.
Because we're much better at football than them. And we're just not confident
Terry
enough.
Venables, imagine we had him
Push
right
for
now.
it. But we are
Real
getting
fucking manager.
Look, we're getting
Here
confident.
we go.
Thought he was going to clamp him there.
Go on, Harry.
Good build-up play. That's better. That's it.
This
look at
is
that.
good.
The space there.
Mate, the entire game is played in the Slovenia
That's better.
third,
Oh,
isn't
it's
it?
beautiful.
little bit
Yes,
rushed, that's
Harry.
right, That's right.
They're on the ropes here, boys.
They are on the ropes. Don't.
That's better.
Come on.
Look at the left. It's not the same, is it?
all coming
No, it's
from the
all
right.
down the right. That's the problem. But
Where
it's
is
easily
Gordon?
addressed, isn't it?
Where
If
are
Southgate
you?
is watching this, if Southgate's watching this in the same way that we are, he's going to look at this and say, "Let's make the other side as threatening as the, let's make the left as threatening
And
as the
Shaw
right."
could come in the round of 16. Like, he
I
could
mean,
be
just
fit. I mean,
surely,
that's-
surely Gordon over there just
I would
does
Yeah,
it.
love
yeah,
to
yeah.
see Southgate's halftime team talk. Like, does he ever put a rocket up them? Because they do like the.
I mean, yeah. If this was a manager who we rated higher than Southgate, we'd be going, he's done something special at
Yeah.
half time there.
You know, you got to do the Arteta Ivan Toney tweet with
Yeah.
Shearer and Lineker.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's look at
Pin
space.
it up
Look at
in the
space.
dressing
Yeah,
room, right?
Harry.
Pin it up.
Sir Harold Kane,
Yeah.
you're about to
Pin
be.
it
Yeah,
up.
these two non-achievers
Yeah.
calling you SHIT.
Yeah.
That's way better.
Shearer's won more trophies
Get
than
there.
Harry Kane.
I mean, that's not difficult, is
Very
it?
little, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, but he has.
They might have one, eh?
Harry Kane would chop a
bad.
bollock off for a Premier League right now.
Still got time
Oh.
to get a couple.
I didn't really see anything wrong with Shearer and
Euros
Lineker having
win.
an opinion, really.
One Euros win.
I think
as
it's
in
a bit-
clear.
They're well within their rights to have an opinion.
Not if you're the BBC main presenter.
Like,
for me.
remember John Terry when he went, I'd listen to Gary Neville and that have an opinion, but Robbie Savage, leave it out.
It's not about Gary
it's
Lineker
like
as
that,
a
innit?
player.
It's Gary Lineker.
It's not about
and
Gary Lineker's legacy. He more than that, he has a right to say anything he wants about any England player ever.
Unlucky.
But he's the
Kyle,
BBC
unlucky.
presenter.
He made
pace.
it. He made it.
Has that gone out for a goal kick or is that
Also,
a corner?
it's very disingenuous for Gary Lineker to use England's misfirings at a tournament to fuel his own podcast.
Yeah.
It's-
But you know,
it's-
he had
it's-
their
that's
say
what
on
it
the
feels
podcast
like.
before
No, I
the
think,
BBC.
but the result
They
of
what?
it,
They did their podcast obviously before he was actually on TV again. So technically, he's giving his podcast the exclusive
It's
on
huge
that.
platform,
Gets
yeah.
shared everywhere.
Yeah,
I mean, who's paying him?
yeah, exactly.
Taxpayer license.
that's a bit unfair,
Pathetic.
though.
He's
man.
got them. He's got them by
It's
their
unfair.
short
His
and curly.
podcast is
fam.
doing well without him going Harry Kane.
It's doing a lot better now. He's
honestly
called
boosting
Kane.
it, man.
I see that podcast go viral almost every week.
I'd
He
never-
didn't need to criticise England. Just
I've never watched one before, but
So
No, I've
did-
never
if he-
watched the full one, but
If
I
you
see a
didn't
lot of
need to,
clips
then
of
why is he doing it then? If you
Is it the
didn't need the
Richards-
PR.
I mean,
Shearer.
also when your podcast is doing well, it doesn't mean that you don't try and make it do better, which is clearly what he's done.
What do you want him to? What did you want him to say about England? They were class.
What?
He's not just a freelance pundit. He works for the national broadcasting
So what,
company of
man?
this country.
He's a fucking football guy. He's allowed to have an opinion on
No, I
football.
think
No,
the
you're not.
difference here
Adam,
is the
you're not
BBC,
allowed.
man.
He's the BB. He
He-
works
he-
for the
he should
BBC.
be
He's not giving
contracts.
his,
It's a
he's not
different
on match
agreement.
today giving his
but
political
we're not talking.
opinion. He's
Okay,
giving his
obviously,
football opinion.
Lineker has got previous for breaking BBC policy. I'm not against it, by the way, but he did things that other presenters aren't supposed to do. He got punished for it. Then they, through the public reaction, got admonished. But I don't think it's an issue of neutrality. We're not talking about a political debate where someone's coming down on the right, or the left wing. England fans and presenters can and should be able to say that England were bad.
Not if I think
That's
that he's
fine.
using the BBC to promote his podcast.
So that's different. That's more of a conflict of interest situation. But there's nothing wrong for me with a presenter. Whether
I
it's
think a lot
Jay
of people
Comfrey or
suggest
Lineker
so.
saying we're
I've seen a
rubbish.
lot of people on
fine.
Twitter suggest that it looks like he's using that platform.
He's using England being
Don't know why he
poor.
needs to. Why
he's
do you need to?
he's using the anger of England being poor in the public consciousness to funnel views into his own podcast.
That's
about
more of a
promoting-
debate about whether he should have a podcast full stop. It's not so much about the subject matter, because that's what he's going to do on his podcast. isn't it?
Talking about promoting whilst on air. Anyone see, was it Jeff Hurst today? On
Yeah.
Sky Sports
Yeah, I did,
News?
yeah.
Other beers are
I didn't think he knew what he was
So
doing.
he's done
though.
an
I don't
advert
think he
for a
did.
beer
He's a bit-
company.
I
It
don't-
wasn't deliberate, was it?
Jeff
Yeah.
Hurst has done a advert for a beer company, and he gets asked, so how England are getting on?
He goes, well, no. He goes, what have you been up to today?
yeah, that's it. Go on.
He goes, what have you been up to today? And then he just goes, well, earlier I was just filming this advert for the brand, and it's a lovely beer. And if anybody ever wants one, make sure in all good shops.
Yeah, this is a great tournament. What else better to have a nice cold one with?
I think he thought he was still on the shoot.
Yeah, his agent's gone to him in the morning. You need to get these key points. What you're talking about, yeah. He's got it in on Sky Sports News. Fair play to him. They better paid him more for that.
He's earned it.
He has
Yeah,
earned
he's
it,
a
yeah.
legend. West Ham.
It's funny as well because I worked with him once, and I was trying to think, where did I work with him? And it was for that brand. Remember on the boat?
For 90 min. I was going to say 90 min, yeah. The Bud boat.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that was a weird time in my life. I was going up and down the Thames on a Budweiser themed boat throughout the World Cup.
It was quite good, that.
Yeah, it was
It was
amazing.
quite a good little...
They
I mean, I
paid for
couldn't
us
have
to
done
go
it
to the
every
World Cup. It
game.
was
I mean, I
great.
don't know, did you do it every game? I couldn't have done that.
I was in Russia while they were doing it, so they paid for me to go to Russia. Beautiful. They had a hotel in Russia. Every World Cup, they've got the main hotel in the city, and it's called the Budweiser Hotel. So in Moscow, it was the Budweiser Hotel. It was crazy. Free Budweiser on tap.
What cities did you go to in Russia?
I went Nizhny, Moscow, St. Petersburg. I went basically everywhere.
Samsara for Sweden.
It might have been, yeah.
I kept bumping into you out there.
Yeah, I did every England. I was there for the whole
Fun.
month. Did every England game. Did a few others as well.
Good
It
times.
was crazy, man. That is like, because it's like a continent, Russia.
You have to fly.
Yeah.
You know,
well, even
yeah,
Kaliningrad,
I've only
the
done
Belgium
Moscow.
game, is not even in Russia. It's nearer
Yeah,
England than
Volgograd. Do
Russia.
you remember the flies in Volgograd?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Volgograd.
All the
First one when
flies
that was
in
Tunisia.
Volgograd on the River Volga, one of the biggest rivers in Europe, they
That was
hatched on the
beautiful.
England
That
game.
place,
We
wasn't
once
it?
I had flies in my eyes.
We once went out of Europe to them. Volgograd.
Really?
Peter Schmeichel scored.
Volgograd was the real eye opener because that was the first one. I remember so few England fans travelled, didn't
Yeah.
they? I remember not even sure if me and my mate should wear our England top. We were
Yeah,
that concerned.
I did the same
It
thing.
was fine.
Tunisia, wasn't it? Last minute Harry Kane winner.
Yeah.
Beautiful. I had flies in my eyes.
Yeah, and we played
I woke
Panama in Nizhny Novgorod, and
Flies in
Panama
your
had
eyes.
more fans than us.
Yeah, all the flies hatch, and they're really small flies, and they're literally, it's like the whole room's filled with flies. That's how, on one day of the year, and that was when England played Tunisia, I woke up and there were flies crawling out my ears and my eyes. Seriously.
Luke D says, I met
the
McKola and
Bud
Jeff
Hotel?
Hurst on that
Well,
boat.
Crying out loud. Where
Sorry,
they
go
got
on,
you, no, just where have they got you staying? You got flies growing in your eyes overnight.
No, but do you remember when there was a moment
I've seen some
where
of
they
the
cut
places
to
I've stayed in,
Sterling
actually.
and he had to swat the flies away while they were playing as well?
yeah.
The whole city's covered in flies in one day.
The
It's
most
crazy.
traumatic experience for me in Russia was the 24-hour train, which was painful.
You do that, what,
I
from where
wouldn't
to
wish it
where?
anyone.
To Samsara?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a long way.
Yeah, it's a long way.
That's like basically the start of Siberia.
It just stopped randomly for 3 hours as well. Just there's no sort of
no
no
reason.
drinks, you don't know what's going on. You're just in the middle of nowhere for 3 hours.
That reminds me, when I went India in 2011, we were in Gujarat where my family are from, and we were going to get a sleeper train to Delhi, well, to Agra to see Taj Mahal. And like an hour before the train got to us, like part of it blew up or something.
Jeez.
Like we dodged that bullet, but then we had to drive like 24 hours there instead. Longest
Wow.
drive of my life, bro. It was unreal, man. Some grim service stops as well. Like proper grim. You'd rather shit outside than shit in some of them toilets.
Anyway, back to 0-0.
feral.
England, Slovenia. A beautiful game.
I mean, I'd rather shit outside than watch England under Gareth Southgate.
We've looked all right in the last 5-10 minutes.
Feels like shitting outside.
I feel like
Yeah,
we're
we're
managing
running
the
out
game.
of minutes though, Buvey. We're running
Shitting in
out.
the
of
wind.
minutes.
I know we
Scored 2
are,
goals.
you. I know we are.
Guarantee anyone here we scored 2 goals.
2.
It's gone down from
said
3
3.
a minute ago.
No, I said we
yeah.
could win 3-0. I'm
Every minute,
guaranteeing you
Spencer's
2.
prediction's going down by a goal.
No, I'm guaranteeing 2. It's a Spencer guarantee.
Don't see where they come from.
Clip it.
It's got 0-0 written all over this. Like I did do a prediction saying that. So, what about the next change for Gareth Southgate? Who would you?
Gordon, where are you?
Roy's just said Cole Palmer off, Mike.
Got to be Cole
For
Palmer.
who?
It's got to be Gordon.
It's got
Foden.
to be Cole Palmer.
They need to do a missing persons thing for
An
Anthony
attacking,
Gordon. Has anyone
pressing
seen it?
midfielder. An attacking, pressing
He's ill,
midfielder
mate.
with an
He
eye
has
for
to
a
be
goal.
ill.
It just has to be Cole Palmer.
He
Oh, you
trusted
reckon
him.
Anthony Gordon?
Where are you putting Palmer in the 10?
I think at some point, Jude Bellingham or Phil Foden will have to come off.
Oh,
Is it still 0-0 in the other game, yeah?
It's still 0-0 in the other game.
Because that obviously, Southgate probably be aware of that, probably be checking that, you think, whether he goes, if he sees Denmark or Serbia score, does he go a bit more
Can I
attacking?
just say though, it's really embarrassing if he's watching that score when you're
He
playing
definitely will.
Slovenia.
No, but he plays group stages like this, doesn't he? That's
He's
his
very
whole strategy.
He's very good
It's,
at getting
it's
us
a
out
very
of group.
dangerous. It's a very dangerous strategy though, because obviously a late goal for
on,
either
Phil.
team.
That's
Foul, ref.
That's a foul! Come on! That's a free kick
off.
in a lovely area.
Oh my!
Wait.
Wrong side here, Gay. Here.
That's a yellow.
Booking, isn't it? He's,
It's a
he's-
good foul,
He's
though, that.
taking it for the team.
Because
But
the free kicks, I mean, they might go on and score it now. It's not as dangerous as
that's
it could have been.
Vlahovic coming on for Serbia, by the way.
This end, surely.
Vlahovic is coming off Serbia, so they're really going for it. We can't rely on them drawing to top the group.
Still
We have to-
Denmark 0, Serbia 0.
If either of them score, do they go top?
Yeah.
Fucking
Oh,
hell.
is
What? Because
Is
they'll be on 5, won't they? We're on 5.
let me check. If
Yeah.
Serbia scored, they will have 4 points,
We'll still be top.
and Denmark would go top.
If they score. What, on goal difference?
So we don't mind Serbia scoring.
They'd go top on goals scored because Denmark would have 3 goals scored, assuming.
So if Serbia score, it doesn't matter. If Denmark score, we're second in the group.
Serbia score is actually good.
Yeah, 'cause it means Denmark need 2.
Exactly. Come on, Vlahovic. But we need to score some goals. It's getting a bit silly now.
This
isn't it?
group is so tight.
We shouldn't have this amount
Been a
of
shit
trouble
group.
scoring goals, considering the attacking talent in this team.
But France haven't scored from open play either.
No, that's true.
And everyone's talking about how good they are
That's true.
on paper.
When
I
you've won a
saw-
few
I s-
tournaments in recent memory,
I saw
a
Austria
bit
score
left.
3 today, though.
They were so good, man. Isn't it a shame? Like England's group's been the
Who they even
worst
got
group.
Austria? Who've they got? Navich up front.
Oh, Arnautovic. Yeah.
Sabitzer.
Baumgart,
He doesn't
Lindsay.
start,
It has been really
It's a
good.
bit-
He's right. I like him.
In the
That
number
goal, he
9.
played under Rangnick before at United,
In
didn't
the number 9.
No Alaba as well.
he? Is he retired?
No, I think he's just been injured. Right?
Yeah, he didn't play in the Champions League, did he? No.
Am I allowed to read some super chats out, Raw?
Oh, what is this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another.
Lolo says Rory had a sack Southgate stream 3 days ago. GG says something never discussed. Could Rice play at centre back?
Why?
Freeing up
Who-
Foden to play in midfield.
Centre backs are all right at the moment, and that doesn't free up Foden because you've got who. Yeah, it doesn't make sense. Sorry.
Could be worse, says Nico. England will finish top, get the easier lower bracket. France only accomplished an own goal and a penalty goal. Many players can play that pass. Only Kane can receive back to goal, spin, and play that pass. George Burke says, this is the same chat we had in the first half versus Serbia with Trent on the pitch. Quotations, great play. Short
Yes.
memory-
Oh!
short
Oh,
memories
Saka.
at that
Yes.
For Saka, okay.
time.
Oh!
Do you not lose width though completely now? Or is
Let's give him
Palmer
a
gonna-
go. That's what we don't know.
But he's
Let's
got
give him-
goal,
let's be
more goal threat, I
optimistic.
think.
Where are you, Anthony Gordon? Are you okay? Blink if you're in trouble. Blink if you're in danger.
Palmer's the right shout here, though,
He's
Spencer.
injured, bro. He's injured.
No, I'd like them both. We can. You could, Is it still you can only do the changes in 3 segments? Yeah. So we've only got one more change.
Yes.
Yep.
Gordon's got an
situation we
injury. 1,000,000%. He plays at least a minute so far in this
Yeah,
tournament.
it's
A
crazy.
million
But why?
percent.
Why?
Because of
Gordon.
our struggles left wing.
But I don't think.
And the reason I'm saying he's injured
But
because he would have featured.
until this second, Cole Palmer hasn't featured at all. So it's not like
No, but it's
it's not
about
like
he
we've
play-
seen Jared Bowen over and over
He
again.
doesn't play on the left. We've seen Eze come in on the left. We've seen
Exactly,
people.
exactly.
It's 100%.
But we've only seen Eze come. It's not like we've seen Eze over and over again.
Gordon is
unless
either
you-
really off it in training or
Yeah.
he's injured.
Or he didn't like him against
I don't
Iceland.
fancy him. Although he was good,
I
wasn't
thought
he?
he was, but then
He's
He was
unreal.
good in was it Bosnia?
one of the two. Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was
No,
Iceland.
he played quite well in the defeat. Yeah.
Yeah.
He was the only one.
But then is that enough to? Was that enough? Maybe we were over crediting his.
He had a very
form.
good
No, but
season.
just look at the Premier League.
Yeah.
Exactly. He's been unreal.
Very good season. Right, this is an interesting team now.
We've
We've got Mano on the pitch. We've got Cole Palmer on the pitch. We've certainly in the ascendancy.
This is by far the most dominant we've been in the game. They're completely penned in their own half. And we are knocking on the door. I think
Where's
it will come.
Palmer?
Manu's given us a
Foden
lot of
got-
control.
Yeah. Well, he's a midfielder who likes playing football rather than a midfielder who likes to stop
Is it
people
Cole?
playing football. There's a place for both on the pitch, but
Better.
As things stand,
Nice.
Slovenia going out. So they're
Hope
going to
so.
be fourth, right? So they've got to come and
Hope so.
play.
Sort of one.
yes.
Oh, it's the
Go
wrong
on,
Yes!
you got ref, that's yellow. Got to be
Ref.
card, please.
Well
you.
played,
This is a
ref.
good chance here. Set piece. Phil
Cole
Foden,
Palmer.
Cole Palmer. It's a lovely position for Foden, this though, isn't it?
Cole Palmer got the ball and he got that little 1-2 on him.
Is it worth just giving it to Palmer? Show us what you got.
Has he scored a free kick this year?
Scored a bit of everything.
Foden
this year.
scored a couple, hasn't he? Or
Yeah, Foden. Foden has scored
Foden.
a couple. He has.
it's quite wide.
Also,
living memory.
Foden with the ping.
I couldn't believe the connection he got on that last one. I reckon he's a good shout.
Mm.
Yeah.
This is quite wide.
Yeah, he's
though.
had
It's
his
gonna need a lot of
sighter.
curl.
Yeah.
That's, I don't think you
It's
can.
all right. You can play this in really nicely.
Trippier's on this.
Yeah.
Whipped.
It's not a shooting one. I think
Just
it's too
straight
wide.
onto Kane's head.
Come on, lad.
Trippier's had a few good deliveries in this game, innit?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one thing we're missing, actually. It's just the Kane poke home from 3 yards, Tunisia.
Yeah.
But he had the
yeah.
chance, didn't he? Though, you know, the one where Gallagher kind of goes for it and then
Yeah. Yeah.
the back post, he had that one
Yeah.
chance.
Had the
I
chance
don't
against
think
Denmark.
Gallagher did him. I mean, he should have still scored it, but I don't think Gallagher did him any favours by missing the header.
Yeah, because it makes you
It makes you think that
start
yeah,
the run, kind of, innit? How mental was Lewandowski's penalties today, by the way? Did everyone see that?
Yeah.
And
Did
then he
you think
retook
they
it and
should
did
have-
the same
Hate
thing.
Do
that.
you think they should have been allowed
Here it
to
comes.
retake that?
All in.
Yeah,
What a
first.
bad ball.
Too heavy.
I feel like him stopping.
Yeah,
Go on.
that should negate or,
Yeah, yeah.
or cancel out
Yeah,
the
yeah.
keeper
And it
coming off the
also
line.
kind of, because the keeper tried to stop and then he went.
Yeah.
So you're allowed to stop as long as you don't lift your foot up and stop, aren't you? So he didn't break the rules, Lewandowski. The keeper did.
Harsh.
It is a bit harsh,
Very
but
harsh.
Careful.
Straight
Careful.
for it.
We
Nothing
need that
silly.
Wembley Cup. I saved 2 pens, mate. One of them's going to have to be retaken. I'm stepping 3-4 leaps off the line.
You're Ricardo in it for Portugal.
Mate, come on. Are we trying to save it or what? Yeah, I felt for him.
Which Wembley Cup? The first one.
Daniel. Oh, I can't even remember. Which one was it?
That was
Spence?
2016.
what we're saying, you had a penalty against you.
Yeah, I know. Do you know what? That was at...
I remember you had one against you in the Wembley Cup.
that was the Den. No, not the Den. It was St Mary's. Sorry.
Oh, what Cyberman game? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's better. It's
I
better.
came a good 4 foot off the line.
Yeah, I do remember that.
Grobbler.
Yeah, I was on your team that game. We were on the Cyberman team, weren't we?
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
centre back.
yeah.
We won.
Yeah.
Look at when Dudek did that in the Champions
Lifting
League. I
silver,
can't believe he
man.
got away
Yeah,
with
the
that.
Shevchenko save. Miles off, wasn't it?
Good. Go on,
But then
Dave.
he pulled off a save.
Play it. Nice.
I looked at it. It's
Yes.
crazy.
Oh my word! What a goal that would have been.
That was
by the
either
way.
close, really close, or it was one of them deceptive ones.
That's miles
TV
away.
Yeah, it's gone off for a throw in.
His reaction. Oh.
Yeah, it was shocking.
Yeah, it's a throw in that one.
Next time, have a shot. I weren't shocked.
It was all right.
It wasn't as close as I thought.
He needs to add goals to his game. 100%.
Yeah, there's not enough.
Does he
is
score
there?
enough?
There's not enough goals considering the talent of the player.
He went through that purple patch, didn't he? He scored that goal against Chelsea. He scored a few last minute goals, didn't he, for Arsenal?
He scored last minute against Manchester United.
Manchester United. He's got it in him.
Sesko off for Ilicic.
How is Ilicic still going? He must be about
Ilicic,
40.
God.
Ilicic. What the?
We're talking about Declan, by the way. We're talking about Declan.
Yeah.
Oh.
In terms of adding,
He'll get
adding
more,
a few.
mate. He will get more. Remember, he's come from a place where he's not used to having the ball a lot.
Yeah.
Isn't he the one that
He's
like,
growing.
retired and then came back?
He retired because
Yeah.
his missus cheated on him.
So, all sorts.
And he sort of went through a bit of a family crisis and stuff. And he retired because of
And he
that.
went and played for his local
How do you
team.
know this?
I think it was
He
a
was
pretty
the one that-
famous story because he was playing for
Yeah,
Atalanta.
are you the other guy?
Yeah, I went to
36.
Slovenia.
He's 36. Plays for Maribor now.
Yeah.
Oh, you're talking about
Maribor, I've been there.
Max? Who are you talking about?
Ilicic.
Oh, okay.
He retired, didn't he? Because he was.
Yeah, and he
But
went
here's
and played
what
for his local
happened.
team.
Apparently, his wife cheated on him with a bartender. He took compassionate leave from playing and refused to play a Champions League quarter-final match or
Well, that's
qualified.
pathetic.
Is that for Napoli? Atalanta.
Yeah, it must be quarter-final. A blossoming career went downhill.
Might be his true love.
2 years later, his contract had been
Grow up.
terminated.
True
Is
love.
that as bad as...
What was your first love, Ross?
Grow up.
No, but your first
I'm not
love.
playing in the Champions League because my missus got hold of a bartender.
Right, is
I'm
that as
playing in the
bad-
Champions
what,
League.
What about Mauro Icardi?
Yeah, that was a mad situation.
Oh.
That was
Who was the other
terrible.
player?
Yeah.
That was terrible. Mauro Icardi did the worst thing ever.
Someone at Inter, wasn't it? Someone at Inter.
It was his mate from when they were. It was like his mate all the way through.
Yeah.
No one remembers him though, do they? They remember
Unbelievable.
De Bruyne and Courtois. Remember that?
Yeah.
He scored a penalty against Courtois in front of his missus. That
What
was
happened
his
with them?
ex-missus.
De Bruyne,
De Bruyne and his girlfriend,
Courtois
and then
was flying into De Bruyne's
Chelsea.
bird.
What?
That's why he left
they're still
Chelsea.
Belgian teammates.
yeah.
With Chelsea teammates.
Can't be mate. Oh. The other one's worse though because like he's kind of like took his kids on.
Yeah.
Who?
No, and he's got his
Got
kids'
tattoos
name
as well.
tattoos on. You've got to just beat the bloke up. Then.
Foden, yellow card.
The guy cut the MKs.
Yeah. Like you've just got
And
to.
he's still with the woman now.
Mate, he's had the other guy's kids' names tattooed on him.
It's not good, is it?
That's a wind up, innit? That's a wind up play. That's pure wind up. You don't need a tattoo of anyone's name on you, especially if they're not your DNA. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's a wind up play.
Declan Rice trying to get him going. Come on, Deckers.
Foden book.
We need a substitution.
We just
big
got Cole
time.
Palmer on. Right. God, this has been.
Adam Wharton, you idiot.
We've
Fucking
got
moron.
another
Wharton.
poem from Thomas for Buvey.
Oh.
Oh, not this again.
Read it out. Go on.
You know.
Hey Buvey, have you missed me at all? My poems, my rhymes, my poetic cat call. Did you pine for my words like a squirrel for a nut? Or did you just think, oh great, more poems from this C-bomb?
Can we block this guy? Jack,
Well,
I want
hang
to block
on.
this
Good
guy.
cross! Oh!
Oh, it's Cole Palmer though.
Yeah, Cole
Palmer.
Palmer
Right
finally
foot.
done something.
Finally done
What,
something.
he's been on the pitch for 4 minutes.
That sounded bitter. Not in a bad way. He's not had much of the ball. That sounded bitter.
That was
It's not his fault.
Geordie says he's disappointed that Saka's off and Foden's still stuck on the left.
Yeah, it's harsh because he's had
grim,
off
isn't
a
it?
few times.
The whole thing's
Unless
grim.
it's about minutes because Saka was injured before, I don't know. But Foden's played 20
tragedy,
minutes
lads.
this tournament.
It's a-
Foden,
it's a
Foden has
tragedy.
played well today, though.
He's on a yellow as well.
It's a modern tragedy. No Wharton. It's embarrassing, man.
If we get into the 80th, it's still 0-0.
Oh,
couple
that's
changes.
a shame, isn't it? That could have gone
Smash
anywhere.
it.
Yes!
Let's go.
Whistle's
want
gone, whistle's
Foden.
gone,
What's the
whistle's
whistle
gone.
gone for, you prick?
I
What's it
think it
gone
might be
for?
Harry Kane as he wins the header foul into one. I'm just guessing. now.
Fucking guy, man. Walking on eggshells. Just let the game go on.
Double change coming up, I think. Gordon for Foden.
Yeah, Harry
Bellingham.
Kane just
Watkins
pushes
for
the
Kane.
defender, I think.
What? Who?
Thing is, actually, I'm
Guy's
not
a
sure if
bell.
it's the game
You
for
see the
Watkins.
fella that was sprawled across the bar?
I didn't see anyone on the floor. Who's on the
He
floor?
goes, who? There's a defender
Adam,
breathing out his arse on the
what's his name?
floor.
What was his name? What player in
I
particular?
don't know any of their names.
Fuck
I do.
yeah.
I know
Mr.
all of the names.
Slovenia.
You know all the Slovenian
So you
names.
give me the name.
Go on, what's the back four?
Huh? I don't want to tell you, Spencer. I never agreed to that before we started.
Yeah,
the
you're
stream.
biased, Spencer.
What, I have
You
to give
won't. You're
certain
just not
pieces
going to
of
debate with
information?
you.
What am I, Julian Assange or something? I'd have to give you nothing.
He got freed, man. Free him.
Yeah.
Foden, just get off the pitch. mate.
Oh, it must have been what he said rather than how he said it.
Yeah. Trossard doesn't.
No,
do
he's a
that.
melt. They're professional melts, these refs, honestly.
Yeah, I'm not sure if this is the game for Watkins, actually, because there's not much room in behind the defence.
It's never the
Getting so
game, is
deep.
it, for Watkins?
So I think it's just Gordon. Get Gordon on.
Tony.
Can't
Get
believe
even
I'm going to
Tony on.
say this, but we need Serbia to score. To secure top spot in this group, we now need Serbia are more likely to do us a favour than England.
It's been
What
the
happens
worst
if England
group.
finish second? Like who's
Bad news.
I don't mind it.
Germany.
We get knocked out earlier. That's fine.
Stop it. After the game, we can be realistic. At the
Or we
moment,
beat Germany and then the semi-finals in Munich.
Yeah, how does it semi-final? You need to
Wait,
win the
check
group.
this
don't
out. From a PSG fan, JB Parisian. Icardi also missed the game and multiple training sessions for PSG because he cheated on that same wife he stole from Maxi and left to get her back.
Maxi Lopez.
Maxi Lopez did him a favour, got him into.
What a player he was, by the way.
you? The Argentinian.
Yeah, Maxi Lopez.
Play on?
This guy's a bellend. What's your issue?
It's not
Look
even a
at
foul.
him, man.
Not even a foul.
Looks like a highlighter. I mean, guy's an idiot.
Just giving a foul for that.
That's not a foul, is it? Didn't he try to tackle Bellingham?
I think he's giving it.
It's modern refs, isn't it? European refs. He loves being centre.
This is a Champions League ref as well.
Come on, Serbia.
He kicked his ankles, man. He literally kicked his ankles.
Come on,
But it
Serbia.
felt like it was in the act of Janza trying to tackle him.
So if Denmark score
Let's have a look.
and they score, we're
Okay, but yeah, maybe. it is.
second.
He's not tried to do it on purpose, Bellingham, that's for sure. It's drop ball. He's giving it back to us. Good lad.
Right, play on now.
Speed on your bell. Speed
Get
on.
away.
Oh, so it
17.
wasn't a foul.
No, he's just stopped for the injury for some reason. A bit weird. He's
Are
not,
you going to hurry up then? I've got things to do. Hurry up,
Next
man.
goal wins.
Hurry up.
Next
Mate,
goal wins.
Denmark score. The problem is if Denmark score,
Yeah.
we're
We're on that
in
piece.
big trouble.
We're through anyway. We're going to play another game, so there's
Mark score.
got to beat
We're on
everyone.
the
ain't
piss.
you? Palmer's looking lively though.
Look at that.
Oh,
Palmer's done him.
Palmerdino,
Mano.
baby. Palmerdino.
If only Palmer was right-footed.
Munch, what
Mate, if
tackle.
only Kobe Mano had controlled the ball.
That's gone out of play. Cheers,
they've
lads.
got nothing.
Cheers, lads.
They have got nothing. It will be an absolute travesty
They're
if they score a
shit.
goal this game. They actually started all right, but we've grown into it now.
They did, yeah.
But I'm surprised because they've got nothing to lose. They should be going hell for leather. They need to score, don't
So
they?
they
That'd be
know.
worrying when you're going life and death with Slovenia, though.
It's
Well,
not
it's like-
only
it's like a
Slovenia, though.
definite
We're kind of relying on
It's
Denmark.
better. It's better.
Or Serbia.
I just mean, like, England are definitely going through.
They are playing a back
going
five,
life
lads.
or death with these. Like, it's mad.
It's a good balls, but good balls, right?
Yeah, why aren't they more up for it?
Well,
Unless
play-
I don't think they can get out.
They
to be honest.
can't. They can't. Yeah.
They can't get
played.
out.
Just keep it
It's
simple.
all right. It's
simple.
coming. The goal's
no
coming.
Hollywood.
I can
No
feel
Hollywood.
it. I can feel
Great
it.
ball, Palmer.
Palmer's looked good, hasn't he?
Out there.
Palmer's really looked good.
That's where we need a lefty
Come on. He's all down the same
has to go
side.
back. Wow.
because he can't go on his left. There's no.
Kieran
width there. They
Trippier.
can't-
I'm so bored of Kieran
they could
Trippier.
just
My
take their right back
God.
off.
Yeah, exactly. It's all one
I'm
dimensional.
so bored of Kieran Trippier. This is just such a waste of time.
It's not even his fault.
But
though,
who
is it?
comes in? I don't,
It's not his fault.
Joe
but
Gomez, man.
he's not left footed either.
But
I back it. I
he's
back
more
it.
used to
You
playing.
you put Saka
You know,
over.
I know it sounds stupid and it's tired, but this game he honestly could have just put Saka left back in this
Yeah,
half.
yeah.
because we've not
there's
had
no-
to do
there's
any
no
defending.
defensive.
Just attacking.
Don't take him off. Take Saka. Take Trippier off for Palmer
Mm.
because it would have been unbelievable then him running down there.
That's all right.
It's nice. It's nice.
Come on, Harry.
Touch
This
it,
is you.
touch-
This is you, Harold.
Give it all.
There's
Right, it's fine.
no
it's
one
fine.
out on the left. There should be an easy
That's
pass.
lovely
Foden with
pass.
a chance.
That's all right, lads. That's all
Look how far
right.
Trippier is.
Come
There
on.
should be an easy
Come in.
pass for him there.
That's it. That's it. Touch. That's it.
He's coming.
It's coming.
Cole.
Palmerdino.
Come on, Cole.
Palmerdino.
Come on, Cole.
Yeah,
Bit too much. Bit too much.
that was stinky.
It's all right. It's all right. You get it back.
For all this possession, though, I think England still only really created that chance from the first half.
Yeah, we haven't had enough shots. That's for sure.
Like, I can't remember. A
You think
chance
what chance are you referring to? The Gallagher.
Not the
Kane.
one that was disallowed.
Careful, careful.
The Gallagher came one.
Right.
Yeah, that
well.
one.
They are playing a back five.
Fuck.
That's all right. That's all right.
I love how confident Palmer is. He's coming. He's like, yeah.
He's always been like that. Yeah.
He's a world class talent.
Yeah. And then obviously the goal disallowed was a great move that just was rightly disallowed. But there are only two moments really, aren't they?
Did you,
Sorry, go on.
did you see Buvey when you were watching him first at City? Did you see it?
Yeah. He was high, he had a higher ceiling for a lot of City fans than
Trent.
Phil Foden.
Trent's on.
Yeah, he had a,
But
he had a
wait.
huge ceiling.
But did you see it?
Is that all
I
I
saw-
saw?
I saw it
Or
in the-
did you tell me that you were glad to
Trippier
get rid
off
of him?
for Trent.
Trent left back.
Trent is Trent our saviour.
Can
Wow.
we do no more subs now?
Oh wow.
Do
that's
no
it.
more subs. That's our three.
done.
That's our three.
Him being the number 8.
Oh, Trent.
No, he's not. Where's he
A
going?
right back being
Go
number
left back
8
and he's gonna
stinks, man. I'm sorry,
confidently
but
split
that's
roll
Role
stink.
villain.
That's
Which
stink.
role are you
Or is
after?
Carl
Man's
Walker
wearing
gone?
number 8.
That's what I.
Smelly.
Carl
Come on.
Walker gone left back.
Is that Trent up there? I
Mark.
can't see on the screen.
Yeah, that's Trent right back.
Trent
isn't it?
right back.
We're in number 8.
Trent right back.
No,
that's
So where's
Jude.
Walker? Left back.
Yeah, Trent.
Who's not? That's Jude
No, that's
number
Trent.
8.
That's
isn't it?
Trent. That's Trent.
We're in number 8.
Carl
Yeah.
Walker's gone left back. I think must do.
Okay. He's centre mid.
There he is.
There it is.
Just lost the ball.
Okay.
It's so overrated, these balls. I really think they are, man. Modern football.
It's first one.
It's Beckham. It's so forced stuff, and it's old football knocking it long like that every time.
Beckham sticks it on a 2pence.
Yeah, Beckham
You don't
was
always
just-
need
he
to
was
play the
different with
ball
those
all
long
the
balls,
time.
man. Wow.
Tyler says, does Buvey have anything to say about Foden being completely anonymous? I don't agree with that, by the way, but it's a super chat.
He's been better this game, but I've never defended Foden this tournament. He's not had a great tournament.
And apparently Carragher's Twitter got hacked. Is it like 50 Cent where he's selling some coin? Oh, yeah, I did. 50 Cent's Twitter got hacked, yeah. Someone posted a coin and the coin actually made like 800 grand before it got dumped or something.
It's happened to me before. They taxed me and started posting about meme coins, shit coins for
Did you have a Wizzy
retweeting
coin?
crypto guys. I was like, God, man, drop me out. I'm not involved.
So we can do another sub. That's
Yeah.
interesting. The half-time one doesn't count because it's not stoppage. That makes sense. So we can do actually 2 more subs. No, 3 more subs. We could do a triple change
half-time.
in one go.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Jamie Carragher tweeted, I love these meme coins. What's your favourite? Imagine if it's really him and they just pretend to be him.
Yeah.
I
Perfect
thought that
rhyme.
that's what people would think. Luckily, right, the person who'd hacked it was just replying to stuff with quote tweets.
Happened to Jay, my mate Jay Marty the other
It
week.
wouldn't come up on the
Because he got a
actual
DM
timeline.
saying,
Oh, no.
You know,
Trent.
Bad ball that played behind him.
he's done that a few times this tournament. You know, As soon as he gets on the ball, he
Trent
knocks
Oh
it
my
long.
God!
He loses the
Wake
ball.
up, Trent.
Yeah, he's behind him. Yeah, got a runner there.
Oh my God!
Trent can't play right back.
Kobe, well played.
Slovenia just don't look comfortable in possession, though, man.
So overrated, the long ball, lads. It
And England are
really
doing
is.
well in terms of plugging all the gaps when they
Give
get
it
back.
back to him now.
Suddenly we
Now,
get
ping,
impressed.
Pump
ping,
it long,
ping,
pump it long. Go on.
ping.
Rory Delap it.
That's nice. That's nice. Let's build. Come on, England.
Get up.
Denmark nearly scored. It's gone for a corner.
I can't.
They'll
Jesus.
score, you know, more than that.
You can't cope.
So if Denmark score, we definitely a second.
We're
Yeah.
definitely, yeah.
I'd like, yeah,
Denmark.
if England don't score. Let's have a look at this chance. Flick to the back, cross to the back post. Everyone's trying to. Oh,
Good defending.
Good defending.
very good defending.
Haaland
there.
gets to that.
God, this is horrible, isn't it? It's just horrible. Why are we not 2-0 up?
Come on. Bit of magic. Who wants to step up and be the man? Jude, where are you? Let's be having ya.
Drew's been anonymous.
Old
all
Palmer.
game.
Touch.
Oh, it's a ball.
Wow.
Ref,
No, that's not a foul. He's given it.
Ref, well played.
What he's tried there
Well
is
played.
Palmer.
Palmerdinho.
Matthew
mean
said
that?
tonight went from "Hey Jude" to "Don't let me down" to "Hello, goodbye."
It's just various
I
Beatles
like,
numbers.
I like
I
that.
don't think he was trying that. I think that was a bit like.
Don't
Trent
let
Whippy.
me down.
My favourite Beatles song is The Yellow Submarine.
Oh, for fuck's sake! Here we go again.
What? It's a Beatles song, isn't it, Spence?
It's a Beatles song. It's not the best, but it's one of them.
There's a football club nicknamed The Yellow
Holy
Submarine.
shit jokes.
Do you know what it is?
Dortmund?
No, Villarreal.
Oh, okay. Yes, I did know that. Well, I forgot that, but yeah, I heard that before.
Yeah.
Why are you bringing that up?
They
Booth?
beat Man United in a
Ah,
cup
there we go.
final.
Say the village bit again. Go on.
What are they in Spain?
They're a town in Spain. They're
Here
a
we
town.
go. This is good.
They're like Reading
Hang
of
on.
Spain.
Here we go. The Reading of Spain.
Biggest town in Europe.
It's the most insulting thing you could say to the
biggest
to the
town in Europe.
Iberian Peninsula. You're the Reading of Spain.
Balling.
Cross into the box.
Let's
Phil
Good
Foden.
cross.
Oh, defender's done well to clear it.
Just had the chest to
then
bring it down
Slovenia.
in the box.
Oh,
Well
good
done,
tackle
mate.
by
Foul.
Kobe Mano.
Get up.
Oh, that's a
Are you
joke.
slow?
Get up, you melt.
Get up, you cheat.
He hasn't given
I
that.
thought he'd blown up.
He's stopping the game though.
He's given the foul.
They're doing this too much. They're doing this
How
too
can you
much.
go back 10
Played on.
seconds later?
He's just absolutely bottled that, the ref there. He's a foul.
It is a foul.
No, but give it straight away.
Yeah, well, I
Yeah.
don't know why he plays on for our advantage. Makes no sense.
Bottled it.
Yes!
Oh,
He was fit then.
It's
It's a
time!
minute and a
Foden
half.
finally
28 minutes
replaced.
too
A minute
late.
and a half.
You just don't rate him, man. You don't rate him.
So
A
late.
minute and a half.
You
What
don't
is the
rate him,
point?
Ross.
Anthony Gordon's defo wishing he went IB for this summer.
He could have been at O Beach right now with,
He could have been
Wayne
with,
Lineker
no, he could have been with James Madison and
and
Ben
Ben
White.
Chilwell.
Did
yeah.
you see Wayne Lineker?
Yeah.
Got
Wayne
battered,
Lineker.
didn't he?
Jesus.
But the kid was like
Gordon,
15.
you're our only hope.
Was he actually
19.
15?
The
Like
Linekers
19-year-old
making
kid smashing up
headlines.
65-year-old.
It's terrible.
Come on, Gordon. You're not going to have long, mate.
And Wayne's, I'm not going to say anything, but he's not an aggressive guy, is he?
Mm.
You can smacking him like that.
Bit of a wrong one, though, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't, yeah, not going to defend him. So clearly, he don't rate Gordon. That's why he's playing a minute.
I can't
It's
believe you
crazy.
bring him on with a minute and a half to go. Like that's
It's almost insulting.
insulting.
And he could have done two as well. And he's just done one.
Yeah, it could have been the 80th minute. Why the 89th?
There might be a bit of a chunk of added time, maybe 4 or 5 minutes.
Not really. There's not been anything happen.
All right, let's have a go.
Trent
That's it?
straight
He's
into
burned
the
him
field.
straight
Go on.
away. Oh, fair.
Well done, mate.
He's rubbish. Well, he should
To be fair,
Jack's
he is
laughing
keeping the
there.
width.
Jack's
though.
laughing. When Jack laughs, you know it's good chat.
Serbia header over. There's 1 minute to go. It's the 89th minute in Denmark, Serbia. It's the 90th minute in England, Slovenia. We're into injury time in the England game. The Denmark game's heading the same way. It's just about a minute behind.
One thing we can guarantee
mate,
is
we have limped. To
whatever
the top of this
happens-
group.
Massively disappointing.
We have limped to the top of this group. It's a limping, isn't it?
knockout game. Whatever happens, that we can guarantee the first 10 names on the team sheet. I just don't know the other centre mid. It might be
learnt
Gallagher
nothing.
again, but he's definitely going to play.
I
I think
think
he's
Mano.
learned enough from Mano.
he might do. Yeah, that's the only one.
He's
He's going to play
learnt so
everyone
much
else.
from
Oh
Mano.
no,
I think
maybe
we-
Luke Shaw
I
comes in.
think the only thing I was going to say is, do you think
Four.
anyone else has have you seen enough from Cole Palmer to maybe put pressure on?
He
it?
won't do it.
No,
Not Saka.
4 minutes added
Not
on in
for
the England
Saka.
game.
No.
for anyone.
No.
I'd love him to try and change up the left wing spot, and maybe. But if Luke Shaw comes in, it might actually be all right for Phil. Foden.
The problem is though, Spence, regardless of how this has looked, you cannot pick the same team that we have seen for virtually this whole
He
tournament.
will.
You go out. You go out and knock
we're
out.
out.
In the knockout, you go out.
Like we were saying beforehand, if you perform well but only get a point, but we haven't performed well.
Yeah.
No, I know. Yeah,
It's
exactly.
worrying.
Yeah, you did
It's very
say that,
worrying.
yeah.
And
Luke Shaw could, I don't want to put too much, I'm not happy by any means, but Luke Shaw could genuinely change the dynamics.
He's
of
the
whole
first
team.
name on the team sheet for me.
Yeah.
It
It's
doesn't matter
not
whether he's
fair.
not
He's not
100% fit. It doesn't matter.
It's not fair on
The
him. though.
reason why all these other countries look decent and they have cohesive options on both
Jesus
sides.
Christ,
You've got a left
Alexander-Arnold.
footer.
Yeah,
Who
yeah.
scored our goal
crucial.
in the Euros final? It was Luke Shaw.
He's superb, but it's not fair on him. It's similar to how he put Rashford under massive pressure to take the penalty in 2021. It's like in Sancho. It's like it's not fair on Shaw to put everything on this kid. It's not fair. Or guys,
Literally not played. When's he not
It's a
played?
great ball.
The ball,
Gordon.
Beautiful.
Oh,
Kane
Kane.
must score! Oh, no!
Sorry. Palmer.
No.
Oh,
Can't be Mano, mate.
Surely
Oh my
shoot. What
God.
happened there?
That was a
His
lovely
touch
move.
got away
Mate,
from
that
him.
ball from Anthony Gordon.
What's the ball?
That ball from Anthony Gordon. I just can't believe how brilliant that was from
He's the
Anthony
best player in the
Slovenia,
world.
It was the most incisive pass I've
he's
seen
better
from an
than
England
that.
player this whole tournament.
Palmer's so much better than that. as
Can't
well.
be Mano with his wing mirrors on as well.
Cole Palmer, that was your moment, mate. That was your moment.
bobbled it.
That was his moment.
You need to just curl that in top left. That's what I would have done.
It was similar to the chance for Italy yesterday, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Mate,
Yeah, he loved
Very
it.
is it?
Anthony
Holland
Gordon.
scored one. Hatpo scored one like that today.
Yeah,
The Italy one bit easier, I'd say, because he was a bit more in the box when it
Yeah,
that was a
yeah,
bit
yeah,
harder. And he should have done
I
better.
just can't believe how brilliant that was from Anthony Gordon.
He's like,
That
you've
was
got
the
one more
most
minute.
incisive pass through
Got
ball that
to
England
start.
have played.
Next game, stick him in.
Gordon and
Ref.
the pace and width he can give you, that's a massive error.
Instantly.
I'm sorry. It's
Instantly,
a massive
Hugh.
error. Immediately you're seeing a difference.
Instantly.
Maybe that's because he's fresh
He's been
legs as
called
well.
for it all bloody week.
And also,
But-
what he's just delivered there isn't even what he's supposed to deliver. Do you know what I mean? Like, what we know he's good at and what is his USP isn't cutting into the midfield berth and playing
not.
through the eye of the needle pass.
He's had 3 minutes to impress, and he's done
Slow
it.
down, slow down,
One
slow down.
pass. Because that's how
We're
bad.
into
it is.
injury
It's a foul,
time in
ref,
both
no?
games. 3 minutes
Ref.
remaining.
Oh, Cole,
Fearless.
stop that.
In-
Oh,
Fearless.
please.
Yes, get it, Alexander-Arnold. Don't ball it.
No
He
foul.
just guide that into Declan Rice there.
3 minutes remaining in the Denmark.
Take a yellow,
Saturday
take a
game.
yellow.
Smash it.
The prick. That's
Good
it.
man.
Love that from Gray, by the way.
Come on.
Look, Gordon,
Mate,
look at how
90
much wider we are. We're actually on
50
the touchline.
seconds. Come on, fight for this now. It'd be brilliant.
That's
better. Look at that. Come on.
Brilliant.
He's a bang one.
Go on,
He's a
hit
bang
that.
one.
Trent.
Oh, God,
so
that would have
ready
been,
for it.
that would have been perfect.
That would have been beautiful.
That would have been
wouldn't it?
you.
You'd have been
That
a legend.
really would
We
have
look
been
so
beautiful.
much better with Mano midfield, Trent at right back, and Gordon left wing. Who would have thought?
Mate, maybe this 30 seconds that we've just seen could be the inspiration, the catalyst for a new dawn of England under Southgate.
Well,
Yeah,
you
but
could-
that requires us to be sort of playing on the front foot and dominating the ball, which
Mm.
for a lot of the time we haven't been.
if Luke Shaw's not ready, does he go Kyle Walker left back? Keep Trent in at right back. Does he try it? from
But
the
isn't
start?
it kind of because of the thing you said before, where because Slovenia have been pegged back
Yeah.
so much, it's easier for him to make that decision today?
If you can, yeah, it depends if you think you can do that to the next opposition. Which, if we win the group, we might
Oh my
be.
Smash it,
play.
smash it, smash it.
If we don't
Just-
play,
just
never.
get the draw now.
Pulis.
Just
The game is over in the England match. We've still got 2 minutes remaining in the Denmark game. we'll get the lads' reaction to
Hang on,
the
Luke.
England
Oh,
result
Jack, can we swap
shortly.
pennies?
Are they celebrating?
What are
there,
they celebrating?
Slovenia? What are they
Oh
celebrating?
no! Oh wow!
What are they
I thought
celebrating?
that went in for
celebrating?
Serbia.
How many points they got?
This is
Slovenia might be through, but I don't know why
Are they
they're
celebrating
celebrating
because
like
they
that.
got a draw with
I
us?
think the 2 points. Have they got 2 points? I think that's
They're in
enough for them.
third.
No, they got 3.
Serbia bottom. Serbia
Three.
bottom. But they're not definitely through on 3 points, or maybe they are on 0 goal difference. Maybe they are.
Well, on my app, they're second in the group, but I don't know what the rankings and all that, how it's going to
Yeah,
work.
it doesn't
with that.
matter about the points; it's where you finish. So Croatia, I think they finished with 2 points because they're in third. They should be in that list.
Croatia are out though, aren't they?
Yeah. No one's getting. You're not being in the
You're not
4 best
three.
third
You
place
need
teams.
3 points to have a chance of going through, and 4
Yeah.
points will see you through.
1 minute 20 left. What's
So at the
ref
moment,
giving?
Croatia aren't
3
even in the
points,
top
yeah, you're
4
right.
of the third place. Best
Yeah, they're
team.
better than Hungary,
Netherlands,
they're better than Croatia. So
Slovakia,
they are through.
Denmark,
Slovenia are
Hungary.
through.
Slovenia are through
Yeah, 100% through.
with
Well,
2 points.
with 3 points.
With
They've got
3
3
points, right?
Drew all their games.
3 draws, yeah.
If Serbia win now, they go to 4. So they go to 4. Denmark on 3. They're on the same as Slovenia. So maybe not in that case. If no, because they'll be on 1 less. Yeah, no, they're through.
The issue for England, Serbia pressing for a winner for obvious reasons, and Denmark could score because of that.
We just need that game to end. How long left? 40 seconds.
40 plus
40
was a bit of
seconds.
a, I think,
Hold
probably a
on.
minute total.
Okay,
Yeah.
right.
At the moment, the ranking of the third place teams, Holland are top. They've played 3 games, 4 points. Slovakia, second, 2 games, 3 points. Hungary, third, 3 games, 3 points. And Denmark, as it stands, would be fourth with 3
Go back
games,
to the
3
England game.
points.
Honestly,
Denmark
this,
above
this is
Slovenia.
perfect though. This
As
is
behind
all
Slovenia.
perfect. As it stands, we
As
are
long as-
avoiding Spain, Germany, Portugal, and one other.
We're playing
Spain.
Netherlands though.
What, 20 seconds left, lads. 20
Spain,
seconds.
yeah.
Is that
We've
scary?
got to be able to beat them.
The
haven't we? We have to be able
Netherlands,
to
the
beat them.
Netherlands, you'd happily play. Like in the last 16, if you say you can avoid France, you can avoid Germany, you can avoid Spain, you can avoid Portugal,
take
it's a victory.
You
It's a
take
victory. It doesn't matter who you get lumbered with. You're avoiding
Done.
the
It's
four.
done. We
How
won the
on
group.
earth? How on earth have we limped to a victory in this group?
How many goals have we scored?
2, same as Scotland.
We conceded 1.
Yeah.
2 goals in 3 games. It's not inspiring
That's not
confidence,
good.
but
No,
we're
no,
there. We did it. Yeah.
We're top of the group.
Well
Say
done,
we
Gareth.
are
Go on,
top of
son.
the league. Say we are top of the league.
We're going to be the only team that
Worry.
wins the group with 5 points, I think. No one
Oh,
else.
England fans are booing.
They're right.
Oh,
Are they?
They should. I mean,
They're right.
it was better, wasn't it? We were knocking on the door, but it wasn't.
0-0 against Slovenia. That's all.
I mean, 5
No.
points from the group.
They
before
shouldn't-
the
they
ball was
shouldn't
kicked,
boo.
I said 9 points was minimum. Minimum.
They
9
shouldn't
points
boo.
minimum.
They shouldn't boo though. It's not conducive. It's not going to help.
No, but you also
But-
have spent. You also have taken a holiday, spent a fortune, got yourself to Germany, had to deal with the incompetence of like the German travel issues that everybody's been having over there, and then you watch that turgid performance.
Really?
You are within your rights to go, lads. That wasn't good enough. Gareth, that wasn't good enough. This is how we let you know it wasn't good enough.
The group that we're getting on the screen has Denmark in second and Slovenia
Yeah.
in third, but it says they're all qualified.
Yeah, they're all qualified 100% because their goal difference is better than the other team with 3 points. There's only 2 teams that don't qualify in third. Slovenia are definitely through. But now that game's finished, they are. I'm not sure why Denmark are second though, because when they played each other, they drew. So they scored more goals, did they?
No, it's same. Everything's the same, so it's what you said.
So it's ranking.
Ranking.
Oh, really? Everything's exactly the same.
That's so out of order.
That's crazy.
That
Could've
is,
done a
that
coin
is so
flip. They're
favourable.
going on
It's
FIFA
not really,
ranking.
because Denmark now play Germany.
Yeah.
It's fit
That's
by
a good shout,
first
yeah.
vote finishing second. So Slovenia.
You want to come
touch.
third in this group if you can't come.
I think
Yeah, if you
Slovenia.
can't come first, you want to come.
Is that
third.
right? Am I definitely right about that?
Yeah. If you did want to finish, there was always a chance that third place was going to be the most favourable position to finish, but obviously you can't risk finishing third.
God, what's happened to England, man?
Yeah, Germany
Dean
play
Anderson,
Denmark now.
knob.
Oh,
That's a local derby. It's a border shared.
painful, isn't it, lads? It's painful. I've got
Germany,
a dull ache
Denmark
on my
got
head
border.
because Gareth
Yeah,
Southgate.
Denmark borders Germany.
Mano, don't hang around Dean Henderson. He's a bellend, mate.
I mean,
Yeah.
it was flat.
I wonder how Harry Kane is inspiring the nation right now.
It was about as flat as it could be.
We're not
definitely showed
playing Netherlands,
Shearer
are
and
we?
Lineker today, didn't he?
Well, what are the permutations that could happen that mean we don't play Netherlands? Because we could also play third from D, E, or F. We could play, which is going to be either Netherlands, someone from Romania, Belgium, Slovakia, Ukraine, and someone from Portugal, Turkey, Czech Republic, Georgia. It won't be Portugal though, so we definitely won't play there.
Could be Belgium.
So it could be Belgium.
Could be Belgium.
Mm.
They've got to finish on a better goal difference than.
But it's
Netherlands.
looking like the Netherlands.
What
right?
is Netherlands? They're on a 0 with 4 points. It could definitely be Belgium or anyone from that group.
You take either.
Honestly, I fancy both of those
take
right
either.
now.
You
I've
take
watched
either.
both of them. Really not convincing.
But they'd say the same about England.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, that's true. That is
No,
true.
no,
I
they
hadn't
would.
thought about
They
that.
would.
Yeah.
But that's
Plus,
why
they
it's
were
that's why it's
performing.
a
So, I mean,
that's why it's a game. That's why it's
No, I do.
it's a finely balanced game rather than playing Spain where we just know we get beat.
We
At
have
least
seen teams though, like not particularly play well and win tournaments, and unless Germany or Spain win it, it's not like the team that wins it haven't
No.
lit the house on fire in the group stage. You know what I mean? Like
No.
if it's France, if it's England or whoever, only
Yeah.
Germany and Spain have really just knocked it out of the park.
The
And even
fact-
Germany,
The fact Spain have played Croatia, Italy, and an Albanian side who've pushed both of those two all the way and just dominated.
Dominate, bullied them.
They
No,
look
but
like
that's
different
why
quality.
this is a gift. That's why, yet again, by hook or by crook, Gareth Southgate has totally lucked out. We are now in the most favourable situation that we could possibly be in to win this tournament.
Southgate with the Midas touch.
Southgate with because
It's not really
I mean, it
Midas.
is the Midas touch because everything he touches does turn to gold in as much as he gets what he wants out of it. But it's a complete fluke. It's not his brilliance. It's not his tactical vision or tactical acumen. It's circumstance. But we now go into a situation where our pathway to the final means that we don't play Germany in Germany. We don't play France. We won't play Spain. And we will have the most favourable pathway that you can have.
I've just done some very basic arithmetic. I might be wrong about this, but I'm
Quick
pretty
maths.
sure we can't play anyone from Group E. I don't think we can play anyone from the Belgium group.
Oh.
Right. So
I
it's,
think
it
anyone
is the
can finish
Netherlands. I'm
third
pretty
with 4
sure
points.
it's the Netherlands.
It's Netherlands or it's Group F.
It's a beautiful run.
Turkey, Czech, or Georgia.
So Czech Republic. That would also be fine.
Could be.
That was what I predicted beforehand when I did the workings out that it was going to be the Czech Republic.
what did
Czech
England-
Republic in
sorry.
Gelsenkirchen is what it's going to be, isn't it? Czech Republic in Gelsenkirchen on Sunday, I think.
Just watching the celebrations, right? Slovenia. Just thought I'd do a little population count. half the population of Scotland
2 million, 2.5.
Wow.
and achieved qualification.
Graham Souness is crying about Scotland, who were
Yeah.
absolutely.
I'm actually-
You knew the
stunningly bad.
population of Scotland off the top of your head.
No, I googled it.
What do you mean?
No, because you went half the population of Scotland and he knew the number.
Because Graham Souness complained about it against Germany. We've got 5 million. They've got 60 million.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And it's
I
been
I thought you were really clever then. So you kind of just said, oh,
Well,
said I knew it.
you know, I've got my geography as well. But it's interesting. What Rory said about the path to the final is spot on. It's another Gareth Southgate beautiful draw. He's probably had every easy draw ever manageable, 100%. But England fans are booing, and England fans are not idiots, and England fans expect a lot better than what we've seen tonight. It's not about just randomly slagging off players. And if the players come out in the press tomorrow, I think it's in really bad taste. They were poor tonight. And we have to talk about it as football
So what
fans.
do England need to change? Does it need to be similar to the 11 that we saw on the pitch at the end? Was that a result of Slovenia sitting in, trying to hold on to that point? Like, what does Southgate have to change to, be better in the next round?
The obvious one for me is Kobbie Mainoo in midfield. It doesn't work with Conor Gallagher. He can barely pass the ball. He was completely distant in this game. He's got a big utility in this squad against a big side, in my opinion. He's a good player, Gallagher. But Kobbie Mainoo, as soon as he got the ball, he was shifting it left to right. He moves the ball so quick. I think Kobbie Mainoo has to be the guy that comes in, if not Adam Wharton. But we've not seen any of Adam Wharton, so it's not fair on him. And then it's Luke Shaw, isn't it? We need that left foot on the left-hand side.
We have to have width. If Luke Shaw's not an option, then it's got to be Gordon. It's the same thing I was saying before this game. I'm annoyed that we didn't see it. But I don't think he'll do it. I really don't think he'll do it.
I think it would be
the
a
best
mistake
chance
to
we've
do
got
so.
is Luke Shaw being fit, and then that giving us the width, and then
Even if
maybe
he's
making
fit,
Foden work.
He's not fit, though,
Exactly.
right?
I believe it would be a mistake to throw Shaw into the deep end like this, regardless of whether you think he's the best player. He isn't the best player at the moment because he just isn't fit. And I know that Kieran Trippier, I went mad at Kieran Trippier during this game. Trippier wasn't good enough. Trippier is at the epicenter of a lot of problems that England have. I don't know what the answer is.
It'll be
But
interesting.
it isn't Luke Shaw.
If we play the Netherlands, which was looking most likely, so they've changed their right winger a couple of times, but the second game they played Frimpong up as an attacker. They're going to have some pace, but like
Frightening.
that's what I'm thinking about. It's about your opponent, right? Can we get away with maybe a not 100% Luke Shaw? But I think Kobe did pretty well. I think I'd be happy to see him in there again for sure. But I don't think that solves all our problems.
Do you think
we need
going
width.
forward, did any of the players that came on, obviously Anthony Gordon came on for 90 seconds or something stupid, but still was at the epicenter of something very impressive that England did. Cole Palmer was on for, 10 minutes? Again, looked lively. Any changes going forward that you would make, or do you expect to see it the same?
Both of those two look like quality shouts. It's just, I don't know how much to give them the full credit because you're running against tired legs.
Yeah, true.
So I personally would have started Gordon. I know people aren't going to like it, but Bellingham, someone's going to have to give. It's Bellingham or Foden for me. One of you's got to sit. Sorry, Bellingham's either got to sit or Foden, you've got to sit down. Like, you've literally got to be benched because Gordon and just width in general on the left-hand side, I think will make us a much more dangerous side. We're very predictable. It's very reliant on Saka and Walker's side. And I don't really think we are getting the best out of Jude. Sorry.
No,
You say it's reliant on Saka. Listen, no one's playing particularly well, in my opinion, Saka included. Like, no one's impacting the game. I wouldn't drop Saka, but I would still consider, if he wants to keep those boys on the pitch, including Foden and Bellingham, put Saka on the left. I would consider it. Because I don't know what we lose from
Do
trying
you know the problem with it now, Spence? I thought it was a really good shout. And in fact, earlier, I think at half-time, I said that England can solve a lot of our problems here by simply switching the wingers over. Just put Foden on the other side and Saka on the other side and we'll be okay. That's in a group game where there is a luxury, there is a safety net of a group. We're now in a situation where there is no... It can't be wrong.
But it's not working.
No, but you know what you refer to it as give Saka an opportunity. It can't go wrong. If it does go wrong, this isn't the time where we can
But
experiment.
if it goes wrong like this, which it arguably... This is the problem, ultimately. If you boil everything down to a nutshell, in Southgate's head, it's not going wrong. That's
we're
basically
top of the
problem.
group.
In Southgate's head, he's done what he's come for. He doesn't mind how we play. He just wants to win games. And we're not actually winning games. We won one game, right? We're going to be the only team, I think, that tops the group with 5 points. and not a great group either. So it isn't working.
No, France come second.
Yes, they did. Yes, Austria. Yes, Austria got 6. Yeah, I think no one else will top the group with 5 points, I don't think. And it isn't working. Southgate will think it is, but it isn't. And for me, not even Saka has done enough to be nailed on a right wing. No one has. I wouldn't do it. I would take Foden out and I would put Gordon in. The only way I'd leave Foden in the left is if we've got Luke Shaw at left back. It's the only way. But I don't think those things are going to happen. And if he really wants to play Foden, and he really wants to play Bellingham, and he really wants to play Saka, don't play the way you've been doing it because it isn't working. We're not creating enough chances.
Do you think something even braver then? Do you think something, let's just say all of the options. Does Jude Bellingham need to be dropped to accommodate Anthony Gordon on the wing?
No.
And Phil Foden plays in his natural position?
No, because
Okay.
Phil doesn't. Jude's done more for England than Jude Bellingham has.
So-
his England career.
so-
Sorry, Jude's done more than Phil Foden has.
So the follow-on question then, if Jude Bellingham doesn't need to be dropped to accommodate Gordon, does Phil Foden need to be dropped to accommodate Anthony Gordon?
But if we got knocked out of the tournament,
Shouldn't have played this game.
Phil Foden was a threat today.
we'd be kicking ourselves. Like the golden generation, we couldn't fit Scholes, and we'd be kicking our... If we lost the next game, there's a good chance we lose the next game
Right.
because we've been poor. We have been poor, Hugh. And if that's because we've dropped Phil Foden, arguably, out of the side, who's just won PFA Player of the Year.
Our
It's a
expectations are
nightmare.
very low, aren't they? You're saying
It's a
Phil Foden's been good
nightmare.
tonight. Like, what? He's had
And we talk
3
about
games of football. He's played almost every minute. What has he
I
done?
think Phil Foden. No, I don't think anybody's playing well. But the question that I'm ultimately asking is a question that I don't believe in. But I think what we need to explore is: are England a better team in terms of balance if we drop either Bellingham or Foden to get Anthony Gordon on, so that we can expand the pitch, make the pitch as big as possible, give the opposition something to worry about down the left wing as well as down the right wing? And the way that we can do that is by dropping.
We have to expand the pitch, but I don't think Jude Bellingham.
But to expand the pitch, you need Anthony Gordon on the pitch.
Yeah.
To get Anthony Gordon on the pitch, you need to take off.
Yeah, but it's not,
Southgate
they're
was-
not in the same conversation for me. The Bellingham one is not even worth considering. It ain't going to happen.
Not going to
I can
happen. Yeah.
guarantee
That's
it.
the main
Neither
thing.
is Phil
But
Foden.
No,
That's the
Foden
He's
would
not
make more
droppable.
sense. It's a chance, a small chance. There's a chance it happens.
Who's played better for England this tournament, Foden or Bellingham?
Bellingham.
But he's
Gordon-
not been good, but
if
he
we're
has done more.
If we're sat here now and Gordon's played 100 minutes across 3 games, have been electric, I'm 1,000,000% actually, honestly, saying drop Phil Foden. He's played 1 minute. He's fantastic in that minute, 2 minutes. But he'll start the next game with Phil Foden as a left winger. It's wrong, but he will not get knocked out of this tournament not starting someone like Phil Foden.
If Luke
It'd be
Shaw comes
suicide.
in, Phil Foden on the left could work. That's the only caveat I would say.
I think Luke Shaw coming in just opens up a huge amount of problems, and I know that's hypocritical because I know that I've been saying that Kieran Trippier is the problem for England. But throwing in Luke Shaw, an unfit Luke Shaw, an untested Luke Shaw of late, it feels almost suicidal.
If it's between that and the same again, what do you choose? I can't watch another game like that.
No,
I
it
can't watch
can't- it
another
can't be that.
0-0.
Like, you
Like,
might have
well,
to,
getting
I agree.
on penalties.
On the
like,
point
great.
that you just
Yeah.
made, Spen, Andrew with the super chat says, from this point on, the team seem to have lost the fans. And as it looks like their own confidence, any team that reaches the semi or the final will beat us. Well, he said batter us. Honestly, Southgate has finished England off already.
unless
I think that's
I feel
harsh, man.
flat, right?
He's built the country up and our expectations up a lot as well. Yes, we've got a golden generation of players again, but we said that before.
This is different.
Shoehorning them all in is not the answer.
But he's stayed
System.
long enough to become the villain.
This is
right?
different.
He hasn't
Yeah,
built
I
the
hear
country up because we're not in 2018 anymore. In 2024, it's a whole different decade. I mean, he's been
No,
here
I
8
think
years.
in terms of the quality
right
of
at the end
football
of
that
his
people
career.
expect
I don't think
now,
expectations are up. We're not talking about us having France or Germany or Spain in our group. We haven't played well against Slovenia. Well, we did all right in the second half against Slovenia, but they backed off. First half and then Serbia. These aren't teams that you have to be able to beat these teams.
Yeah, our
I've watched
expectations
us-
aren't wrong,
I've
are
watched
they?
us be bad in tournaments before,
Yeah.
but we still would win a game like that 4-0.
These are
Look, man,
fundamental
this
questions.
is
These are huge questions.
a common theme between all of the big sides. You've seen Germany drop off the pace at the end. Seen maybe not Spain.
Spain have been
France struggling.
Spain.
France struggling.
France definitely today against
But Spain,
Poland.
Germany, Portugal looking good.
With that in mind, Hugh, then
Don't,
is there
Germany
something-
weren't looking great against Switzerland. Man.
Hugh,
They
is there something
No,
in
so
that?
Spain. Sorry, I didn't say Germany.
Hugh, is there something in that then? Is there something in us? Okay, we're fairly uninspired. We're totally underwhelmed. We've had the misfortune of having to watch these 3 England group games that, let's face it, has been basically turgid from start to finish, each and every one of them. Is there something in adopting what you were saying before about Gareth Southgate's outlook? Should we be a little bit more in the frame of mind that Gareth Southgate's in, which is England have conceded 1 goal all tournament. England are top of the group. England were never not going through. We were through, in fact, before a ball was even kicked in the 3rd game. None of this I agree with, by the way. But
No, so
is there something to be said for
I think it's
glass
okay,
half full?
man. It's okay. Southgate, it's okay to have outgrown this guy. It's
Yeah.
okay. It's normal now after this long.
But I don't think any of the other tournaments on Southgate have been like this. I don't think we've been this inefficient in terms of creating chances. It's the worst we've played in from entertainment value. And what you're saying, Rory, Could we win the tournament this way? It's not impossible. But if we do, it will be tantamount to what Greece did in 2004. We're really not far off.
That's embarrassing that
No.
you've had to say that as an England fan.
Maybe that's our best
But
chance.
it may
We're not
evolve.
Greece.
But Buvey, could it still evolve? You can limp through the group stages, find a little bit of form in the last 16, come alive in the last 8, but build to a crescendo.
If we're talking about Roy Hodgson's side in 2012, and there's a load of different players at different ends of their careers, Lampard at the end of his career, Ashley Cole is different. This is a side that have all been incredibly successful. It's a damn indictment on where the trajectory of English football is, where we've not seen any of Adam Wharton, barely anything of Gordon. It's one of the most exciting young England sides in the history of this country.
Do you think
we have no idea what any of them are?
Like Adam Wharton's played what, 18?
Maybe that's the least good example I can give. Gordon's played barely any minutes. We've seen a little bit of Bowen. We've not learned anything about the young players.
There is a chance that there's been an issue with Gordon because he was injured in the build-up.
Fine. I'll
Maybe
that.
he's just injured. Don't know why. If he's good enough to play a few minutes, he could have played 20 minutes. So he should have definitely come on
But do you
earlier
know what I'm
tonight.
trying to say? Like, you can moan in 2012 in a different way than now. We can moan as England fans because we want to see the young players evolve into the next tournament and the next tournament.
Yeah.
When France nearly won it in 2016, they were seeing Mbappe for the first time and Griezmann do it for the first time. Well, relatively
But the
speaking.
guys you're taking off are young as well.
Yeah, we're not
Foden and Saka.
Greece.
It's not like you've got old boys out work.
35-year-old John Terry clinging on for one more cap.
I want to
It's like,
see.
fuck
I want to
me.
see bravery. I really do. I want Gareth Southgate, which he has done of late, to do something really
I don't
daring.
think
He's not
you've
been brave
ever
at
seen
all.
bravery from him.
But we've
It's-
seen it in selection.
Maybe in selection, but you've not seen it in. And you know how like Hugh, I think it was Hugh who made the point that like you can't shoehorn everyone into this team and all those kind of things, which I agree with. He hasn't, and also it's not based on the players that are on the pitch; it's how they're playing. I think, you know, like everyone keeps going Palmer, Foden, or this or that, or like if you play either of them, England should still be playing better football than what they're playing now.
But this, what I mean by the bravery is not taking Jack Grealish, whether you think it's right or wrong, was a brave decision. Not taking Marcus Rashford was a brave decision. Subbing Conor Gallagher at half time was a brave decision. Experimenting with Trent Alexander-Arnold in the middle and then admitting that it was wrong was also a brave decision. I want to see something bold in the next bit. Like, honestly, I think Cole Palmer's done enough to start.
I don't think.
Over who?
Yeah, that's the
It's
problem.
a different question.
It's a problem.
It's a different question. But I do
Put
think
Saka
that
on
I've
there.
seen enough. I do think I've seen enough from Cole Palmer in his brief cameo to say that England are a better team with Cole Palmer on the pitch. The
Is it to
unpredictable
replace
talent.
Gallagher and then obviously swap positions and he's in a number 10?
I think
Who's the
however
actual player?
you want to accommodate it, Boo, there's that. There's various ways. Saka goes over the other wing, maybe.
Honestly, surely the most simple solution is to tell Jude, listen, we respect what you've done. We love you for the future. You're the main man, but just humble yourself. Back 10.
He's done nothing
And then
since
what?
the goal.
And then
He's
what?
done nothing
And from
since
there,
the header.
and
From there, you got
So-
more freedom for Foden up there. We can put someone
your
up wide on the left.
Hugh, for us, do your front. So we know your back line. Do everything else, please.
I need width. I would actually probably keep Trippier, if I'm honest, because the more you talk about how unfit Shaw is, the more him being left-footed isn't as big of an advantage, especially if we're going to be up against people like Frimpong. I prefer Phil and Cole in and around that 10. Jude, been fantastic. More than happy for you to actually push even further forward if that's the case and we're dropping Kane. But I'd actually tell him, sit back a little bit. You and Rice.
Work it out.
work
So
it
Palmer,
out.
Foden,
Yeah.
Bellingham, Rice and Kane.
Saka, is he 100% fit? If he's 100% fit, he starts without question for me.
On what side?
On the right.
On his side.
Palmer's
On
not
his
going to
side.
get in, guys.
Alright.
Palmer at no point in this tournament will be a starter.
But Palmer's done enough to
He
be
may,
the first
he
Also,
may
I
be
think
a
Saka's
superstar.
living off the assist for Bellingham still.
Yeah, so I
isn't
think
he? He's not-
Palmer is going to
not
be our
been-
Saka
He's not
sub.
been good either.
You can't drop Saka though.
Palmer's going to be our Saka sub,
It's like
and I was
Stones or
amazed that
something.
Bowen got the minutes he did. So
You can't drop
Bowen's
it.
only going to come on if we're holding the lead, trying to
The only
defend.
goal he scored.
That's what Bowen gives you. He gives you the work rate. Palmer's going to be our Saka sub.
I'm
He's
happy
not
Bowen
going to
doesn't touch
start.
a ball. He's not good enough. is
Foden
he?
may get in the 10,
Or Eze.
but that's it. We're not going to see Palmer in there from the
But
start.
that's
of
the
game.
biggest indictment of this manager. We've learned nothing of the players we need to learn about as England fans. We've not learned enough about Gordon or Cole Palmer, who are far better, in my opinion, than Eze and Bowen. And Eze and Bowen have got more minutes than both those players combined. It's
But there could be, there could actually be reasons.
We've
for
learned
that.
nothing about those players. Okay, Gordon, I accept.
Gordon,
I
and
accept the
also
point.
he was
Palmer
bringing-
sat there with 20 Premier League goals, and he's played 20 minutes. He was absolutely fantastic. He's first sub minimum now.
No, but there
he's
is
not
a
played
tactical
enough.
reason for that. I'd have to say.
But
I think
Bowen's a very
first game, we're 1-0 up against Serbia. He brings Bowen on to do a defensive job that Palmer won't do. Second
Fine,
game,
yeah,
and you might disagree with this,
Yeah.
but he was happy with a draw against Denmark, and then Bowen's come on to see that out. So there is a tactical reason. I'm not defending the Bowen sub. I would never expected to see him in this tournament, even in the squad, let alone on the pitch. But I can understand the logic to that. We've seen Palmer tonight. Palmer could and should be a really good option for us off the bench, but he's not going to start.
First,
I think he needs to start.
The
The more I think about it, the more I think that England now have become very predictable, very mundane, very one-dimensional, and lacking invention. The mercurial, unpredictable, dazzling nature of Cole Palmer is what this team needs. Whether it's risky, whether somebody big has to make way, whether Bukayo Saka might have to fall on his sword and do a job on the other wing, it's a suggestion that when you initially mentioned it, Spence, I thought was wild. And the more I think about it, the more I process it, the more astute I think it is. Bukayo Saka on the left wing, stretching the left, giving cover to Kieran Trippier, who is the Achilles heel in the team. Play him on the left, play Cole Palmer on the right, Harry Kane through the middle, and as Hugh suggested, Bellingham has to humble himself and play as an 8.
It's a completely different conversation if Saka is flying, because you don't change him. And if we've got a left-footed left back,
We
you
talk about
don't
work
change
rate.
him.
His work
but I
rate's
think in
good.
this
Great
team,
today.
he has to be prepared to move things around a little bit because no one is doing well.
But we know
No one's
we have to taper this conversation with reality. He's a limited
No, he
manager.
won't do it.
He's probably the most limited manager left in the knockout stages of the Euros. He isn't going to put Saka left wing. That is too.
So
Can I
look-
just say,
look
why do
Shaw
we keep saying
aside-
Bellingham has to humble himself? What have we seen to suggest is...
I don't.
Since the header.
I think he's
poor.
humble enough
I
to
mean,
want to play that. I
just
just don't
by-
think the manager wants
Yeah,
him.
I
He's
agree with you.
overcrowding
I agree.
Yeah.
that, the
not his
space
fault.
just behind the striker. It's
I think he'll play
overcrowded.
anywhere.
You got
Put him
Foden in
centre
there, you
back
got
and play
Kane in there, you got Bellingham in there. Like, have a system. His system is negativity. If you would have seen England score today in that second half, I promise you they wouldn't have been attacking like they were. Towards,
Yeah.
They would have sat all the way back.
Bellingham's
It comes
been
down to
poor
the
since the
system.
header, bro. He's been poor.
I think one thing we're not considering
poor.
is I wasn't aware that a draw was enough for Slovenia. I wasn't thinking about
Yeah,
them.
it was weird.
So they did sit back second half. They clearly had a game plan. They were told 0-0 is good enough for us, boys. So we've got to really think about that. That was the only half of football we've really properly dominated this whole tournament, that second half there. Yes, we haven't broken them down, but that game in isolation isn't actually that bad. If we just pause it on that game for thing we think about it, it's really not that bad. We
Yeah, it's
dominated
11 men behind
red
the
moments.
ball,
It's
yeah.
the context of the other two that make it bad.
Yeah.
and 5 points in total
Yeah.
and other things.
And 1 goal scored from open play.
For me, it's the lack of education about the squad again. It's strange substitutions, all at different points. 1 minute it's Watkins, 1 minute he's and that's why I don't think he's as courageous as you're saying he is. And I back you doing it as an England fan. You're trying to be positive. He's cowardly spread betting throughout the squad without learning enough about any one player.
Or you
He's
counter
spread
that
betting.
and say he's given minutes to Mainu, Gordon,
Bowen.
Bowen.
But they're all
a
gonna be
whole
sat in
bunch
the
of people
hotel.
who
Eze.
might not have been feeling like they were involved. Now you're chomping at the bit because you know that the chance could be right around the corner
But
for
if
you
you're
to
sat
have
there
it.
now, Hugh, as one of the players that have just come on, not talking about the core nucleus of the England squad, you have no idea if I'm starting next game. I have no idea when I'm coming off the bench. I have no idea what my role is. Only Kane, Stones, Kyle Walker, Pickford, and a few other players know what they're doing. Rice, Bellingham.
No, it sounds like
All these
it
other
sounds
players
like they
have
all
no
know.
idea what they're doing.
It sounds like they all know. We're saying that he's not going to make any changes.
I don't agree with you on that, Booth, because he's given Eze minutes, which no one really saw, and Bowen, no one really saw coming. And, a lot of these boys, the reason we don't know about them is because he made, I would say, a fairly brave decision in taking untested players over Jack Grealish and Marcus Rashford, which he would have got criticism for either way. He would have got criticism for either way. You're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't as England boss. No one knows. It's all hindsight, right? All he needs to do is get the boys he picks to play. And traditionally, I'd say he's been pretty good at that. For this tournament, he's been poor.
If we're 1-0 down, Spencer, and it's not about winning the group. It's not about our performances. England have to win something. If we're 1-0 down in the semi-final, like we were against Croatia, 1 goal down, we have no idea if Eze, Bowen, Ollie Watkins, Cole Palmer. It's an
he should know.
embarrassment, man.
No, there's reasons for that. There's reasons.
You not knowing and me not knowing isn't the same as him not knowing.
Yeah.
But I'm speculating he actually has no idea who would actually come off the bench to make a change.
Maybe
Very
he does
similar
have
to
an
when
idea.
When Rashford was in bang hot form, we were losing to France. He brought him on way too late. Only one of these players can make a huge
But
difference. if we need
in
it,
that
not
game,
five.
in that game, his substitutions, Southgate substitutions changed the game.
We're not giving him
Southgate-
credit, man. He brought Mainu on. We suddenly were dominating the ball.
Yeah,
properly.
He's seeing him
I'm
doing
saying
it
every
every
day.
day.
Also, in the
I'm
game,
talking
in
about the
the
other
game where you're talking about France with Rashford, like he brought on Mason Mount, and Mason Mount won England a penalty. Like he has made positive substitutions.
I was talking about Rashford. He brought him way too late. So if we're what I'm saying is, if we're in a losing position, we need one of these forward players. He's got 4 or 5 options now that have all had decent games.
Ultimately, we've topped the group. We've conceded 1 goal. Look, I know it's flat, but we have topped the group, and that was the objective.
What Southgate said in the dressing room.
If we're going to be
It's
positive,
flat.
No, it's flat, lads.
if we're going to be
We got
positive, though,
booed.
the foundation is good. And by that I mean we're not conceding goals. We're not getting turned over. Right?
And that was meant to be
It
the
is-
problem.
it
That
is
was meant to be the
plausible.
Achilles heel.
It is plausible, maybe unlikely, but it is plausible that attacking wise can click.
Yeah.
And you can't, old adage, defence wins championships, right? We have got a pretty good defence. We have got maybe one of the best defences right now based on, again,
Conceded 1 goal from 25 yards.
we need to see the look. We need to see what the other groups compare. But based on what's been in front of us, defensively, we've looked pretty good. That's a good sign for winning a tournament.
agree. I
Now we
agree
just
with
need the
it.
rest to click.
On that note, guys, I'll give you the secret to England winning the Euros. Start Kobbie Mainoo. It's really simple. He'll even make Southgate look good. Thank you to everyone that's been tuned in today. It's been absolutely fantastic. Thank you to Hugh and Spencer, as always. Do us a favour before you check out of here. Make sure you're hitting that subscribe button. Like the video as well. And we'll see you on a flip.